Hello guys, welcome to Shadow Manhwa Teller channel. The story begins in the immortal world. In a place known as the Gravel Desert, a group of girls is seen running for their lives, trying to escape from level 3 desert wolves. One of them, a level 3 priestess, exclaimed in frustration that their luck was awful today. They had come here only to hunt some level 1 sand scorpions, but out of nowhere, these powerful wolves appeared. Panicking, she asked the team leader what they should do. The leader quickly ordered them to climb and hide in the trees, saying that their chances of survival would be higher there. Meanwhile, leader was silently thinking to herself. She knew how strong level 3 wolves were. Even though all 3 of them were at level 3, they couldn't defeat the wolves alone, not without teaming up perfectly. She prayed silently, "Please God, save us, otherwise, this could be our last day." Just then, the group's sorceress slipped and fell. The desert wolves immediately charged toward her to attack, but before the wolves could strike, someone else appeared out of nowhere, and took them down in a single blow. Shocked, the sorceress turned around to see who had saved her. To her disbelief, it was just a level 1 newbie. She muttered in shock, "Did a beginner just save me?" As it turns out, this mysterious guy wasn't just anyone, he was the main character of our story. Looking around at the remaining wolves, the protagonist calmly said, "These level 3 bugs won't take me long to finish." With that, he charged straight at them, and in a single strike, wiped out the entire pack. The girls stood there in stunned silence. Is he really just level 1? Even the leader was amazed. To defeat all those wolves in one attack, this guy is something else. Just as they finally began to breathe in relief, another massive group of wolves appeared. The girls panicked again, shouting that they had to run. They believed the wolves had come to avenge their fallen packmates, and facing this many enemies gave them no chance of survival. The leader shouted to the boy, "Get out of here. These wolves could destroy an entire village. There's no way you can handle them all alone." The boy simply smiled and said, "Is that so?" Then he opened up his system. The system prompted, "Player Linuan, would you like to summon your skeleton warriors?" Without hesitation, Linuan replied, "Soldiers, it's time to wake up." With that, he summoned his undead army. A portal opened, and out marched an entire squad of level 3 skeleton soldiers. Linuan gave them a cold command, "Show no mercy, tear them all apart." Together with his skeletal warriors, he launched a brutal counterattack. In just 15 minutes, they wiped out every last desert wolf. The system announced, "Congratulations, host, you have defeated 16 desert wolves. You've earned 160 experience points, along with their fangs and hides as loot." One of the girls, still in disbelief, asked, "Captain, we're not dreaming, right? He really just took down all those powerful wolves by himself?" As they approached him, the sorceress asked curiously, "Brother, are you a mage? Was that summoning magic you just used?" "To be honest, I'm a mage too, but I've never seen skills like those before." Linuan simply replied, "Who said I was a mage?" She was stunned. "Wait, if you're not a mage, then who or what are you?" That's when Linuan finally revealed the truth. He wasn't a mage, he held a triple S rank forbidden class. Linuan was a level 2 necro hunter, someone reborn into this world from another planet, Blue Star. He explained that 3 years ago on Blue Star, scientists had detected a massive celestial body approaching them. They named it the Dark Star. Just 3 months after that discovery, a mysterious company launched a holographic game called Immortal World. A game so advanced, it surpassed all existing human technology and shook the entire globe. Using special VR headsets, humans entered the game, each receiving random classes. They fought monsters, leveled up, and grew stronger. At first, people believed it was just a game, nothing more. Nobody took it seriously. That was until one day, everything changed. A girl who used to play the game somehow started using her in-game powers in the real world, and soon, many others emerged, players who could wield real powers outside the game. These people were called the Chosen Ones. With power came corruption. Evil intentions began to surface within humanity. Cults formed inside the game and began worshipping cosmic evil gods. Many of these cultists started killing people in the real world. Humans, who once stood united, turned against one another. Civil war broke out among humanity itself. Some chose the path of righteousness, others descended into chaos and darkness, and like with all wars, the cost was devastating. Countless lives were lost. Linuan's own parents were among the casualties. Despite several attempts, humanity failed to defeat the demonic cults. They sent their bravest warriors to fight, but every time, they returned defeated. Linuan was among those warriors. In the final battle against the cult, he too was killed, but somehow, an hour ago, he opened his eyes again. He realized he had returned to the exact moment he first entered the Immortal World game. Only this time, the game didn't give him a regular class. Instead, he was granted a triple S rank forbidden class, Necro Hunter. This class gave him 2 extraordinary talents, Dark Summoning and Gate of the Underworld. both at the highest rank, and this time, Linuan had one goal: to level up quickly, become strong enough to protect his planet and his family, and never let anyone or anything threaten them again. No matter how powerful the danger, it would never surpass him. As the story continues, Linuan activates dark summoning. Suddenly, all the fallen demon wolves begin to rise from the ground. Linuan explained that the best part about his class was not just the overwhelming physical strength, far superior to any ordinary warrior, but also his ability to turn all fallen monster corpses into zombies using his summoning skill. These undead soldiers would fight for him like loyal servants. Even more incredible, once revived, they retained the same strength and abilities they had when they were alive. He also revealed a new skill he had acquired, Death Physique, which allowed him to use his undead army far more efficiently in combat. And when it comes to my other ability, Gate of the Underworld, it lets me store all the monsters I summon. The more I level up, the larger my army becomes, and the more monsters I can store. It's like I've been given a cheat code in this life, an undead army that never tires and never loses. As long as I keep leveling up, my army will remain unstoppable. The team leader, still in shock, exclaimed, "You just revived all of them as zombies? I've never seen anyone use a skill like that. Who even are you?" But Lin Yuan ignored their questions. Instead, he muttered, "If I've timed this right, he should be arriving any moment now." Just then, the system issued a global alert, World Boss Alert. The dire wolf is about to enter the gravel desert. All players should prepare for battle. Lin Yuan looked up and said calmly, "It's time to take down a boss." Meanwhile, a strange moisture began to sweep across the desert. The players began to panic. Moments later, a massive portal opened in the sky, and from it, the dire wolf slowly descended into the desert. One player screamed, "It's coming straight toward us. Run before it gets close. Anyone within 50 meters will be killed instantly." But it was too late. Not everyone could escape in time. The dire wolf landed and instantly unleashed destruction upon the area. System message: the dire wolf is a level 6 world boss. One player, devastated, cried out, "That bastard killed my brother. I'll make sure he pays." His teammates tried to restrain him. "Don't be crazy. That's a world boss. You can't take him on alone. It's suicide." Other players were shaking with fear. So this is the power of a world boss? It's on a whole other level compared to normal monsters. Only an idiot would dare face something this strong head-on. Just then, someone shouted, "Hey, look, someone's walking toward it." Everyone turned to see who it was, and to their surprise, it was none other than Lin Yuan. One player pointed at him and said, "That sword, that's standard issue for level 1 players, right?" Another added, "Yeah, that guy's gotta be crazy. No way a level 1 newbie just walks up to a level 6 world boss. Let's get out of here before this idiot angers the boss and gets us killed." They began to retreat, murmuring amongst themselves, "Everyone knows how monster rankings work in the immortal world. The weakest are ordinary monsters, followed by elite, leader, lord, king, overlord, and finally, god tier. Even the weakest world boss is at least lord tier. A newbie can barely take on an ordinary monster, and he's walking straight toward a lord tier beast. He's dead for sure." As Lin Yuan stepped forward, the dire wolf also prepared to strike. A player on the side shouted, "Hey newbie, get out of there. You're gonna get yourself killed." But Lin Yuan stayed calm. "Don't worry. A level 6 monster like this can't do anything to me." Then he smirked and added, "You know, last time I saw you, you looked terrifying. But now, you look weak. Seems like you're not doing so well." Enraged, the dire wolf roared and attacked with its claw, aiming directly at Lin Yuan. But he swiftly dodged the strike. The boss lunged again, this time using Death Claw, trying to land a fatal blow. Lin Yuan thought back to his past life. "I remember this fight clearly. I was here, in this same desert. Back then, a group of level 3 players teamed up and tried to take it down. I joined in too, but I ended up seriously injured. But this time, things are different." He clenched his fist. "In this life, I know I'll face many battles, but I won't walk away from each one wounded like before. No, from now on, with every fight, my enemies will regret crossing me. I'm no longer the one who fears the fight. Now, I'm the one people fear." As he said that, Lin Yuan once again dodged the incoming attack with lightning speed. The other players, watching in disbelief, muttered, "We've gotta admit, this newbie is fast." The world boss, frustrated at missing again, became visibly enraged. System alert: the world boss is furious. Stay alert. Just then, Lin Yuan activated his Gate of the Underworld. He raised his hand and commanded, "Come forth, my army, it's time to hunt." As his zombie wolves emerged from the portal, every player on the field stood frozen in shock. One player said, "Is it just me, or does that gate look really weird?" Someone asked, "Wait a second, is he summoning zombies?" A third player chimed in, "You're all wondering whether he can control them, but I'm thinking, how did he kill that many zombies by himself?" They all looked on in disbelief. "Those wolves are all level 3. A pack like that could destroy an entire village, and he took them all down alone? Meanwhile, Linuan was thinking, even though I've only been awake in this world for an hour, the sheer number of monsters I've killed is about to push me to level 3. Once I hit it, my gate will be able to store up to 30 monsters. I feel like I'm leveling up slower than I expected, but that's okay. With a powerful team at my back, I won't have any trouble in the future. Suddenly, his zombie wolves charged at the world boss, but the boss swatted them away effortlessly. As the world boss moved in to strike one of the wolves, Linuan smirked and muttered, "Now's the perfect time to strike. I've completely distracted him. He's too busy attacking my wolves to notice anything else. If I attack now, he won't even see it coming." Seizing the moment, Linuan launched a devastating attack straight at the world boss. Roaring in anger, the boss locked onto Linuan and started chasing him. Linuan thought to himself, "Now that I've drawn his attention, all my wolves will get free hits on him. The more they attack, the angrier and more distracted he'll become. Our levels are still pretty low, so our attacks don't deal much damage. Each of my wolves only hits for 15 damage, and this boss has 3,400 HP. But the good part is, I have a lot of wolves. Their combined damage will slowly but surely wear him down." He kept commanding the wolves to strike, again and again. Watching this unfold, the other players were in awe. "Damn, this guy's actually really good at fighting. Yeah, he doesn't look like someone fighting a Lord tier world boss. How the hell is a level 1 player this skilled?" Further back, a group of shady players, clearly thieves, were whispering among themselves, "That kid's gonna kill the boss soon, and then he'll get all the rewards. Once that happens, we'll rush in and take everything." Then the scene jumped ahead 5 minutes. The world boss now had only 500 HP left, and just then, Linuan landed a massive hit, dropping its health to just 10. Linuan thought, "This feels amazing. The state this world boss is in now, it's exactly how I felt the first time I fought him. One thing's for sure, this time around is starting off strong." But just then, the thieves made their move. One of them whispered, "His HP is down to almost nothing. If we land the final blow, we'll get all the loot, and the best part? His zombies are all gone. Without them, he's nothing." Suddenly, someone shouted from the sidelines, "Watch out. Those guys are thieves. They'll kill you without a second thought." But before anyone could react, Linuan eliminated all 3 of them with a single, powerful strike. He looked down at their fallen bodies and said coldly, "Idiots, what made you think I'd let you steal my kill? If I can bring down a powerful world boss like this, what chance did you have against me?" The nearby players were stunned. All 3 of those thieves were level 3, and this newbie just crushed them like it was nothing. Gotta admit, this newbie's insanely powerful. Then Linuan turned back around and delivered the final blow to the world boss. System notification: "You have defeated a world boss. Reward, 480 XP and 1 soul gem." Linuan reflected silently, "I've just killed my first world boss in this game. Let's see what kind of reward it drops." System announced the soul gem contains a large amount of soul energy. Collect more soul gems to exchange them at the Water Council. Linuan nodded. After level 60, leveling up becomes much harder. That's when these soul gems will be crucial, and honestly, they'll be extremely useful in acquiring legendary gear too. Just like monsters, weapons in the immortal world are also ranked. The lowest tier weapons are white and black iron, then come bronze and silver. They're decent enough to handle lord tier monsters. Above that, there's gold and dark gold, strong enough to fight high level beasts. And at the top, there's epic, legendary, and mythic tier weapons. Getting your hands on one of those in this world is nearly impossible. Most newbies only start with a basic white weapon. If a newbie has even a black iron weapon, that's considered rare. He remembered, about an hour ago, using knowledge from my past life, I visited a place filled with sand lizards. After defeating them, I found a bronze chest, and inside it was a bronze tier robe. Let's see if I can find something even better this time. System announced, "Congratulations. You have defeated the first world boss in this world. You've been awarded the title, Slayer. All your stats have increased by 10%. Linuan smiled to himself, thinking, in a moral world, titles are incredibly valuable. The rarer and more prestigious the title, the better the bonuses, and now I've earned one of the best. This time, the games rewarded me with a silver chest. Let's see what's inside." He opened it, and the first item was the Moonlight Sword, a powerful silver-ranked weapon. Then came the Eye of Death, a silver tier ring, followed by several other rare artifacts. Linuan grinned. "I've really gained a lot from defeating my first world boss." System announced, "By slaying the world boss, you've reached the peak of level 4. You've also received 5 bonus stat points." Linuan nodded. Leveling up is one of the best parts of this game. Each time, your stats increase, making you stronger. I can confidently say that I'm now the highest level player in this desert region. Sure, I lost all my monsters in that fight. But the good news is that I can now store even more in my underworld gate. Its new limit is 40. Pressing forward, Linuan activated dark summoning on the defeated world boss. System announced, you've summoned a level 6 dire wolf from the world boss's soul. Your HP has increased by 1000 points, and your attack power has gone up by 150. Staring at the dire wolf, Linuan thought, now I understand why it was a world boss. Its stats are off the charts: offense, defense, and health, all outstanding. Now that it's been turned undead, it's gained extra skills, like Rage of the Undead, which puts it into a berserk mode, drastically boosting its abilities for a short time. That'll come in handy during emergencies. Sure, summoning it emptied my underworld gate, but I know this dire wolf will help me refill it quickly, and the next batch of zombies I get will be even stronger. Watching from a distance, the other players murmured among themselves, no way, this newbie just turned a world boss into one of his undead summons. And look at that gate, it's freaky. How much space must it have to absorb something that huge? Honestly, he might be more terrifying than the boss itself. As Linuan glanced toward them, they all panicked and hid behind rocks. Weird. I only killed one monster, so why are they acting so scared of me? Do they really think I can't see them hiding behind a rock? He glanced at one of the fallen thieves and noticed the weapon lying beside him. A black iron sword? That's a pretty solid weapon for someone at low tier level, but honestly, it's no use to me anymore. I already have the moonlight sword. He picked up the black iron sword and walked toward the group. Seeing him approach with 2 weapons, the other players panicked. He's heading toward us. He must be out for more blood after killing the world boss. He's too fast. We can't even run. But Linuan stopped in front of one of them and asked calmly, you were the one who shouted to warn me about those thieves, right? The nervous player stammered, yeah, that was me. Without saying much, Linuan handed him the black iron sword. Take it, it'll help you survive. The player was shocked. You're giving this to me? But why? Walking away, Linuan replied over his shoulder, because I don't need it anymore. Might as well let it be useful to someone else. The crowd stared in disbelief. Not only is he insanely powerful, but he's also got a heart of gold. He just gave away a black iron sword. That thing's worth at least 10,000 yuan in the outside world. The scene then shifts to 10 minutes later. Linuan had walked a considerable distance from the battlefield when suddenly his body jolted. He opened his eyes in the real world and groaned. I knew it. My VR headset's battery ran out. Now fully back in reality, he muttered, I need to start saving up more money. If I want to keep playing properly, I'll need a better VR headset and upgraded gaming gear. This setup just won't cut it anymore. Linuan continues, Immortal World is an ultra-hyper-realistic game. Every country has its own zones, and players are restricted to their nation's zones. For example, my country has 4 separate regions. First, Western Desert Kingdom, where Linuan is currently located. Second, Southern Return Empire. Third, Northern Underworld Empire, and fourth, the Tidal Archipelago. After being reborn, I chose the same zone I picked in my last life. Why? Because I already know so much about it. More importantly, Linuan thought, right before I died in my last life, I learned a secret, a massive, game-changing secret. I watched in horror as the entire world crumbled before my eyes. I lay on the ground, barely breathing, struggling just to stay conscious, and then, I saw something I could hardly believe. Among the attackers, one of them wore a yellow gemstone on his body. It wasn't just any gem, it was the emblem of the Western Guild. That's when it hit me. The first follower of the evil god was a human player, and he was the one who summoned the cosmic evil god into our world, the one responsible for wiping out all of humanity. There are still 3 years left before the cosmic evil god arrives in the blue star, but if I can find and eliminate that player before then, the one who became a follower and summoned the evil god, I might be able to prevent the coming apocalypse altogether. And luckily, I have a strong lead. That yellow emblem I saw in my final moments. There are many guilds in the capital city of the Western Desert, but only one guild uses yellow gemstones as their insignia. That confirms it. The guy must be from the Western Desert. The only problem is, I can't enter the capital yet. You need to be at least level 10 to get in. If I want to uncover the truth about this evil god follower, I need to level up fast. There's no other option. Sure, I have 3 years. But I know how fast time slips by. Wait a second, there's one thing I haven't checked yet. Back when the game launched, only a few players could use their in-game powers in the real world. Let's see if I can do that too. Saying this, Linuan summoned his skeleton card, and to his shock, it actually worked. I can use my powers in the real world. That's incredible. Does this mean I'm one of the chosen ones? In this world, chosen ones are also called Child of Destiny. Every chosen one has a powerful class and exceptional luck. They are believed to be humanity's last hope in the war against the evil god. In my past life, I wasn't one of them. That's why I couldn't use my powers outside the game until it was too late. Only when the night of catastrophe struck, when the evil god's forces descended, did every player finally awaken their powers. But by then, it was already too late. This time, things are different. This time, I've been granted in Triple S ranked Forbidden class, Necro Hunter, and now I'm also a chosen one. I really do have top tier luck this time around. As Linuan was lost in thought, he heard voices outside his room. That's when it hit him. Wait, if I've come back in time, then that means, my parents, they're still alive. Without wasting another second, Linuan rushed to the kitchen and started cooking a delicious meal for his family. At breakfast, his dad looked at the table, confused. Did something happen today? Our son never even wakes up this early, let alone cooks. His mom scolded him. Old Lin, don't be stupid. Can't you see how hard our son worked for us today? Instead of questioning it, why don't you just sit down and enjoy the meal he made? Linuan smiled gently. It's strange. When you have something, you don't always realize its worth, but once it's gone, that's when you understand how precious it really was. Even if I become the strongest person in the world, it still won't compare to the happiness I feel just seeing my parents smile again. In my past life, all I cared about was a moral world. I spent my days and nights inside the game, completely ignoring real life. I cut myself off from my parents and everyone else who loved me. And because my parents truly cared for me, they never forced me to stop. Even when they knew I was making mistakes, their love kept them from saying anything. I thought I was doing the right thing, until the day I lost them, because of my own carelessness. That day, all I had left was regret, and an empty life. But this time, I won't repeat my mistakes. This time, I'll live a better life with the people I love, and I'll become stronger than ever before. Linuan looked up. Hey, today's Sunday, right? Do you think Tenten will come home for lunch? His mom replied, oh, she's been preparing for her entrance exams lately. She usually packs her lunch and eats at school. Yuan, if you're free today, could you take her lunch for her? If we don't send her food, she'll have to eat out. Also, this meal is delicious. When did you learn to cook this well? Linuan smiled warmly. If you guys liked it this much, then I promise, I'll cook something even better next time. Seeing Linuan like this brought tears to his parents' eyes. They were shocked at first, but then deeply moved. Later that day, Linuan began a new routine. In the game, we don't use our real bodies, but if I want to master my powers in the future, I need to train this body too. Otherwise, no matter how powerful I become, my body won't be able to handle it. And when the time comes, I might fail against my enemies, and no matter what happens, I will not be weak in this life. After checking the stopwatch, Linuan muttered to himself, I covered 50 meters in 5.5 seconds. Honestly, that's not too bad. Thanks to the magical power in my body, my performance was already far above that of a normal human, and I knew, with some effort, I could push it even further. In fact, with my current abilities, I'm getting close to a world record. Now that he had spent enough time training in the real world, it was time to return to the game. Linuan re-entered the game world and found himself dropped into a new zone, Drunkstone West. The moment he landed, a trio of level 2 birds ambushed him, but with a single, clean strike, he wiped them all out. He muttered, unimpressed, only 15 points for taking down all 3? That's way too low. He revived the birds using his skills and sent them out to scout for materials. Not long after, they returned, having found a group of powerful wolves. Linuan said, eyes lighting up, shadow wolves? I actually like one thing about these guys. They always travel in packs. If I take them down, I'll have a solid undead army on my side. Pulling a potion from his inventory, he drank it. Immediately, his stats jumped by 10 points. Let's see how long it takes to clear these guys. With blinding speed, Linuan lunged forward. Within moments, he had already taken down 4 wolves. He kept going, cutting through 10 more wolves like a storm. But soon, more monsters began to surround him from all directions. You think surrounding me makes it easier to kill me? You idiots just made my job easier. With that, he unleashed another blitz of attacks, wiping out 20 more wolves. System announced, you have defeated 40 shadow wolves. You have leveled up to level 5. Your undead army capacity has increased to 50. Linuan thought, so, the higher my level, the more undead I can store. Last time, I lost all my wolves trying to defeat the world boss, but now I've built up a proper army again. He paused, thinking, maybe now, I'm strong enough to take down a level 5 monster even without using my undead army. He tightened his grip. It's time to speed up and track down that guy with the yellow emblem. Because if I delay again, everything will end up just like last time. Linuan made his way to Blackstown, one of the more crowded cities he'd visited. Compared to other areas, this place is packed. He walked through a gate and entered a house. A man inside looked up and asked, who are you? What do you want? Linuan thought, this man was Quincy, Blackstown's magic instructor, an NPC who teaches magic to players in the game. Master Quincy, Linuan said respectfully. "I've come to learn skills from you. In a mortal world, most skills are acquired either by defeating monsters or looting chests, but there are other ways to become powerful too, like learning directly from instructors scattered across the cities. Players just need to find them and ask. These instructors teach magic based on your level. They might seem unremarkable, but their training becomes incredibly valuable as you grow stronger." In fact, in his previous life, Master Quincy had been Linuan's mentor. He'd learned most of his foundational skills from him, and honestly, Quincy had been amazing. Quincy smiled, pleased. "A new disciple? Looks like my next few weeks are going to be profitable." Linuan thought to himself, "In my past life, I was a mage. I knew bits and pieces of every basic skill, but this life, my class is something entirely different." His new class, Necro Hunter, was a forbidden one, and because of that, he knew almost nothing about it. He didn't even know which spell types he could use beyond Gate of Underworld and Dark Summoning. Am I a mage? Or a warrior? From what he had observed so far, most of his abilities were magic-based. The physical strength he had seen to be just an added bonus granted by the forbidden class, and that's exactly why I believe Master Quincy can help me again. Before mastering his Necro Hunter class, Linuan knew he had to first learn all the basic spells, so that more advanced magic wouldn't overwhelm him later. "I want to learn Soul Flame, Healing, and Invisibility," Linuan told him. Quincy took the gold and smiled. "If you've got the money, I've got no problem teaching you." With a wave of his hand, Quincy transferred the skills to Linuan. System announced, "Congratulations, host, you've learned 3 mage class skills. First, Soul Flame, an iron rank spell, currently at level 1. Second, Healing, level 1, restores 10% of your HP when used. Third, Invisibility, level 1, lets you vanish for 5 seconds. Linuan was deep in thought, realizing that until now, he had never possessed an attack skill that could strike from long range, but the addition of Soul Flame had filled that gap. He told himself that now, he could attack from a distance with ease, and defend himself up close just as effectively. It was a versatile and powerful skill. He thought that healing could keep both him and his allies alive during combat, while invisibility would be incredibly useful in desperate moments. After all, he knew he wouldn't win every battle. If he ever needed to retreat, invisibility could be a lifesaver. However, he also acknowledged that all 3 of these skills were still at a basic level. In their current form, they weren't very effective. To improve them, he would need resources, and fortunately, he knew exactly where to find them. The scene shifted. The system announced that the host had discovered the Kobold Mine in Blackenmouth. Linuan remembered that kobolds were level 5 monsters who preferred to stay close to their cave. They had extremely sharp senses, especially their enhanced sense of smell, which allowed them to detect prey from a great distance. They also loved ambushing enemies in the dark, using their glowing eyes to see clearly and strike without warning. He recalled that kobold monsters usually lived in tribes, with each tribe consisting of at least 100 creatures. Whether judged by their numbers or their level, they were formidable. Taking them down would significantly increase his level, and it would also enhance his skill in using undead units. With that in mind, Linuan drank a night vision potion, gaining the ability to see in the dark for the next 30 minutes. He told himself that he had come here specifically to master invisibility and Soul Flame, because he knew these skills would become critical in the future. The sooner he mastered them, the better. Linuan entered the cave with his undead monsters. Even after walking for 15 minutes, they hadn't been attacked once. He noted how deep he had ventured into the mine and sensed something strange. He figured the monsters had likely set a trap, waiting silently for the perfect moment to strike. He could feel movement all around them, just beyond the shadows. Acting swiftly, Linuan hurled his flames forward. The fire illuminated the surroundings, revealing dozens of kobold monsters who had captured some of his wolves. He grinned and thought, "Finally, I found them, my lovely kobold monsters. Now it's your turn to make me stronger." Stepping forward, he commanded, "Go, my wolves. Don't let a single one escape." A brutal battle broke out between the 2 sides. The system notified him that he had defeated 2 kobold monsters. As he fought, Linuan noticed something. These monsters weren't just strong, they were clever. They actively avoided attacks, showing clear intelligence in battle. Suddenly, a group of kobold monsters lunged at him, but before they could land a hit, Linuan vanished using invisibility. He reappeared behind them in an instant and took them all down in a single strike. System announced, "You have eliminated the 20 monsters." He thought to himself that after using invisibility once, his mastery had already increased by 5%. If he kept using the skill like this, he was confident he'd master it in no time. However, he realized that the kobolds were still proving too difficult for his wolves to handle. It was time to summon more powerful creatures. With a confident shout, he summoned a horde of kobold monsters under his control. "Go forward and show them what level 5 monsters are truly made of. I want every weak kobold cleared out. Let's reach the dungeon boss as quickly as possible. After eliminating the remaining monsters, Linuan and his undead army moved deeper into the dungeon. They came to a stop in an area filled with multiple gates. He paused and said, "There are so many doors here." They were clearly designed to confuse intruders. He suspected the dungeon boss was nearby. Just then, Linuan noticed something on the wall and muttered, "Finally, I've found it." He unleashed Soul Flame toward the target. The system announced that he had just killed several slimes. Linuan smirked to himself. He had suspected they were slimes, and he also knew they were the dungeon boss's food supply. If he eliminated them, the boss would definitely show up, right on cue. The dungeon boss emerged from the cave behind them. System announced, "Monster discovered, Kobold Overseer, elite rank, level 6. Linuan observed the creature and said aloud, "This is the law of nature. The strong always hunt the weak, but the truth is, no one can remain the strongest forever. If you're strong enough to hunt others, there will always be someone out there ready to hunt you in return. When the time comes, even the predator becomes prey." He looked at the Kobold Overseer and added, "This monster thought I was weak and walked straight into my trap. But now, it's my prey." And with that, Linuan lunged forward and grabbed the Kobold Overseer by the throat. Linuan declared firmly that not everything that looked like prey truly was prey. Sometimes, even the hunter wore the disguise of the hunted. He smirked and called the Kobold Overseer a fool for falling right into his trap. Without hesitation, he grabbed the kobold and slammed it into the ground. Enraged, the Kobold Overseer charged forward again. But before it could strike, Linuan had already unleashed a devastating attack. The blow was so powerful that the monster dropped to its knees in a single strike. However, the sight of their leader falling sent the other kobold monsters into a frenzy. They all charged toward Linuan, filled with rage. The system warned him, "The enemy boss has activated a special skill. All kobolds are now in berserk mode. Their attack and defense have increased by 40%. Be careful, the next 60 seconds will be extremely dangerous." Linuan assessed the situation and guessed there were about 40 to 50 monsters. A grin spread across his face. He said it was going to be fun fighting them, especially since he had an army of about the same size. He called out to his undead forces, "Come out now. You've all rested long enough. It's time to paint the ground red." With that, Linuan summoned all of his wolves into the battlefield. He turned to his lead wolf and commanded, "World boss, take the lead and show them just how strong your leadership truly is." A fierce battle broke out between the kobolds and Linuan's undead wolves. The world boss skillfully used his powers to eliminate numerous enemies, while simultaneously confusing many with illusions and misdirection. Linuan took advantage of the chaos and shouted to his team, "Now's our chance, move in. Most of them are disoriented and won't recognize your attacks." As the fight escalated, Linuan managed to slay so many kobold monsters that he finally reached level 6. He smiled and admitted it had been a profitable battle. With his newly unlocked slots, he now had room for 10 more minions. It was the perfect opportunity to enslave some of the kobolds. Without wasting time, he reanimated several of the slain kobolds across various levels. Just then, he noticed a few hiding creatures nearby. "So, there's more of you left. You thought I hadn't noticed? Too bad. Your size made it impossible to escape my eyes." He rushed forward and swiftly eliminated the remaining kobolds. As Linuan was clearing out the last of the enemies, a powerful strike suddenly came at him from the shadows. The system issued a serious alert, "Warning, the real dungeon boss is about to appear. Prepare yourself." From the depths of the cave, the true boss revealed itself, a level 7 kobold monster. Linuan narrowed his eyes. "So you're their leader? To be honest, I've been waiting for you for a long time." Before he could make another move, the kobold boss launched a vicious surprise attack. But Linuan reacted quickly and narrowly dodged the strike. Observing the situation, Linuan noticed the boss's weapon had gotten stuck in the ground. It was the perfect chance to counterattack. Without hesitation, he launched a deadly strike, but to his surprise, the attack didn't have much effect. He realized what was happening. This is a boss monster. Naturally, it has far stronger defense than regular ones. Even though I landed a clean hit, my blade couldn't pierce through its body. The kobold boss recovered and lunged at him again. Once more, Linuan dodged just in time. He noted that, unlike the lower-level monsters who followed predictable attack patterns, this boss fought differently, more strategically and aggressively. He concluded, "This one is far stronger than any level 6 monster I've faced. If I want to defeat it, I'll need to keep my distance and focus on long-range attacks." Determined, Linuan ordered all his undead warriors to charge in. The enraged kobold boss roared and began attacking the undead horde without holding back. Linuan watched in awe. This thing is relentless. Even when surrounded, it doesn't hesitate or show signs of fatigue. Still, he was confident, "But I know for a fact it won't be able to withstand the swarm for long." With that, he activated a skill called Wraithhood. which significantly boosted the power of his undead army. His forces surged forward with renewed strength, launching wave after wave of attacks on the boss. This time, the damage began to show. After a short but intense exchange, the boss was forced to its knees. Linuan grinned. "It's time to use my new power." He activated Soul Flame and unleashed a brutal magical attack on the kobold boss. He recalled something important. Kobolds were naturally weak against magic. Even minor magical attacks could inflict heavy damage. That meant Soul Flame would be devastating, and he was right. The kobold boss was severely injured by the single blast. Furious, it lunged at Linuan with all its strength. But just before it could strike, Linuan vanished using invisibility, disappearing from the boss's sight in the blink of an eye. Linuan smirked as he whispered, "Looks like you've been searching for me, but unfortunately for you, I'm already behind you, and by the time you even turn around, it'll already be over." He had been waiting for this moment for a long time. He knew the boss's weakest point was its neck. That's why it had been so protective of it, never allowing anyone to get close. But in its rage, the kobold boss let its guard down. Linuan took full advantage of the opening, and delivered a lethal stab to the monster's throat. The attack only infuriated the boss further, and it launched into another reckless assault. However, Linuan kept dodging every strike using his invisibility skill, slipping through attacks like a ghost. He told himself, "If I want to win this, I need to lead my undead army like a true commander. Only by using them strategically can I finish this fight." The kobold boss was clearly weakening now. Even the wolves' attacks were beginning to deal real damage. Linuan sighed. "This battle has dragged on long enough. It's time to end it." With that, he activated Soul Flame again and attacked. As the kobold boss's HP began to plummet, the remaining monsters charged once more, furious at the sight of their leader collapsing. Linuan muttered, "I never expected this fight to last this long. Honestly, I'm starting to get bored." A fresh battle broke out between the remaining kobolds and Linuan's undead. Amidst the chaos, the heavily injured kobold boss attempted to flee, but Linuan spotted it immediately and blocked its path. "Did you really think you could escape while I was watching? My eyes have been on you the entire time, and there's no way I'm letting you leave here alive. The only thing exiting this cave will be your undead corpse." With those words, Linuan sliced through the boss, cleaving its body in two. A system notification appeared. "Alert. You have successfully defeated the kobold boss. Reward, plus 50 experience. Due to slaying a high-level monster, you have also leveled up. Current level, 7. Linuan reflected, "Level 7 already? That was fast. Guess defeating strong monsters really speeds up progress. I'm getting close to level 10 now. Once I reach it, I can finally enter the main city of the Western Desert, and start uncovering secrets from my past life." This fight hadn't just brought him a level up, his skills had also improved dramatically. Both Soul Flame and Invisibility had reached level 2, and he now had complete control over their use. Even the cooldown time had been reduced. He thought to himself, purchasing those core skills really paid off. Just as Linuan was wrapping up, his eyes fell on a chest nearby. "So this is my reward for defeating the boss." A bronze chest. He opened it and was thrilled to find a skull mask, shadow gloves, and 20 gold coins. He recalled, back when the Immortal World game first launched, gold coins didn't hold much value. But over time, as battles increased and the economy evolved, even real-world banks started accepting them. These 20 coins are worth around 200,000 yuan. Not bad at all. Linuan knew that no matter how much things changed, currency would always hold value, and having money was never a bad thing. Then he examined the items. Skull mask, a bronze tier item that significantly increased stamina and strength. Shadow gloves, a silver tier weapon that boosted both defense and attack by 30 points. He smiled. "Wow, my luck really is amazing. You don't usually get silver rank items from bronze chests. And these gloves? They're boosting both my offense and defense. Now I just need a good target to test all this power on." The scene shifted. Outside the cave, dozens of shadow wolves lay slain. Standing over their corpses was a powerful warrior, Huang Feilong, the leader of the Blood Sky Guild, currently at level 8. Feilong looked around and said, "Our training really paid off. We've become far more efficient at killing monsters than before. Just now, we took down over 30 of them in less than a minute." Another man standing beside him agreed, "You're right, brother. As long as the two of us are together, there's no one in this world who can stand against us. We'll wipe out every monster and rise to the very top of this world." That second man was Huang Feihu, Feilong's younger brother and the vice leader of the guild, a level 5 thief. Other guild members were murmuring in awe, "Our leader and vice leader are incredible. They made killing those shadow wolves look effortless. Honestly, no player right now can compete with them. As long as they're leading us, this guild will always remain the strongest." The second man nodded in agreement. "You're absolutely right. Last time, the Thunder Guild gave us a lot of trouble. Back then, we were weak, and they were far too powerful. But things have changed, we've grown much stronger since then, and if we ever run into those bastards again, we'll destroy their guild completely." He paused and continued with a bitter tone. "To be honest, there are two people I hold a serious grudge against. First is the Thunder Guild. We've had a long-standing rivalry with them. The second is that player, Linuan. I don't know how he suddenly showed up here, but ever since he arrived, he's been causing chaos. We had planned to be the ones to kill the world boss, but somehow, he got to it before us and stole all the rewards. Now even the big guilds don't dare to show off in front of us, yet this guy thinks he can." His expression darkened as he growled, "If that bastard shows up in front of me again, I'm not letting him walk away." I still can't get his face out of my head. I'll admit one thing, his luck is insane. The time he killed the world boss, we were also searching for it, but despite all our effort, we couldn't find it, and yet, that bastard managed to kill it while only being level 3. He may not have harmed us directly, but I can't help but feel furious just thinking about him. The next time I see him, I'm going to take out all of my rage on him. Just then, Huang Feilong, the leader, interrupted him. "Fei Hu, calm down. How many times have I told you that in this world, we can't act recklessly? That player you're talking about, he's not someone we should take lightly. You saw it yourself. He defeated the world boss even at level 3, and despite seeing what he's capable of, you're still underestimating him? Listen, if we truly want to rise in this world and become powerful, we need to make allies, not enemies, and having someone like Lin Yuan on our side would be a massive advantage. There's a nearby kobold dungeon. I'm heading over to scout it out. You guys stay here and rest. Once I return, we'll head in together. There might even be a boss monster inside." Fei Hu clenched his fists in frustration. "Big bro never scolds me, but because of that bastard Lin Yuan, I've been getting yelled at more and more. Honestly, my anger toward him keeps growing. I don't care what my brother says. If that bastard shows up in front of me, I will make him pay." He stared into the distance with fire in his eyes. "I'll make sure he knows exactly who Fei Hu is. Stealing my prey, he might as well have signed his death sentence. One day, I'll kill him right in front of my brother, and show everyone just how strong I really am." Then he shouted into the air, "Come find me, Lin Yuan. One day, I'll end you in front of everyone. Just because you killed a world boss doesn't mean you're powerful. You were just lucky that the boss wasn't that strong. But when you face me, your luck won't save you. I am absolute power, and everyone knows. No one stands against absolute power." Just then, a guild member nearby spoke up, trying to lighten the mood. "Vice leader, why waste your energy on some nobody? Let me show you something that'll help calm your mind." Fei Hu turned to him and asked, "And what exactly is that?" The guild member simply pointed. Fei Hu looked in the direction and froze. A beautiful girl was walking toward them, timid but cautious. He grinned. "You're right, I've been wasting my time thinking about garbage, but this is something worth focusing on." Meanwhile, Lin Yuan had just emerged from the kobold cave after defeating the monsters. He looked satisfied. "Now my undead army has a kobold boss among them, and I have to admit, it's easily the strongest member in my entire force. Thanks to him, I've reached level 7. That means I can now store up to 70 monsters in my underworld gate." He smirked as he reflected on how fruitful this venture had been. "From now on, whenever I get the chance, I'll definitely be exploring more of these dangers." As Lin Yuan continued walking, he suddenly heard a voice nearby. He turned and saw a frightened young woman standing there. She shouted, "Don't come near me. If any of you do, I won't hesitate to fight back." Back with Fei Hu's group, one of the guild members grinned and said, "Vice leader, our luck really is amazing. Just look at that gorgeous girl walking toward us. And right when we were exhausted too, we needed something like this to help us recover." He stepped forward and spoke to her in a sleazy tone. "Don't be afraid, girl, we all just need a bit of rest, and you look like exactly what we need. You don't need to do much, just enjoy some time with us, and we'll reward you with some amazing items. If you want, you can even travel with us. Stick with us, and you'll grow powerful in no time. You'll be protected in this game. No one will dare harm you." The girl, visibly terrified, warned them again, "Stay away from me. I won't even think twice before attacking if you get too close." Ignoring the warning, Fei Hu stepped forward and tried to attack her, snarling, "You think you can attack me? Go ahead, bitch, hit me. I'm right here. Touch me if you've got the guts, and I'll show you what happens next. Just give up already. Resisting won't get you anything here." As Fei Hu prepared to do something vile, a powerful fist suddenly slammed into his face, sending him flying. Lin Yuan had arrived. He cracked his knuckles and said calmly, "Gotta say, these gloves are insane. I didn't think they'd hit this hard." Fei Hu's teammates were stunned. They couldn't believe how easily their vice leader had been knocked down. Lin Yuan chuckled and thought to himself that this artifact was truly remarkable. With it, he could easily crush trash monsters like these. Meanwhile, one of Fei Hu's men ran off, panicking. "I have to find a leader no matter what. If I don't, this bastard will wipe all of us out." The other guild members stood in fear, trembling as they asked Linuan, "Who even are you, kid? Do you even know who you've messed with? The ones standing in front of you are from the Blood Scar Guild, and we never forgive those who challenge us. Go do some research, you'll find out how powerful we really are. In this entire region, people tremble at the sound of our name. Some even wet their pants in fear, so you better think 100 times before picking a fight with us." But Linuan wasn't impressed. He thought to himself, "They're just stalling, trying to buy time. Blood Scar Guild, I've heard of them. In my past life, they performed quite well in the early stages of the game. In fact, they even became the #1 guild in Black Sand Town. But everyone knew their methods were despicable. Their entire guild was filled with red name players, those who had murdered several others. To get a red name, you need to kill at least 10 players. And in this guild, there were plenty of such people." Linuan narrowed his eyes. "To be honest, it's not like I have a personal grudge against them, but letting people like this survive isn't exactly doing the world a favor either. They're just going to keep causing trouble. Even now, they were up to something nasty. Killing them would be the right thing. At the very least, I can sell their items for some decent cash." He then asked coldly, "Are you all members of the Blood Scar Guild?" Linuan knew it was important to confirm before finishing them off. One of the guild members scoffed in response, "Do we look like nobodies to you? We're top-ranking members of our guild, right below the leader and vice leader, and you dare punch our vice leader like that? Do you even know the consequences of what you've done? Our vice leader could have killed you in one hit, and don't even get me started on our leader. He's way more powerful than anyone you've ever seen. You've made a huge mistake coming here, and we're not going to forgive you for it. Now hand over both your arms as an apology gift, kneel before us, and call us Grandpa. Until you do that, we won't let you go. Hurry up, we don't have all day." Linuan didn't waste time responding. He stepped forward and sliced their arms clean off. He said casually, "Sorry, I have trouble hearing sometimes. Did you say to cut off your arms and start barking like a dog? Well, I've taken care of your arms. Now, get to barking." The girl nearby stood frozen in shock, thinking, "Who is this guy? How is he so insanely strong? He just took them all out like it was nothing." Meanwhile, Feihu, lying injured nearby, quickly drank a potion that restored 20% of his health. "That bastard attacked me from behind, otherwise, he never would have landed a hit on me." He stood up with fury in his eyes. "You made a huge mistake by attacking me from behind. Boy, I'll make sure you die like a dog, or worse." Just then, the guild leader arrived at the scene. "I want to see for myself who this bastard is that dared attack my guild and my brother. I don't care who he is, he's not leaving this place alive. The entire world will learn what happens to those who defy us." One of the guild members pointed toward Linuan. "That's him, leader. That's the bastard who started attacking us the moment he showed up." Linuan turned around and sighed. "Looks like the drama isn't over yet. Guess there's still a bit left to wrap up." Another guild member stepped forward and shouted, "He's the one who attacked our vice leader from behind, and nearly crippled him. Leader, don't let this bastard escape." As the guild leader prepared to strike, he suddenly paused, thinking, "Wait a second, something's off about this guy. His eyes, they're different. I don't sense even a hint of fear in him. Even when we're trying to provoke him, it's like the whole area is prepared to be our grave." His gaze shows how much confidence he has in himself. "I'm a level 8 player, most people tremble at the sight of me. But his eyes, they make me feel like I'm the one who's weak." He then noticed the sword in Linuan's hands, the Moonlight Sword. "That weapon, I've heard of it. It's said to be so sharp, it can slice through even the thickest metal, and if wielded properly, it might even cut through air itself, and he's holding it like it's nothing. His overall presence is terrifying." The guild leader clenched his fists, struggling to breathe. "Honestly, even I'm having trouble catching my breath just standing near him. If I were here earlier, I never would have let Feihu provoke someone like this. Now, I really don't know what's going to happen to us." One of the guild members pleaded with their leader. "Guild master, what are you thinking? We all know you're a kind person, but forgiving someone who hurt your own people, that's not right. You need to show that bastard what you're made of." He then turned toward Linuan and sneered, "You were acting all high and mighty earlier, weren't you? Well, I've brought your father figure right here. Try acting tough now. He could crush pests like you in less than 2 minutes. You can't even imagine how powerful he is. We offered you a pretty sweet deal before, but now, even if you kneel and beg, we're not going to forgive you." Huang, the guild leader, was growing uncomfortable standing near Linuan. He muttered in frustration, "Why won't this guy shut up? Who told him to hype me up like this in front of him?" He could feel that Linuan wasn't an ordinary player. The artifacts on him were clearly high tier. It finally hit him. This had to be the player who defeated the boss monster earlier. There was no doubt now. This was Linuan. He thought back to what he had instructed his guild before arriving. "Provoke anyone you want, but whatever you do, don't provoke Linuan." But these fools had done exactly that. Linuan looked directly at him and asked, "So, are you the leader of Blood Scar?" The guild leader thought to himself, if my guild members weren't watching, I'd drop to my knees right now, but they're all here. If I surrender in front of them, they'll never respect me again. That's why I have no choice. I have to fight. While Huang was still lost in thought, Fei Hu suddenly stepped forward and shouted, "Brother, don't kill him. His death is reserved for my hands." The girl nearby panicked and yelled out, "Look behind you. He's charging in to attack from the rear." As Fei Hu lunged from behind, Huang charged from the front, hoping to trap Linuan. He declared, "You made a huge mistake messing with us. You had a bright future once, but now, it's over, Linuan, this will be your end." Huang thought this was the perfect opportunity, Fei Hu attacking from the back, and he from the front. Linuan had nowhere to run. Despite both brothers closing in on him, Linuan didn't flinch. Fei Hu was stunned. Is he crazy? We're both right here, and he's not even trying to dodge? Sure, he's powerful, but there's no way he can handle both of us at once. But before they could strike, Linuan summoned his kobold boss. In a flash, the boss landed a devastating hit on Fei Hu, sending him flying across the field. The guild leader stood in shock, watching Linuan's ability in disbelief. "I've never seen power like this in my life." Linuan smirked and replied coldly, "That's because this is the last time you'll ever see it, because you won't live to see anything else." Without hesitation, Linuan slashed Fei Hu repeatedly, leaving him lifeless on the ground. "I thought fighting you would be fun. But honestly, you were just disappointing." As Fei Hu died, a system notification popped up. "You have killed 2 players. You've earned 2 sin points. Kill 8 more and you'll be marked as a red name player." Linuan thought to himself, "If I don't kill more players within a week, these sin points will expire. Honestly, I'd rather avoid people from now on. I have no interest in becoming a red name." Meanwhile, the remaining guild members saw what happened and started fleeing. The girl turned to Linuan and asked, "Brother, they're getting away. Shouldn't we chase them?" But Linuan simply said, "We've already taken out the guild's strongest. The rest are just insects. Even if they run, it won't make a difference. There's no point wasting time." He turned his attention to the loot from the battle. "I have to admit, this Fei Hu guy was a decent thief. They've never taken down a world boss, yet they've got 2 silver class and 1 bronze class weapon. That kind of gear is rare. No doubt they stole it from others." Linuan thought that if he sold the items in the real world, he'd make a good amount of money. "I really need the cash anyway. I'll use the money to help out at home." As he pondered over his loot, the girl walked up to him and said gratefully, "Sir, thank you so much. If you hadn't been here today, I wouldn't have survived. I don't even know how to thank you. I don't even know your name." Linuan looked at her and said, "You want to know my name? Soon, the day will come when my name will be ranked 1 in the top 10 players. On that day, you'll have no trouble remembering it." The girl gasped in shock. "Number 1? That's such a huge goal." She then followed behind him and asked hesitantly, "Can I ask you something? Would it be okay if I followed you in this game? I'm a mage too. Please, let me join you." Later, Linuan arrived in the Wailing Desert, and continued moving forward, but soon, he was ambushed by level 6 monsters. He grinned and said, "Thunder Scorpions? Level 6? This shouldn't be too hard to handle." Within moments, Linuan wiped out all the monsters around him. Suddenly, the system notification popped up. "You've eliminated 60 scorpions in this area. Congratulations. You've leveled up to level 8. Excited, Linuan thought to himself, "Finally, I've reached level 8. Honestly, I didn't come here to level up. I was actually looking for a herb, but it turns out, coming here gave me a huge advantage." The scene transitioned to 2 days earlier when Linuan had visited an alchemist. The alchemist greeted him eagerly. "Player, I've been waiting for you. The time has come for me to assign your quest." The system then prompted, "You've received a quest from alchemist Enro. Would you like to accept it?" The details of the quest were then displayed. "Head to the Wailing Desert and gather 100 units of the paralysis herb. You must return them to alchemist Enro within 1 day." Linuan recognized the herb's name and was immediately intrigued. "The paralysis herb, that's an incredible find. If I remember correctly, soon a dungeon will open in the main city, filled with monsters that use thunder-based attacks. This herb will become crucial because anyone who consumes it becomes immune to electricity. When that happens, its demand will skyrocket, and whoever owns it will make a fortune." He recalled that in his previous life, a player had hoarded this herb and earned a massive profit from it. That memory sealed his decision. "That's why I accepted this quest. Once I return the herbs, Enro will not only reward me with potions but also share the recipe to craft them." Even more interesting was the fact that this was Enro's first day in the game, and it would also be his last. After this quest, he'll retire and disappear from the game entirely. That makes this quest incredibly important. Who knows when I'll be up against powerful thunder beasts? When that time comes, this recipe will save me. Back in the present, Linuan had already defeated dozens of monsters. He reflected, "The paralysis herb really is precious. Thankfully, I became much stronger before coming here. These scorpions are no match for me. If I had come before clearing the cobalt mines, this place would have been tough. Finally, Linuan reached the herb, he thought. Quest complete. He recalled a skill he'd learned earlier in Black Sun Town, the gathering skill. It's like having a hidden storage pocket. Just like I can store unlimited undeads in the underworld gate, I can store a ton of herbs here. He placed all the herbs inside and smiled. That was easy. Time to head back. But just as he took his first step toward leaving, the ground beneath him began to rumble violently. Suddenly, a massive tail burst out of the earth and whipped toward him. Acting swiftly, Linuan dodged the attack in time. Something powerful is coming. The system chimed. Warning, a mutated monster has appeared. Name, Crystal Demon Thunder Scorpion. Caution advised. Extremely powerful. Linuan's eyes widened. A mutated monster? These aren't regular bosses, but due to mutation, their power rivals boss-level threats. And it's level 10, this is going to be fun. He drew his weapon. I haven't had the chance to fully test my Moonlight Sword. Looks like I finally can. With that, Linuan launched a fierce attack on the scorpion, but to his shock, his blade barely scratched its shell. I attacked with full force, and still couldn't pierce its defense. So this is what makes it a level 10 beast. The system gave another warning. Host, distance yourself. The Thunder Scorpion is about to unleash Thunder Strike. Linuan realized the danger instantly. Thunder Strike? If that even grazes me, I won't be able to move at all afterward. As if things weren't bad enough, the Thunder Scorpion launched a venomous strike next, but Linuan narrowly dodged again, backing off. He analyzed the situation. This thing's power is insane. A direct fight won't work. Looks like I'll have to summon my undead. The Scorpion lunged again, but this time Linuan summoned reinforcements. Undead, get out here and show them what you've got. Suddenly, his skeletal warriors charged at the Thunder Scorpion and landed a powerful hit. Linuan smirked. I activated double damage, and still, its HP only dropped by 200. The Thunder Scorpion roared and slammed the ground with such force that the earth itself split open. Linuan realized aloud that if close-range attacks wouldn't work, that was fine. He had long-range options too. With that, he launched his Soul Flame attack at the Scorpion. As the attack landed, the creature's HP began dropping steadily. Linuan smirked and thought, what's the matter? Don't have an answer for this attack? Meanwhile, his summoned kobold monsters bound the Scorpion in place. The kobold boss charged forward and landed a devastating hit. The system immediately notified. Warning, Scorpion monster has taken critical damage. HP has dropped below 400. Enraged by the continuous damage, the Scorpion roared and effortlessly broke free from the kobold's grasp. Linuan, now airborne, looked down and reflected. This fight's gone on long enough. As long as that thick shell of yours stays intact, defeating you will be almost impossible. But once it breaks, you'll be done. Just then, the system reminded him, Host, you possess the Slayer Hunter title. Due to this title, your attack power, double damage, and magic damage increase by 10%. Linuan clenched his fist and whispered, perfect timing. With this punch, I'll split you in two. He launched a brutal, focused attack straight at the Scorpion. The moment it hit, the monster collapsed. The system echoed once again, you've successfully slain the mutated monster, Crystal Thunder Scorpion. You've earned 560 experience points. Linuan didn't stop there. He used his necromancer skills and resurrected the Crystal Scorpion as his own servant, a level 10 slave. This is the strongest summon in my army so far. Before he could celebrate, more Scorpion monsters began rushing at him from all directions. Linuan chuckled. Great timing. I was just about to head home, but now, I'll take you all down first. He turned toward the resurrected Scorpion and commanded, Crystal Scorpion, show them what you can do. The creature unleashed Thunderstorm, paralyzing all enemies instantly. Linuan followed up with a clean sweep, wiping out the entire wave. Thanks to that, the system reported back, congratulations, host, you've leveled up twice and reached level 10. Thrilled, Linuan smiled wide. Leveling up twice in one go? That's insane. I can feel how much stronger I've become. As a reward, he also received several high-tier weapons from the silver grade. Looking through the loot, Linuan thought to himself, I've got the Lightning Spear, Guardian's Grave, Ring of Paralysis, and Phantom Arm Guard. All of these are worth millions, and honestly, I won't be needing most of them. He realized he could sell them and use the money to improve the lives of his family. In my past life, my parents and sisters struggled so much because of me. It's time they got the life they deserve. The system continued. You've cleared the entire surrounding area. As a result, you've received a golden grade skill book. Linuan's eyes lit up as he read the title, Curse of Darkness. A special reward for clearing the area? Let's see. The system explained, this skill book can only be learned by necromancers. Lin Yuan thought. This book is perfect for me. The system further confirmed. The skill has been added to your memory. You have acquired Curse of Darkness. This skill reduces the target's energy by 20% and increases your own energy by 20. Amazed, Lin Yuan said to himself, this is incredible. I can weaken my enemies and boost my army at the same time. He immediately used Curse of Darkness on his newly resurrected scorpion, causing its energy to surge. Now that I've reached level 10, my warm-up phase is over. It's time to head to the city and find my teammates. I won't be alone anymore. As Lin Yuan began walking forward, he suddenly felt a hand on his shoulder. Confused, he murmured, is someone trying to wake me up? When he opened his eyes, he saw his mother standing beside him. Lin Yuan, your father's hurt his back. Can you please come help? He quickly helped his dad sit down and asked, Mom, how did he get hurt? She explained with a sigh, our AC broke down. I told him to call a technician, but he decided to play Superman and climb the wall to fix it himself and fell. His father added with a pained chuckle, I just wanted to save some money. Last time, the washing machine broke, and I fixed that too. Lin Yuan and Lin Ten are growing up. We need to save every bit we can. It's just a minor injury anyway. I'll sleep it off. I still need to go pick up Lin Ten later. Hearing all this, Lin Yuan's thoughts turned serious. I need to change things. They've suffered so much. It's time I made things better for them. The scene then transitioned to the next morning. His parents were still sleeping when they were startled awake by loud noises outside. As Lin Yuan's mom stepped outside, she called out in surprise, Lin Yuan, is that you? What in the world are you doing out here to make so much noise? But the moment she looked around, both she and her husband were stunned. Their entire house had changed. Everything inside looked brand new. A deliveryman stepped forward and greeted them. You must be Mr. Lin. Mr. Lin Yuan purchased all these items yesterday, and we're here today to install them. Please confirm the delivery. The payment has already been made in full. Lin Yuan's mother blinked in disbelief. Are we dreaming? Everything in our house looks completely different, and Lin Yuan paid for all of it? But he doesn't even have a job. How could he afford this? The scene then shifted to Lin Yuan, who was working out at the gym. Nearby, a group of girls shyly admired him from a distance, whispering about how handsome and fit he looked. One of the gym employees walked over, politely saying, sorry to bother you, but I wanted to ask if you'd be interested in purchasing our VIP membership package. You'd need to pay the full year's fee up front. Without hesitation, Lin Yuan handed her his card and said, sure, just deduct whatever's needed from this. Internally, Lin Yuan reflected, after selling all the extra gear I got from the dungeon, I had a decent amount of money. I used it to renovate our home and now I'm buying a full-year family gym membership. Honestly, my parents in 1010 need this more than I do. They need to be in good shape if they're going to adapt to the changes in this world. Right now, their bodies are too weak. They wouldn't be able to handle powers if they had them. Meanwhile, the gym girl was still thinking about him. This guy's incredible. He showed up at 5 a.m. and has been working out for 3 hours straight. Even after all that, his face isn't flushed at all, and his body looks like a professional athlete's. This is insane. She glanced at his card and gasped internally, this is a VIP black card. Only people with a bank balance of at least $5 million get one of these. He's not just fit and handsome, he's rich too. Do guys like this even exist in real life? Elsewhere, Lin Yuan called his mother and reassured her, Mom, all the new stuff in the house, I paid for it using the prize money I won from a competition. Seriously, don't worry about money anymore. Also, from now on, neither you nor Dad are going to work, just relax at home. I'll go pick up 1010 from school. The gym employee, still nearby, watched him with admiration. He's so young, yet so responsible, not just for himself but for his entire family. What an amazing person. The scene transitioned to Jishu High School. School had just ended, and students were walking home. Lin Yuan's little sister, Lin Ten, stepped out of the school gates with her classmates. A girl behind her was chatting excitedly, it's my birthday today. My brother promised he'd bring me an amazing cake. Another girl smiled and replied, that's so sweet, having an older brother must be amazing. Girls with big brothers are really lucky. I wish I had one too. Lin Ten, overhearing them, thought to herself, is it really that great to have a big brother? Honestly, I don't think it makes much difference. There's nothing to be jealous of. My brother spends all day playing games. He doesn't take care of himself, and he couldn't care less about the family. To be honest, I don't even need a brother like that. As she was about to leave, a boy stepped in her path and said smugly, School beauty, you're really arrogant, aren't you? How many times have we asked you to meet with us, and yet you always ignored us? Now, look, we had to bring our young master just to talk to you. The so-called young master stepped forward and said, we came all the way here ourselves, so you can't just leave now. You owe us a little of your time. Lin Ten responded coldly, what do you people want from me? I've already told you, I'm not interested in talking to you. Why do you keep bothering me? A classmate behind her whispered, "Class president, who even are these guys? They don't look like students from our school." The young master walked up and sneered, "Look, I get it, you're a stunning beauty, but don't let that go to your head. You think you're too good for us? Let me see how that pretty face of yours actually feels." He reached out to touch her, but Lin Ten jerked back, shouting, "Get away from me. If you don't leave right now, I'll call the police." The young master's expression twisted in anger. "How dare you humiliate me? I was trying to be nice. Now I'll show you who I really am. Go ahead, call the cops. I want to see who dares come help you." Without warning, he struck her, and Lin Ten collapsed to the ground. The young master stepped forward once again, his voice filled with fury. "You've insulted me enough. I'm going to take out all my anger on you today. Let's see what face you show when you come back to school after this. You're about to learn what it means to mess with me." Just as his attack was about to land on Lin Ten, a hand suddenly stopped him mid-swing. Lin Ten opened her eyes in confusion, wondering what had happened. That's when she saw him. Linuan had arrived just in time to protect her. He glared at the attacker and growled, "You dog, how dare you lay a hand on my sister? Looks like you have no regard for your life." Still in shock, Lin Ten murmured, "Linuan, you're here?" The young master snapped, "I'm already pissed off, and now you want to act like a hero? You're not getting out of this." His lackey stepped forward too, shouting, "How dare you lay a hand on our young master? There's no one in this entire city who can stop him. Today, we'll break your teeth." They all charged at once, but Linuan didn't flinch. He calmly and effortlessly started knocking each of them out, one punch at a time. Within 2 minutes, every single attacker was unconscious on the ground. He looked down at their fallen bodies and warned them coldly, "If I ever see any of you near my sister again, I won't let you off so easily. I'll beat you so badly that you'll forget how to breathe. Take this as your one and only warning. Next time, there won't be one." Then he turned to Lin Ten and said, "Let's go. You don't need to worry about these punks anymore." Lin Ten was completely stunned. She looked at her brother in disbelief and asked, "Why did you come to pick me up today?" As they started walking, she thought to herself, "The Linuan I knew only cared about gaming. Why would he come to school for me?" Linuan replied, "Dad hurt his back and is resting at home. Mom is taking care of him, so I came to pick you up." Lin Ten asked worriedly, "Is Dad okay?" Linuan reassured her, "Don't worry, it's nothing serious, just a slight back strain. He'll be fine." They walked in silence for a while. Lin Ten reflected quietly, "I can't even remember the last time I had a conversation with my brother. It's been so long, it actually feels awkward talking to him again." Just then, one of her classmates came running up to her and asked excitedly, "Class president, is that really your brother? He's so cool. My brother just lazes around at home all day, but yours is so fit. He took down all those guys so easily." Another girl chimed in, "I didn't even know you had a brother. And look at him, he's skilled, handsome, and confident. Why didn't you ever mention him before?" Lin Ten thought to herself, "Handsome? My brother?" She responded out loud, "From which angle does he even look handsome to you all? He seems totally average to me." But her classmate protested, "President, what are you even saying? He looks just like you, beautiful and unique. There's no one else in school with looks like yours. And there's no one else like your brother either. Just look around. Do you see anyone even close to his level? He looks like a celebrity." Lin Ten looked around and realized something. Everyone's walking near us. That's not normal. They're only here because of him. She started thinking deeply, why didn't I ever notice how handsome he is? He used to be so scrawny, but now his body has completely changed. He's taller and has muscle definition. He must have started working out, and that's probably why he's gotten so skilled at fighting too. She remembered the old Linuan vividly. The Linuan I knew didn't care about anyone. He'd be glued to his phone all day, ignoring the world and everyone around him. He didn't even care about himself, just sat around gaming non-stop. But now, looking at him today, I can tell something has changed, and this isn't some prank. He's really become a new person. If he's changed for the better, then I'm genuinely happy for him. As they were leaving, one of Lin Ten's friends cheerfully waved goodbye and said, "See you tomorrow, President. Make sure your brother keeps picking you up." At that moment, Linuan noticed Lin Ten limping and immediately knelt down in front of her. He said gently, "You're hurt. Walking's going to be difficult. Hop on my back. I'll carry you." Lin Ten, blushing, insisted she could walk on her own. There's no need for all this, she thought. What is he doing? I'm not a kid anymore. Getting on his back would be so weird. Isn't he even a little embarrassed to suggest this? But before she could resist further, Linuan gently lifted her onto his back. He said calmly, "All your friends have already left. I noticed earlier that you hurt your foot when you fell. There's no point in dragging yourself painfully. I'm your older brother. It's the least I can do." Lin Ten was stunned. When did he even notice my injury? It must have happened before he got to school. Was that why he beat those guys up so badly? To protect me? Later, they reached home. Their parents, who had already heard what happened at school, decided not to ask too many questions to avoid stressing them out. Linuan's dad simply said, "You two go get some rest. I'll head to school tomorrow to find out exactly what's going on there." As Linuan left to settle in, their mom turned to Lin 10 and asked her to look at her brother more closely. "Don't you think he's changed? Every time I see him now, he feels like a completely different person." Even their father agreed. "You're right. I'd never seen Linuan cook before, but today he made an amazing meal, and on top of that, he's even earning money by gaming. He replaced everything in the house with better stuff. When I checked the value, it turned out to be worth millions. Who knew someone could earn that much from gaming?" Lin 10 thought to herself, "It's not just me, even mom and dad can see how much he's changed. That's definitely a good thing for our family." Their mom reminisced, "When you two were little, you used to go out and play all the time. You'd get tired, and Linuan would carry you home on his back, just like today. Seeing that again made me feel so happy. You two seem like your old, adorable selves." Lin 10 smiled but replied, "Mom, that's so long ago, I don't even remember it." Still, she couldn't deny what she was thinking. "It really does seem like my brother has changed for the better. That's great for all of us." Then Linuan confidently announced, "I've taken care of all the problems we were facing. From now on, everything should go smoothly. Alright, it's time for me to return to the immortal world." With that, he headed toward his room, preparing to re-enter the game. Lin 10 watched him leave and thought, "Maybe I was wrong about him. Maybe he hasn't really changed. He's still the same guy who locks himself in his room and plays video games all day, ignoring his family and everything around him." Just then, Linuan returned and handed her an ointment. "Put this on your wound. It'll help it heal faster." "Okay, I'm heading back to my room to play, unless it's urgent. Please don't disturb me." Lin 10, slightly flustered, replied, "Okay, no one's going to bother you." Their mom, watching the interaction, chuckled and said, "See? You two are just like you were when you were kids." Then she asked, "So, what exactly happened at school today?" "I have a rough idea, but not the full story." Lin 10 brushed it off, saying, "It wasn't anything special. Mom, I'm going to take a shower now, so don't disturb me." Meanwhile, Linuan sat in his room, reflecting on everything. "Judging by everyone's reactions, I've only just realized how terrible I used to be. At least one good thing has come out of this. I've managed to resolve all the major issues at home in a short time. Now I can return to the game world in peace." He smiled to himself. "Let's see what's changed in the immortal world during my absence." With that, Linuan logged back into the immortal world, ready for whatever challenges awaited. After that, Linuan entered Sand Town. Linuan was excited. He said to himself, "Finally, my real mission begins. Now I need to track down that bastard who became a follower of the evil god. I'm sure he's somewhere in this town." A little ahead, the scene shifted. A soldier was seen roughly grabbing a man by the collar. The man pleaded, "Officer, I swear I haven't done anything wrong. There must be some misunderstanding." But the officer shouted back, "Shut your filthy mouth. Whatever you've got to say, you can say it at the station." At that moment, the officer suddenly felt like someone was watching him. He quickly turned around, but saw nothing. He mumbled, "Was that just my imagination?" Meanwhile, Linuan was hidden nearby, watching everything. He thought to himself, "These patrol soldiers have insanely sharp eyes. I just killed 2 players here, so my sin level is now at 2. If they spot me, it could lead to serious trouble." He continued thinking, "For the next 3 days, I'll need to stay hidden. After that, my sin level will automatically return to 0. I won't be able to do much in those 3 days anyway, which makes this a perfect opportunity to visit some old friends, those who helped me immensely last time. I never got the chance to repay their kindness." The scene transitioned to a quiet church. Inside, Father Lawrence was seen standing over someone, saying, "I used holy magic to purify you. There was a lot of darkness inside your soul, but thanks to the power of the holy light, I've cleansed it. From now on, walk the path of righteousness. If you stray again, your soul may be destroyed for good." Just then, Linuan arrived and greeted him. "Father Lawrence, I'm here to help. I heard there's a patient in critical condition. I believe I have a way to heal him. Please, take me to him right away." Father Lawrence looked surprised and asked, "You can really help him? But you do realize we're talking about Night Doug's illness, right? No one has ever been able to cure it. Most people have already given up hope." Linuan replied confidently, "Yes, that's exactly what I'm here for. Just take me to him. I'll handle the rest." As they walked, Linuan recalled who the patient was. Doug Wayne, a legendary and powerful knight. He thought to himself, Doug Wayne is one of the strongest knights of the Lion Knight Order. In the Western Desert, you can afford to make enemies with anyone, except a Lion Knight. Mess with them, and you're as good as dead. He continued reflecting, "Back in my past life, when I was stuck at level 15 and falling far behind everyone else, Doug Wayne was the one who stepped forward to help me. He gifted me a golden tier weapon for free. That weapon was the turning point that helped me rise in the game. If I hadn't had it, I probably wouldn't have survived even my third battle. I owe my life to him. Now, with a chance to repay that debt, Linuan was determined not to waste it. The scene shifted again. Linuan stood next to the ill-dug Wayne and said warmly, "Mr. Wayne, don't worry. I'm here to cure you. We'll get all that poison out of your body." Wayne slowly opened his eyes, squinting at the stranger. "Who are you?" Then, seeing Linuan's level, his expression changed to disbelief. He sat up with difficulty and snapped, "Are you joking? I'm dying, and you send me a level 10 newbie? Do you even know how dangerous my condition is? The soldiers in this city have way higher levels than you, and even they couldn't do anything, and you think you alone can fix me? Don't waste my time. Get out of here." Just then, he began coughing up blood. Linuan said calmly, "I'm not the one wasting time, you are. Maybe you don't realize how dangerous this poison is. You're surviving only because you're absurdly powerful, but even your strength won't be enough to save you. At best, you have 1 month left. After that, the poison will completely destroy your body from the inside. No one will be able to save you, not even the gods." He continued, "You have only 2 options. Accept your death in a month, or accept my offer. If you let me treat you, there's a high chance you'll survive. Life or death, it's your choice." Doug Wayne stared at him and asked, "Kid, do you even know what you're talking about?" Then he admitted quietly, "Yes, I know I'm going to die in a month, but there's nothing I can do about it." He explained, "The only known cure for this poison is one thing, 1,000 grams of fat from a rotten kill fish. Without it, there's no hope. But that fish, it's nearly impossible to catch. I already sent many of my men to find it. Not a single one returned alive." He looked Linuan straight in the eye. "If you've got a death wish, then go ahead. Try your luck in the muddy clay. You'll soon find out why no one's come back with that fish." Just then, a system notification popped up. "You've received a request from Doug Wayne. Do you want to accept it?" Linuan smirked and thought to himself, "That's exactly why I provoked him, to get this request. What are we waiting for?" "Of course I accept." The system announced that this was the gold development quest. In order to heal Wayne's body, the player would need exactly 1,000 grams of rotten gill fish fat. It warned that there was only 1 month to complete this task. Linuan, however, confidently claimed that a month was too long. He could finish it in just 5 days. Shortly after, Linuan arrived at Muddy Clay, where numerous fish were swimming around. The system alerted him that these were level 15 rotten gill fish, elite rank monsters. Elsewhere in the desert, a group of players was seen struggling to fight the fish. Their captain warned the others that the fish had extremely sharp teeth. Even a single bite could split a body in 2, he said, and stressed the importance of staying far from their mouths. Suddenly, one of the fish lunged and attacked the captain. Injured and overwhelmed, the captain began to scream in pain. His team pleaded for help, shouting that the muddy clay terrain was trapping them, making it impossible to move, and the fish were closing in fast. As the captain was about to be devoured, he thought to himself that no one could save him now. He regretted that despite warning others to stay cautious, he was the one falling into danger. It felt like his end was going to be painfully tragic. Just then, Linuan appeared and threw the captain aside, saving him at the last moment. Linuan told him not to get in his way as he had important work to do. Using Soul Flame, Linuan launched a powerful attack on the fish. He asked mockingly why they even bothered fighting such a monster if they couldn't attack from a distance. Only a fool would try to fight this fish with a sword. The captain, stunned, wondered who this mysterious warrior was. He had already accepted his fate, yet this stranger saved him effortlessly. He concluded that Linuan was no ordinary man. He had to be a great hero. As the captain turned around to thank him, Linuan had already moved ahead to attack. The knight whispered in awe that this man truly was a great hero. Just a moment ago, he stood beside him, and now he was already face to face with the monster. He felt lucky that this hero had arrived in time to save them. Meanwhile, Linuan was thinking to himself that the man was overreacting. He hadn't saved him out of heroism, he was simply in the way. He didn't consider himself a great hero, he was just doing his job. Using more soul flames, Linuan launched a large-scale attack that reduced all the fish's HP by 50 points. The enraged fish all targeted him in retaliation. Linuan smirked and said that this was exactly what he wanted. The foolish fish were walking into his trap. They didn't realize that he wasn't prey, he was the predator. The captain shouted a warning, calling him a great hero again and urging him to be careful. He reminded him that the fish's teeth were extremely dangerous and could paralyze if they bit into his body. But Linuan effortlessly dodged their attacks. He muttered to himself, annoyed, wondering why the man was yelling so much. He could see the fish approaching. The shouting was just making him more anxious. Linuan summoned his sword and remarked that killing the fish one by one was a waste of time. He decided it would be faster to eliminate them all at once. he began slaying the fish rapidly. The captain watched in disbelief, thinking that something insane was happening. Despite having a team of 8, they couldn't defeat even one fish, yet this man was slicing through them like radishes and carrots. Still, the captain reflected, there were a lot of fish here. Even with such immense power, handling all of them alone would be difficult, especially since they could use group attacks, which even powerful warriors struggled to withstand. At that moment, the monsters began forming a group to launch a combined assault. Linuan noticed and said mockingly, "Oh, so now you're going to group up on me?" He laughed, calling it cheating, but if it was a team battle they wanted, he also had a team. He then summoned Giant Wolf, saying it was time to teach them a lesson. He commanded the wolf to use its skill, Howl of the Hungry. As the wolf began howling, the fish around them started becoming paralyzed. Linuan declared that it was now time to finish them, but first, he needed to wear a mask. Without it, getting too close would be dangerous due to the toxic gas emitted by the fish. The system confirmed that the mask was being activated. As long as he wore it, no toxic gas could harm him, but the mask could only be used once. With the mask on, Linuan lunged into battle again, targeting the fish's vital points and killing them rapidly. He remarked that everything was much easier now, and the fish were completely helpless before him. Within moments, most of the fish were dead. One of them tried to escape. Watching it flee, Linuan remarked that its speed was far too slow to run away. If it had been faster, maybe it could have made it, but now, because of its poor speed, death was inevitable. With that, he hurled his sword and finished it off instantly. The observers standing nearby were left stunned. They questioned who this powerful player was, amazed that he had effortlessly wiped out so many monsters. Just as one of them started celebrating, another warned that it was too early to be happy. More monsters were still approaching, and escaping this place while fighting them off would be extremely difficult. At that moment, Linuan ordered his Thunder Scorpion to begin its attack. The Scorpion activated its lightning skills and unleashed a barrage of electric strikes, wiping out multiple fish at once. A shocked onlooker exclaimed that he couldn't believe what he was seeing. He hadn't expected any of this. The level gap between the fish and human players was immense. No normal human should have been able to take them down so easily. As Linuan approached them, he asked who told them he intended to fight all these monsters. He explained that he knew defeating them all would take way too long, and he wasn't foolish enough to waste that kind of time. He told them they'd understand what he really planned to do in just 5 minutes. Just then, another team member pointed something out. He had noticed that all of the Thunder Scorpion's attacks were hitting the female fishes directly in the belly. He reminded the others that the female fish carried something inside their stomachs that, once released, caused the male fish to go berserk. Now, with so many female fish killed and their acidic contents spilled, the male fish had lost all control. They had started attacking everything in sight, even their own allies, without understanding what was going on. Linuan thought to himself that the female fish carried eggs inside their bellies, and those eggs contained the power of gluttony. When the eggs were released, all the male fish became driven by one instinct, to protect the eggs. This instinct overrode all other logic, causing them to attack indiscriminately, whether it was a human, a monster, or even another fish. He explained, in his thoughts, that he had anticipated this behavior. By using the eggs as bait, he had successfully made the fish fight among themselves. Their sheer numbers had made it almost impossible to defeat them one-on-one. But with clever planning, he had turned the tide. Suddenly, a massive female fish charged toward Linuan. The others shouted in panic, warning him to be careful. The fish seemed particularly furious because of him, and it was much larger than the others. Linuan calmly said he had been waiting for her to show up. Now that she had come out of the mud, he finally had a worthy target. He sent his ghost wolf to attack her, mentioning that he had already dispatched 6 wolves to take her down, but she had still managed to escape their assault. It was a good thing she had come above ground. If she had stayed below, the wolves might never have stopped her. This was the kind of opponent he had been waiting for, someone strong and challenging. Eventually, Linuan sliced the giant female fish into 2 pieces, and safely collected all the eggs from her body. Seeing this, the other players asked in confusion what he intended to do next. Linuan warned them to step away from the rock they were hiding behind and instead take cover near the large boulder behind it. He told them he was about to do something extremely dangerous. As they moved away, the giant wolf placed all the collected eggs on top of a cliff and let out a loud roar, drawing the attention of all the male fish nearby. The moment their attention shifted, they completely lost control and charged toward the cliff. Linuan thought to himself that everything was unfolding exactly as he had planned. The fish, acting without thinking, were rushing toward the eggs, and once they were all out in the open, eliminating them would be much easier. One of the players standing behind finally understood the strategy. He realized that Linuan had used the female fish's eggs to lure all the male fish toward the cliff. Now, with them gathered in one spot, they could be wiped out all at once. He praised the great lord, calling him not just a brilliant fighter but also a strategic genius. Linuan declared that now that the male fish were out in the open, he didn't even need to get involved directly. He ordered the kobolds to attack and finish them off. We then saw the kobolds swiftly killing the grounded fish. A shocked knight pointed out that the fish hadn't given up yet. They were releasing poison from inside their bodies as a final act of retaliation. Linuan explained that this was exactly why he had told everyone to stay away. The air was already contaminated with poison, and now the male fish were releasing even more. The atmosphere had become toxic and extremely dangerous for humans. He warned that if any of them accidentally entered within a 5-meter radius of the fish, they'd definitely be affected. The most interesting part? Linuan noted that the fish's blue poison was so dangerous that even they weren't completely immune to it. The poison they had released to kill others would eventually end up killing them too. Filled with relief, the remaining players rejoiced. Just a short while ago, they had believed they had no chance of survival, but thanks to the Great Lord, they were all still alive. Every fish in the area had been completely wiped out. As Linuan continued walking forward, he muttered to himself that he only had one task left in this place, completing his quest and gathering loot. He also thought it was time to remove his mask since it had already helped him enough. At that moment, Linuan took out his absorbing pot, thinking to himself how expensive it had been to purchase it. The unfortunate part was that he could only use it once. Still, he consoled himself by saying it would be worth it to fulfill Doug Wayne's request. The system notified him, "You have collected 100 grams of rotten gill fish oil." It explained that the oil had extraordinary healing effects. It could heal the body even after severe positive attacks. Linuan admitted he had completely forgotten that killing these many fish would result in a reward. He was soon informed by the system that he had received an item called the Joker's Nose, a silver-grade artifact. It was an armor-type item, but it didn't possess any particularly impressive effects, just minor enhancements. He wondered sarcastically who would ever want to wear something like the Joker's Nose. Could the system not come up with anything worse? He concluded that the game developers probably added it as a joke, so players could walk around looking like clowns. He declared internally that no matter what unique powers it might have, he would never wear it. Just then, a man appeared from behind and exclaimed with excitement that Linuan had found an amazing item. He said he had never seen such a cool artifact before. It even moved and glowed on its own. He insisted that wearing it would make Linuan look incredible. Shocked, Linuan asked if he truly liked it. The man happily confirmed and called it a unique item. He offered to buy it, saying he would pay any price. Money was no concern for him. At that point, the man's teammates stepped in and clarified to Linuan that he should not misunderstand. Their captain was a strange person who loved bizarre things. Amused, Linuan offered to gift the Joker's Nose to him, saying he could keep it. Overjoyed, the man offered to pay him in return, but Linuan politely declined. The man started crying, declaring Linuan an angel who had saved his life and given him such a magnificent artifact without asking for anything in return. He wondered if he would ever get the chance to meet someone like Linuan again. Meanwhile, his teammates watched in disbelief, silently thinking their captain was a fool. Who would want to pay just to become a joker? If we were in his place, we'd never accept it. The scene then shifted to a church, where Linuan poured the fish oil over Doug Wayne. The injuries began healing rapidly. Doug Wayne, shocked, asked how this could be possible. He admitted that he had never expected Linuan to be able to collect the oil, but the boy had done the impossible. The system announced that Linuan had successfully completed Doug Wayne's quest and would now receive a gold weapon as a reward, the Green Goblin Blade. Linuan thought back to his past life. This very sword had been his first gold weapon. While it appeared ordinary, its hidden features were extraordinary. The blade possessed a special skill known as the Green Goblin Curse, which significantly boosted the user's abilities. It not only dealt physical damage but also attacked the soul, its soul damage being particularly deadly. The longer a fight went on, the greater the chance of victory when wielding this blade. He reminisced how, during his past struggles in the game, this sword had helped him survive the harsh desert. In fact, it was by using this very blade that he had become the most powerful mage in the entire desert, so powerful that no one could rival his magical powers. This was the same sword Doug Wayne had gifted him. At last, Linuan felt he had repaid his debt to Doug Wayne. The system notified him again. "You have provided significant assistance to Doug Wayne. Your reputation in this city has increased by 1,000 points, and your reputation among the Lion Knights has increased by 500 points. Linuan considered that reputation points didn't help in leveling up, but they did allow him to move more freely within the city, even in restricted areas that normal players couldn't access. As he was still thinking about all of this, another system pop-up appeared. It praised him for completing the quest excellently, stating that Doug Wayne now respected him. His affinity points with Doug Wayne had increased by 10. Linuan noted that everything was unfolding just as it had in his past life, except for the affinity points. That was a new development. Doug Wayne then addressed him warmly, thanking him deeply. He said Linuan had no idea how much bringing that oil had helped. Without it, he might not have survived until next month. Linuan responded that he was simply glad he could help. Doug Wayne admitted he had nothing special to offer in return, but due to Linuan's immense help, he wanted to give him an important piece of information. Linuan thought to himself that since Doug Wayne was an NPC, he probably knew a lot about this world. Because he had earned Doug Wayne's trust, he was likely about to learn something very valuable. Doug Wayne warned him solemnly, if he ever encountered a man named Quincy in the desert, he must avoid him at all costs. No matter what happened, he should stay away from that man. Linuan, surprised, responded by saying that Quincy was actually his teacher. He asked why Doug Wayne would speak about his teacher in such a way. Doug Wayne, visibly shocked, asked Linuan to repeat himself. When Linuan confirmed again that Quincy was indeed his teacher, Doug Wayne said that it was impossible. He claimed that someone like Linuan would never be able to hide his true nature from Quincy. While Linuan had concealed his abilities well, Doug Wayne confidently declared that Linuan was a necromancer. Confused, Linuan asked how Doug Wayne had discovered this. He insisted that he had never revealed his powers to anyone and had made sure his identity was well hidden in this world. Even Quincy couldn't detect it. So how could Doug Wayne have known? Doug Wayne explained that before he was poisoned, he used to work for a group called the Lion Knights. The Lion Knights were directly commanded by the Emperor himself, and no one else had the authority to issue them orders. They carried out several secret missions for the country, one of which was to eliminate necromancers. To aid in this task, they were taught a special skill called darkness perception. This ability allowed them to detect the dark aura inside necromancers whenever one passed nearby. The closer a necromancer was, the more clearly they could sense them. Doug Wayne said that because Linuan had been standing very close to him recently, he had been able to clearly sense the dark energy emanating from him, which confirmed that Linuan was a necromancer. Linuan then realized something. This meant Doug Wayne had known his secret identity for some time. He asked why. Even though he had been near him a few days earlier, Doug Wayne hadn't mentioned anything back then. Thinking to himself, Linuan admitted he had never even heard of darkness perception. He had no idea that such a skill existed in this world. He was even more shocked to learn that necromancers were hunted in this world. As far as he knew, no other class was treated this way. Now, he was determined to find out why being a necromancer was considered such a threat. Doug Wayne responded calmly. He said that during Linuan's earlier visit, he had been too weak to use his powers properly due to the poison, but now that he had healed, his skill had reactivated on its own, allowing him to clearly see the overwhelming dark aura within Linuan. Doug Wayne added that it was fortunate Linuan had encountered him. If it had been any other member of the Lion Knights, they would have attacked him without hesitation. Curious, Linuan asked about something called the Lord of Darkness. Doug Wayne realized then that Linuan knew almost nothing about necromancers, so he decided to explain how the world truly worked and why necromancers were feared. He began by saying that everything started in ancient times. In the immortal world, there were 5 gods whom people worshipped and revered. First, the god of light. Second, the king of moon shadow. Third, the goddess of nature. Fourth, the god of tides. And fifth, the king of spirits. These 5 gods had been worshipped since ancient times, and everyone believed that they were the only gods in existence. But according to Doug Wayne, that belief was false. In reality, there was a 6th god, one kept hidden from the world. His name was the Lord of Darkness. He revealed that the Lord of Darkness was also known as the immortal god, and among the 6 divine beings, he was the strongest of them all. In fact, it was said that even if the other 5 gods joined forces, they still wouldn't stand a chance against him. Doug Wayne explained that whenever someone possessed such overwhelming power, they naturally did whatever they pleased. The Lord of Darkness was no different. He was immensely proud and arrogant about his power, and in this world, he acted solely according to his own will. The other gods were not nearly as powerful, and as a result, neither were their followers. But the Lord of Darkness loved his followers deeply. He blessed his most loyal servants with immense dark power, power so potent that they could dominate other sources of magic. That was how a new class was born, necromancers. Unlike any ordinary class, necromancers had unique abilities. They possessed physical power like warriors and could also perform magic like mages. However, the dark powers they harbored eventually corrupted their souls. They began to see themselves as gods and acted with unchecked arrogance. Doug Wayne said the world had suffered greatly because of the followers of the Lord of Darkness. The bizarre powers of the necromancers had caused mysterious diseases to spread, plagues that killed countless innocent people, and to make things worse, the necromancers themselves became increasingly violent and destructive. They didn't just kill people, they enslaved their souls. they turned them into undead beings to serve them. Because of this, their very existence brought disaster after disaster upon the world. Humanity was falling apart. Eventually, the kingdoms realized that while the Lord of Darkness gave people great power, if the common masses began to follow him, it would lead to the world's destruction. That's why all the kingdoms united to ban his worship. Temples that once welcomed thousands of followers were destroyed. Armies of soldiers were deployed to wipe out those who worshipped the Lord of Darkness. Strict laws were enforced to make sure no one would ever follow him again. His history was buried, his name erased from textbooks, and even speaking about him became illegal. The people of that time understood clearly just how dangerous the greed for power could be. No matter how much you tried to reason with people, they knew that one day, someone would once again be tempted by it. To prevent that, they erased him from history, and began hunting down all of his followers, the necromancers. That was why so few people today even knew that necromancers existed, and those who did know about them, considered them enemies. They were all given a clear order: if you ever spotted a necromancer, kill them immediately, no questions, no hesitation. That's why necromancy was now considered a forbidden ability, an ability no one should ever possess. Doug Wayne confessed that he himself had killed many necromancers in the past. About 10 years ago, he and his team were hunting one, when a necromancer used poison to attack him by surprise. That poison left Doug Wayne bedridden ever since. It had weakened him so much that he had accepted his fate and prepared for death. He knew that the kind of fish Linuan had used to cure him couldn't be caught by just anyone. And yet, in a strange twist of fate, the one who had poisoned him was a necromancer, and now, the one who had saved him was also a necromancer. Doug Wayne said there was only one difference: Linuan was a necromancer who had no knowledge of what he truly was, and that was the only reason he was still walking on the right path. Hearing this, Linuan began to reflect. In his previous life, he had been a sorcerer, and because of that, he had no idea about the history or dangers of this world. He had no clue that his current ability was tied to such a massive and terrifying secret. The very power that had made him grow stronger so quickly could also become the reason for his downfall. He finally understood why his ability was always labeled as forbidden whenever he saw it in the system. It made sense now. He considered himself lucky that he had always used his concealment skill whenever he traveled. If he hadn't, he might have already been caught and killed. But now, he knew, he had to do something about this. He couldn't afford to let anyone else detect his aura, because anyone who realized his true identity might attack him without a second thought. Things had become far more complicated than he had expected. He couldn't even predict when or from where the next danger might appear. He had assumed that once his sin points were gone, he'd be able to roam freely through the city and investigate the man with the special badge. But that no longer seemed safe. If even one of the city's knights spotted him and sensed his aura, things could go horribly wrong. Lin Yuan realized that his top priority now was to hide his aura completely, especially the dark energy tied to the Lord of Darkness. If he failed to conceal it, not only would he be unable to move freely through the city, he wouldn't be able to investigate anything at all. He turned to Doug Wayne and asked him a crucial question. Doug Wayne, is there a way to bypass your special skill? Some method that could stop your detection from working? He explained that Doug Wayne was the only person who knew he was a good person, but if any other knight were to see him, they would attack immediately. That's why it was extremely important for him to know if there was a way to evade being detected. Doug Wayne said Lin Yuan was right. He truly was a good person. Even if he was a necromancer, Doug Wayne could confidently guarantee that Lin Yuan would never use his powers for evil. But then, Doug Wayne added, the truth remained that the rest of the world wouldn't believe in such goodness. If anyone else saw Lin Yuan, they wouldn't hesitate to attack him. Doug Wayne explained that their special detection skill could indeed be avoided, but unfortunately, he didn't know how. There was only one person who could help with that, Quincy. However, that was also where the real problem lay. Quincy hated necromancers more than anyone else. The moment he saw Lin Yuan, he would immediately recognize what he was, and Doug Wayne was absolutely certain that Quincy wouldn't hesitate to kill him on the spot. Doug Wayne warned that no one hated necromancers as deeply as Quincy did, and he had a very personal reason for it. Quincy had loved his wife more than anything in the world, but it was a necromancer who had taken her life. That was why he had warned Lin Yuan from the very beginning. No matter what happens, he should stay away from Quincy. Quincy wasn't just powerful, he was extremely dangerous. If he saw Lin Yuan, he would attack without mercy. Doug Wayne explained that while most knights killed necromancers out of duty, Quincy killed them out of pure hatred, even enjoying it. He wouldn't care how good Lin Yuan's intentions were. He wouldn't offer help. He would destroy him, even tearing apart his very soul. Doug Wayne then sighed, saying it was up to Lin Yuan to decide what he would do next. He only hoped that Lin Yuan would survive in this cruel world, and wouldn't run into more trouble. The scene shifted to the gravel desert. Walking through the desert, Lin Yuan remembered Doug Wayne's words. Doug Wayne had said, Lin Yuan, don't be crazy. I already warned you. but you're still going to Quincy. I'm not joking, he's extremely dangerous. The moment he finds out you're a necromancer, he'll tear your soul in half. All of us knights used to kill necromancers because it was our job, but Quincy did it out of deep personal trauma. No matter how good your reason is, he won't help you. Linuan replied that he had no other choice. He was already standing at the crossroads between life and death. At this point, he might as well try at least once, before dying. Back in the present, Linuan then reflected on the dark energy within his body. Because of it, he couldn't enter any city freely. Every city had numerous knights, and he had no way of knowing when or where one might spot him. The real issue was that he couldn't even leave the desert and enter a new region. If his forbidden class was causing problems here, there was a good chance it would cause even worse problems in other maps too. That's why he had to solve this matter as quickly as possible. He didn't have any time to waste. If he kept wasting time on these distractions, when would he finally become powerful? He didn't know what the man with the mysterious badge was doing, or how powerful he had become. He didn't know how many new followers the man had added to his evil god cult either. But one thing was certain, if Linuan didn't act soon, everything would be destroyed again. Just like last time, as he was deep in thought, suddenly, someone attacked him from the side. Linuan dodged quickly and shouted, "Who's there? Come out." A group of people stepped forward, surrounding him. One of them grinned and said they had been looking for him for days. They joked that their shoes had worn out while chasing him across the desert. Just when they were about to give up, they had finally found him. Another taunted him, calling him a coward. He said that last time, Linuan had escaped because they didn't have enough people with them, but now, their entire guild was present. He boasted that 30 of his brothers were standing right behind him, and challenged Linuan to fight them all, if he had the guts. It turned out, these men were none other than Huang and Fei Hu. Huang declared that today, they were going to make Linuan suffer a miserable death. He said Linuan would soon be on his knees, begging for mercy. Fei Hu chimed in, reminding him that Linuan hadn't shown them a shred of mercy when he attacked them last time. This time, they would take their revenge slowly. They said they would beat him so badly that he'd fall to his knees, crying and begging for forgiveness. He would plead for them to end his life, and the worst part? They wouldn't kill him. They would make sure Linuan experienced a pain worse than death, something he could never have imagined. As he said this, Fei Hu began live streaming the fight. Meanwhile, in real life, viewers were commenting that it looked like the Bloodstained Guild was streaming again. One remarked that someone was definitely going to get killed by them today. Fei Hu addressed his viewers, claiming they were about to witness how his guild exacted revenge. He announced that they were about to tear a man into 1,000 pieces. As soon as he said this, the viewer count started increasing rapidly. Those watching the stream assumed that the Bloodstained Guild had found a newbie to bully. With 30 guild members ganging up on one person, many believed the newcomer stood no chance, no matter how strong he was. They called it unlucky for someone so handsome to get caught in this situation. A few even said that such a good-looking guy was about to die for no reason. Linuan then calmly responded that both Huang and Fei Hu had been beaten like dogs the last time. He had thought they'd learned their lesson, but apparently not. He remarked that someone had rightly said, "Spare the rod and spoil the child." Linuan said that he had cut off 2 empty-headed fools that day, and now, he'd have to take down 30 more. He smirked, saying it wasn't a problem, at least he'd finally get a warm-up, which he hadn't had in a while. Stream viewers were surprised by Linuan's attitude. Despite knowing he was about to be killed, he was still acting cool and showing no signs of fear. Huang yelled at his men, asking what they were waiting for, and ordered them to attack. All 30 members began charging forward. Huang declared that Linuan was going to be attacked from all directions. There was no escape. Just then, the system informed Linuan that these attackers were making unprovoked assaults, meaning that for the next 15 minutes, even if he killed them, he wouldn't earn any sin points. He was free to fight without any penalties. Linuan commented that 15 minutes was more than enough. Not just 30, he could probably wipe out 100 enemies in that time. With that, he summoned his army of undead soldiers, saying it was time for his warm-up. The soldiers began fighting immediately and were effortlessly defeating the enemy guild members. Huang instructed his men. Warriors were to attack from the rear, tanks were to move to the front and protect everyone, while mages and archers were to focus their attacks. Following orders, the mages launched their attacks, temporarily halting Linuan's undead army. The archers began reducing their HP, which made Linuan appear to be losing. Viewership began dropping. Some viewers commented that they had thought the newbie would be special, but he clearly stood no chance against 30 players. Everyone knew that summoners weren't very strong, their summoned creatures were weak. People regretted wasting their time. Huang mocked Linuan, saying that no matter what summoning powers he had, their guild had an unbreakable formation that allowed them to dominate anyone, anywhere. He taunted that Linuan was about to lose, and he was enjoying watching him fail. But then, to everyone's surprise, Linuan began laughing. He asked sarcastically if they were really waiting for him to lose, because they might be waiting forever. Huang was confused. Despite clearly losing, Linuan was laughing. That's when the ground beneath the mages began to crack and collapse. The mages panicked, asking what was happening, realizing something underground was pulling them in. Suddenly, Linuan's summoned kobolds erupted from beneath the earth, launching surprise attacks and taking down Fei Hu's men from all directions. Huang and Fei Hu were stunned. Just moments ago, they had been clearly winning, but now they were being overwhelmed by Linuan's undead forces. The viewers were just as shocked. They wondered if these undead could think for themselves. When the frontal attack failed, they counterattacked from below with perfect coordination, better than what most elite guilds could manage. It became clear to them, Linuan was no newbie. The Bloodstained Guild had seriously messed with the wrong guy. They had talked about killing him. Now it looked like they would be the ones dying today. As Linuan began dominating, the viewer count started climbing again. Some mages commented that Linuan's attacks were insanely dangerous. His weapons were even reaching behind their defenses. They needed to heal immediately or else they'd all be dead within moments. As they began to heal themselves, Linuan attacked again, catching them off guard. He reminded them that he wasn't there for a party, he was there to kill them. Just then, an invisible assassin tried to sneak up on him, but Linuan noticed, and before the enemy could strike, he launched a deadly counterattack. As the enemy emerged from the shadows, he said, "How did you know I was behind you?" Linuan calmly replied that only a fool would try to hide in the sand and think they were invisible. Everyone knew that stealth was useless in such terrain. Meanwhile, the battle was clearly turning in undead's favor. Members of the guild began to panic. They were exclaiming how powerful the enemy was, stronger than they had ever expected. Every tanks had already been killed, and now, fewer than 10 of them remained standing. Frustrated, Fei Hu spoke up angrily. He said that last time, they didn't have much manpower, so even after losing, it didn't feel too bad. But this time, if I lose even with so many of us here, how will I ever face the world? Determined not to be humiliated, he declared he wouldn't go down without a fight. He would battle Linuan himself. Fei Hu charged forward, shouting that today, he would personally sever Linuan's head. Unfazed, Linuan unsheathed his sword and said coldly, "Let's see who actually ends up killing whom today." He launched a green goblin curse attack toward Fei Hu. Taken aback, Fei Hu yelled in shock. He had never seen anything like it. What kind of attack is this? I've never witnessed anything like it before. Before Fei Hu could react, Linuan hit him with another devastating blow and advanced forward. He taunted Fei Hu, "You came here to kill me, didn't you? But if you can't even see me, how do you plan to strike me?" He continued, saying he had always been a huge fan of Power Rangers since childhood, and now, he was thrilled to make his first kill in Power Ranger style. Linuan counted down from 3, 2, 1, and with that, his attack triggered an explosion. After the dust settled, Linuan admired his sword, saying this was exactly why he liked it so much. It not only slashed enemies but also caused them to explode afterward. Personally, I love the way it looks. The live stream viewership surged. Spectators from around the world watched as viewers mocked the guild. One of them laughed. Weren't they the ones claiming they'd tear this newbie into 1,000 pieces? Look at him now. He's the one blowing them all away. Another chimed in, "This stream is insane. I've never seen anything this epic before." Back on the battlefield, Huang was trembling as he watched his comrades fall one after another. He said he couldn't believe what was happening. His entire guild, which he had built so carefully over time, was being decimated by a single player. He muttered in disbelief. "I met him just a few days ago. Sure, he was powerful, but not powerful enough to defeat us all. What's happening in this game world? How can one person be so strong?" Fei Hu added that it didn't even feel like he was fighting a player. "It's like I'm facing the strongest demon from hell. He doesn't care about anything, he just kills." Just then, Linuan turned toward Huang, who immediately panicked. He pleaded for his life. "Please, don't kill me. I'm sorry for bothering you. From now on, my guild and I will never cross paths with you again. Please forgive us, just this once." But Linuan didn't stop. He walked straight toward Huang and drove his sword into his head. He coldly said, "You liked seeing others tremble in fear, didn't you? You enjoyed killing them, so tell me, how does it feel now to be on the receiving end? If you enjoyed watching others suffer, you must be enjoying this too." And with that, he finished Huang off. Linuan then looked down at him and muttered, "People like you, it's better if you're not powerful. Otherwise, you'd just become a threat to humanity." As he scanned the area, Linuan noticed a bee-like bot still live streaming the entire event. "Oh, I almost forgot. We have an audience. Honestly, I'm not a fan of attention. I prefer peace and quiet." Then, without hesitation, he destroyed the bot as well. "Now this place finally feels better. This is the kind of peace I like." The scene shifted to a massive building where people were still buzzing about Linuan. They were amazed. That guy was so cool. After destroying the guild, He even took down the streaming bot, and did you hear what he said at the end? He just wanted peace. Another remarked, the most incredible part is that such an amazing player has appeared, and yet we know nothing about him. A few others recalled that they might have seen this player before. Isn't he the one who defeated the first world boss of the game? No doubt about it, he's the hero of Gravel Desert. Many were becoming his fans. Someone even mentioned that the Mercenary Guild had sent him a S-rank invitation to join. The scene shifts, and we see a guy who is reading the game stream's chat. He whispered, Linuan, I'll remember you, we'll meet very soon. Scene shifts to Gravel Town. Linuan's master was shown peacefully napping. As Linuan approached, the old man opened his eyes and said with a smile, Kid, you're back again. What do you want to learn this time? Last time you mastered the soul flame and other techniques. To be fair, I'm not teaching you anything today. I've got plenty of money and I'm exhausted. Come back tomorrow. I'll probably be broke by then, and maybe then I'll teach you something. Linuan replied, Master, I need to speak with you. At that moment, he cancelled his profession concealment. His identity as a necromancer was now clearly visible to everyone. Quincy, clearly annoyed, sneered, So, you're a necromancer, and you have the guts to show yourself in front of me? As Quincy prepared his attack, he recalled that over the years, he had dragged necromancers to their deaths, and had never met one who dared face him. He accused Linuan of learning magic from him despite being a necromancer, and swore that this time Linuan would not escape alive. Quincy unleashed a deadly attack, but before it could hit, Linuan vanished. Shocked, Quincy realized that his lightning strike, one of the fastest magical attacks, had been dodged. He wondered how a necromancer could have evaded it. Suddenly, Linuan appeared behind Quincy and placed a sword at his neck. He remarked that there was a time when Quincy had been extremely powerful, but in his current condition, he couldn't match him. Linuan suggested that if Quincy had calmed down, they could sit and talk. Quincy noted that Linuan had stopped his attack midway, which meant he did not intend to kill him. Curious, he asked what Linuan wanted. At that moment, Linuan recalled Doug Wayne's words from the past. Doug Wayne had told him that since he was going to see Quincy, he should take some important information. Doug Wayne couldn't help much, but he could at least share a story from 10 years ago. Back then, the Lord of Darkness had grown dominant, threatening the immoral world. Diseases spread everywhere, and the world faced its darkest time. To bring justice, Quincy and his wife had stepped forward to fight. They faced the Lord of Darkness's most powerful follower. Quincy and his wife, the most powerful mages of that era, were considered unbeatable. In the battle, they killed the necromancer, but before dying, he cursed Quincy's wife. Her soul was corrupted and overtaken by darkness, causing her to lose all her memories and transform into a monster beyond redemption. Since Quincy was severely injured at the time, he couldn't save her. The only way to break the curse was to destroy her corrupted soul, which would restore her. However, Quincy lost his powers in that battle, so much that he couldn't even hold a sword. Everyone believed he was too weak to save his wife, and that he would live the rest of his life in sorrow, abandoning thoughts of revenge. Then one day, Quincy posted a mysterious mission. Anyone who could save his wife would receive his entire fortune. If a necromancer saved her, Quincy would also give them the method to break the darkness perception, a technique he had learned from the powerful necromancer he once defeated. In truth, this reward was bait. Quincy knew only necromancers could save his wife, and that their greatest weakness was the darkness perception. He was certain they would come for the method, fall into his trap, and die. It wasn't Quincy's plan to kill the necromancers himself, but rather to have his wife kill them. So far, 158 people had accepted the mission, and none had returned alive, whether necromancer or ordinary human. In the present, Linuan told Quincy he had come for the mission. Quincy, realizing this, said he had no reason to attack and admitted he had been waiting for someone to accept it. He handed the mission to Linuan. The system notified Linuan that he had received a mission from Quincy, titled Wife's Dead Soul. It was a silver-grade mission, with a 10-day time limit. Linuan accepted. Quincy wished him good luck, saying he hoped Linuan could complete it, though inwardly he thought the young man was walking toward his death, as no one had ever returned from his wife's side. The scene shifted to Gravel Town, where the memorial of the dead came into view. Linuan had entered the memorial, using night vision to see clearly even in the darkness. He thought to himself that the memorial had 5 floors in total. All the NPCs from the town were buried on the first floor. As he pondered this, a zombie suddenly crawled out from a coffin, only to be instantly destroyed by his scorpion companion. Linuan noted that the monsters became stronger on each floor. Zombies on the first floor were level 1 to 3, the second floor housed level 4 to 6 skeletal monsters, the third floor had level 7 to 9 ghost monsters, and the fourth floor contained level 10 ghouls. He recalled hearing that most people attempting this mission never made it past the fourth floor. In his mind, the first 3 floors were a waste of time. he decided to go directly to the 4th floor and hunt the ghouls there. Arriving at the 4th floor, he observed his surroundings. It was eerily quiet, too quiet for a place supposedly crawling with monsters. Then faint noises began to echo through the darkness. Linuan realized the ghouls had started moving. On the walls, the creatures crept forward slowly, thinking that the darkness concealed them from him. They believed they could sneak up for a surprise attack, but Linuan could see their every movement. Signaling his scorpion, he ordered an attack. The scorpion smashed through one enemy with a single blow, and then used its poison tail to strike multiple foes. Linuan advanced, cutting through them with speed, mocking their failed ambush. One by one, he killed them all, until a ghoul managed to get uncomfortably close. Striking it down, he remarked that it had almost succeeded in sneaking up on him, but in the end, it was caught. The system congratulated him for killing many level 10 ghouls and announced he had leveled up to 12. Linuan reflected that he had expected this floor to take longer, but it was over quickly. Unfortunately, all the enemies here were undead, meaning he couldn't revive any of them for his own use. If they had been normal monsters, he could have gained several powerful summons. As he was thinking, he sensed something approaching from behind. Before he could fully react, a powerful, strange attack struck him. Blocking it, he wondered aloud what was going on and who had launched the strike. The force of the attack didn't harm his body but carried him away, straight to another location. When he regained his footing, he saw he was no longer on the 4th floor. In front of him stood a coffin bound with chains. He suspected the attack had brought him to the 5th floor. There, Quincy's wife awoke. She said she had been waiting for someone to arrive for a long time and was glad he had come. She complained about being bored with the dry and tasteless prey she had been feeding on, and today, she would finally enjoy fresh blood. The system identified her as the Cursed Spirit, a level 18 Lord rank monster, Quincy's wife, and the final boss. Linuan confirmed to himself that he was indeed on the 5th floor, facing the ultimate enemy of this mission. Quincy's wife taunted him, saying he looked young and would be especially enjoyable to devour. She threatened to tear him apart piece by piece and then launched a deadly attack. Linuan blocked it with his sword. She followed up by using tentacles to strike again, but he skillfully dodged each blow. Linuan realized that Quincy's wife's tentacles were coated in poison. Even a single accidental touch could weaken him severely during battle. Now he understood why no one who had come here before had ever survived. She wasn't just a level 18 monster, her attacks were also lethally dangerous. Destroying one of her tentacles, Linuan declared that such attacks would not work on him. If she truly wanted to injure him, she would have to try much harder. With that, he severed all of her tentacles, forcing her to retreat. Regaining her balance, Quincy's wife grew furious. She cursed at him, promising that he would not leave alive and that she would end him completely. The system announced that the boss monster had activated a summoning skill, one that allowed her to call forth other creatures. Linuan wondered if her summoning ability worked like his, perhaps summoning undead. As her power spread, skeletons began to emerge from the ground. Linuan realized she was summoning not only the corpses buried in the memorial but also the remains of those who had once accepted Quincy's quest and died trying to kill her. If any of those people had reached this floor before dying, they must have been incredibly powerful. Soon, the chamber began to fill with countless skeletons. Linuan recalled Doug Wayne's warning that 158 people had taken this quest and none had ever returned alive. If Quincy's wife had indeed summoned all of them, the situation could quickly become dire. Her summoning abilities were more dangerous than his own. She could even reanimate mere piles of bones with ease. Realizing the threat, Linuan decided to summon his own undead army. He ordered his minions to block every exit so that no undead could escape, and instructed them to stop the enemy at all costs. He knew his forces were strong enough to hold back the zombies for a while. He then commanded his kobolds to activate their blood thrust ability and rain death upon their enemies. With the skill active, the kobolds became far more powerful than before. Turning to his thunder scorpion, he told it to show everyone what it could do. The scorpion attacked with tremendous force, causing the entire building around them to collapse onto Quincy's wife. But to Linuan's shock, she emerged completely unharmed. It was then he remembered, she was a ghost-type monster. Physical attacks would have little to no effect on her, and using one had been a serious mistake. Still, he knew ghost types took double damage from magical attacks. That meant his green goblin curse would be highly effective against her. With that thought, Linuan unleashed the green goblin curse at Quincy's wife, but she dodged every strike with incredible speed. Linuan realized something was wrong. His attacks weren't landing, even though in their earlier encounters her speed hadn't been this high. It seemed she had grown much faster, now evading everything effortlessly. He worried that his green goblin curse might not affect her at all. Meanwhile, his undead soldiers were barely holding back the zombie monsters outside. If even one door broke and they poured in, fighting here would become impossible. He knew he had to defeat Quincy's wife before that happened, because if she fell, the rest would automatically collapse. Determined, Linuan pulled out a ring he had received after killing the Thunder Scorpion. Back then, he hadn't known what use the Thunder Ring would have, but now it seemed invaluable. The system informed him that the ring could paralyze any enemy for 5 seconds. Linuan thought that 5 seconds would be more than enough. He clenched the ring in his fist, activated his venom, and struck Quincy's wife with a fierce blow. She had expected a physical attack and didn't bother to dodge. Her greatest mistake. The system confirmed that the target was paralyzed. Seizing the moment, Linuan ordered his green goblin curse forward. The curse hit her squarely, sending her flying and inflicting heavy damage. For the first time in a long while, Linuan felt he was finally winning. He decided to finish the fight. He summoned his giant wolf companion, explaining that the green goblin curse had slowed her speed dramatically. With the wolf's howling ability at maximum power, he could immobilize her for another 5 seconds. As the wolf howled, Quincy's wife froze again. Linuan thought this another 5 seconds would be enough to end her forever. He launched a relentless barrage of attacks, determined to test how many blows she could withstand. Her health points dropped rapidly, and being paralyzed, she couldn't avoid anything. Furious, Quincy's wife unleashed her ultimate skill, Corpse Explode. Shocked, Linuan realized she intended to detonate all her undead minions. Before he could react, explosions erupted throughout the tomb, destroying a large part of his own army as well. When the smoke cleared, Linuan was buried under a pile of shattered undead. He admitted to himself that it was the first time he'd ever seen such a terrifying skill. He had underestimated her, thinking she could do little more than summon corpses, yet she had wiped out his forces with a single move. Quincy's wife hated losing so much that she was willing to sacrifice every NPC under her control to win. After the blast, only 3 of Linuan's soldiers remained alive, the strongest of their class. Every weaker unit had been annihilated. He reflected grimly that this battle had cost him dearly, and if he didn't gain something worthwhile by killing her, his losses might never be recovered. As the fight continued, Linuan urged Quincy's wife to give up, saying there was no point in struggling any longer. He admitted he knew she still had a pure soul within her, and for that reason, he asked her to calm down and accept her end. For her own good and for everyone else's, Linuan unleashed the Green Goblin Curse once more, and this time, all his attacks struck Quincy's wife directly. Her health points began to plummet rapidly. The system announced that the boss monster had taken heavy damage, and had only 300 HP remaining. Moments later, the system updated again. Her HP had fallen to 200. Finally, after another round of attacks, her health reached 0, and she collapsed on the spot. The system congratulated Linuan, declaring that he had defeated the tomb boss, and awarding him 800 experience points as a reward. Looking around at the battlefield, Linuan reflected that everything was finally over. The place, which moments ago had been a war zone, now lay in ruins. Just then, he noticed something behind him. The true spirit of Quincy's wife appeared. She thanked the young hero for freeing her soul, saying he had done her a great service. Her spirit transformed into a ring. The system identified it as the ring of a loved one, explaining that it could never be sold because it was Quincy's engagement ring. Linuan wondered aloud whether this was truly his reward. After such a long and dangerous fight, after risking his life so many times, was this all he had gained? He admitted he had expected something far more valuable. What practical use could such a ring even have? But then, a book materialized before him. Seeing it, Linuan smiled, realizing that a quest this difficult could never have such a trivial reward. The system revealed that it was a gold-level skill book called Corpse Explosion, a technique that only a necromancer could learn. Linuan was astonished. This was the same skill Quincy's wife had used to obliterate his undead army. He thought that if even one of her zombies had been close to him during that blast, he would have suffered serious injuries as well. He admitted that it was an extraordinary ability, one of the best he had ever seen. Reflecting further, Linuan pointed out that he himself was a necromancer, yet he didn't possess such a skill. He recalled Quincy saying that the man he had killed was an important servant of the Lord of Darkness. Perhaps this explained why she had been granted such a rare and powerful ability. The system announced that the skill book was being imprinted into Linuan's memory. He now possessed the Corpse Explosion skill, which could be used every 10 seconds. At the cost of 100 mana per use, Linuan reflected that although using the skill would require sacrificing his own soldiers, it would be extremely useful against powerful enemies. He admitted to himself that this journey had been highly profitable. Later, Linuan returned to Gravel Town and showed Quincy the ring he had obtained. Shocked, Quincy recognized it immediately as the engagement ring he had once given to his wife. He explained that when a soul is sealed, it loses all memories. But the fact that Linuan now held this ring meant that Quincy's wife had been freed, and she must have personally given it to him. With visible sadness, Quincy regretted that he hadn't been able to witness his wife's soul being set free. Still, he found comfort in knowing that she was no longer suffering after years of torment. Linuan reassured him that her soul was at peace, likely resting in heaven. Moved to tears, Quincy thanked Linuan deeply. He admitted that he had never imagined bowing his head to a necromancer, a class he had always despised. Every time he encountered one, he had felt an urge to kill them, but fate had turned things around. This very necromancer had helped him resolve the greatest regret of his life. Quincy promised never to forget Linuan's kindness, and swore that if Linuan ever needed help, he would be there. Keeping his word, Quincy opened a box and presented Linuan with a special item. As promised, it was something that would help him conceal his identity. The system identified it as the Crown of Darkness. Once worn, it would completely hide Linuan's sin value and suppress any trace of his dark aura, rendering him undetectable by others. Only necromancers could use this item, and it could not be sold. Linuan was astonished. Although the crown wouldn't make him stronger directly, the ability to mask his presence was a tremendous advantage. With it, he no longer had to fear knights recognizing him. Even in the main city, he would be able to move freely without being exposed. The system asked if he wished to equip the Crown of Darkness. Linuan agreed immediately and placed it on his head. With a determined expression, he resolved to enter the city and gather information about the followers of the evil god. The scene shifted to Linuan finally arriving in the main city. He observed that the place had countless guilds, some so powerful that entering them was nearly impossible, while others would recruit anyone passing by on the street. But, as he reasoned to himself, joining weak guilds was meaningless. If he were to join a guild at all, it had to be one of the top 10, as those were the true powerhouses. He speculated that the person he was searching for might be hiding inside one of these 10 guilds. Reaching that person was crucial, because Linuan already knew what this man was planning to do in the next 3 years. Stopping him early would be far better for all of humanity, but Linuan was also aware of how things looked from the outside. To the people of this city, he was a complete newcomer who had only arrived hours ago. Getting into a top guild wouldn't be easy. As far as he knew, those guilds held periodic competitions to recruit new members. He decided he would have to wait for such an opportunity. Just then, something unusual happened. Linuan sensed that someone was following him through the crowded streets. He quickly slipped away from the crowd and thought to himself, "Who's the rat tailing me?" The pursuer followed him into a narrow alley, only to find that Linuan had vanished. In the next moment, a sword pressed against the man's neck. Linuan demanded coldly, "Tell me quickly, who are you, and why are you following me?" The man exclaimed in relief, saying, "Finally, after searching for so long, I've found you, God Yuan. You have no idea how much effort I put into finding you." Linuan narrowed his eyes. "So it was you trailing me? I suspected someone was on my tail." The stranger admitted openly, "You were right. I've been following you for the past 5 minutes, and I can't tell you how happy I am that you remember me." Linuan asked, "How do you even know my name?" "As far as I recall, when I saved you last time, I never mentioned it." Standing up straight, the man explained, "It's not just me. A lot of people know who you are now. Anyone who loves this game can't possibly be unaware of you. Everyone saw how you cut down the Bloodstained Guild members like they were nothing. I even watched that live stream myself. People were shocked by your strength, but I knew you were holding back. You could have wiped them out in no time if you'd wanted to. You can't imagine how much effort I put in to find you. Ever since that day, I've been watching streams non-stop, hoping you'd appear again. When I first saw your face here, I wasn't sure it was you. That's why I spent 2 million in game credits, and even had my company push a system update just to confirm your identity. And now I'm certain, it really is you." Linuan was stunned. "You spent 2 million, just to find me? Don't you think that's a little excessive?" The man was equally surprised by Linuan's reaction. "Excessive? 2 million is nothing. Honestly, in Han Corporation, we spend that much regularly to test the game systems. Thanks to you, I even discovered several issues in the game and fixed them, all for just 2 million credits." Linuan was stunned. What? Did he just say Han Corporation? He recalled that Han Corporation was a $100 billion high-tech giant with a firm grip on the global market, the very company that largely controlled this game. Linuan's thoughts turned sharp. If this guy has such a powerful background, then he must know far more about me than he should. Should I just let him walk away? Or, should I end him right here before he becomes a problem? He already knows too much. If he uses his influence to dig deeper, he could even find out I'm a necromancer. That would spell serious trouble. The man, completely unaware of Linuan's dark contemplation, spoke cheerfully, "God Yuan, I was so happy to see you that I forgot to mention why I came here. I wanted to ask if you'd form a team with me. Tomorrow, there's an S-rank hunt starting in Bloodskill Cabin. I've heard there'll be amazing monsters and rare items there. If we go together, we could gain a lot. So, what do you say? God Yuan, will you team up with me?" Just then, The man slipped on a stone and fell flat on his back. Lin Yuan couldn't help thinking, this guy can't even stay on his feet, and he's asking me to form a team with him? Lin Yuan said coldly, listen, kid, I don't care who you are, but stop following me. That's the only thing I want to tell you. Internally, Lin Yuan had already decided, this fool isn't worth killing. I'd only dirty my hands for nothing. I'm not the kind of man who murders innocents. The man stood up awkwardly and sighed. I really was an idiot to think someone like you would team up with me. You're god level, and I can't even balance myself. You cut down the Bloodstained Guild members like grass. They had 30 people, and you took them all alone. Someone as powerful as you wouldn't even need a team. And even if you did, why would you pick me? Anyway, since I'm no use to you, at least let me give you some information before I go. Tomorrow, during that hunt, the 3rd squad of the Black Tree Guild will also participate. They're not really there for the hunt, they're scouting for recruits. Anyone who performs exceptionally will have a chance to join them, and I'm certain, God Yuan, you'll get in without a doubt. Lin Yuan's thoughts sharpened again. The Black Tree Guild, one of the top 10, if I can join them, it'll be a huge advantage. As the man walked away, he added, I know you'll make it into their guild easily, but me? If I go alone, I'll achieve nothing. Still, if you join too, I'll be happy just to see you there. Lin Yuan suddenly asked, when does the hunt start? Give me the exact time. The man froze in disbelief. God Yuan, what did you just say? Could you repeat that? Lin Yuan repeated calmly, I said, when does this S-rank hunt begin? Overjoyed, the man practically threw himself at Lin Yuan's feet. It starts tomorrow morning at 8. God Yuan, does this mean we're a team now? Lin Yuan replied firmly, first of all, I'm not God Yuan. My name is Lin Yuan, call me that. Second, before we head out for the hunt, we need to make some preparations. The man was stunned. In his head, he wondered, preparations? Is he talking about buying weapons here? Just then, the scene shifted to the Vulture Bandit camp. As soon as Lin Yuan arrived there, Lin Yuan begins wreaking havoc. Within seconds, he eliminates several vultures. Lin Yuan remarks that even ordinary vultures here are at level 12. He recalls losing his army in the last battle and says that he has come here to gather a new force. Calling out to them, he says, arise, my new soldiers. At his command, a large number of vultures rise to their feet. The system announces that these are vulture bandits, and every single one of them is at level 12. Lin Yuan then says it's time to move forward, noting that they still have to grow their army much larger. With that, everyone marches toward the vultures. Soon, they encounter a level 14 vulture leader. Lin Yuan observes, level 14 monsters. It looks like this team of mine will turn out to be even stronger than the last one. Ordering his soldiers to advance and wipe out the enemy, he sends them charging. A fierce battle erupts. At one point, a vulture leader hurls a sword at Lin Yuan, but he easily dodges it and vanishes in an instant. Shocked, the vulture wonders where Lin Yuan disappeared so suddenly. Appearing behind him, Lin Yuan says, don't be surprised, I'm right here behind you. With a single slash, he finishes him on the spot. Lin Yuan then begins taking down the other vulture leaders with powerful kicks. The system reports, host, you have eliminated 10 leaders at once. You are awarded 1,000 experience points. Turning back, Lin Yuan taunts, your disciples are dead. When will you finally come out and fight? But he notices the vulture lord isn't there. Thinking aloud, he wonders, where did he run off to? Don't tell me he got scared watching his men get slaughtered. Suddenly, the vulture lord appears behind him. The system warns that this is a level 19 vulture lord attempting a backstab, but Lin Yuan easily counters him using his corpse soldiers. Smirking, Lin Yuan says, it's time to make some noise. He unleashes a massive explosion with his corpse soldiers, bringing the battle to an end. The vulture lord, enraged by Lin Yuan's attacks, roared in fury. Lin Yuan stepped closer and taunted him. What's wrong? Angry already? You're not done getting beaten yet. He then used his infinity contract and delivered a devastating punch. The blow sent the vulture lord flying. The system chimed in, host, you've killed the vulture lord. Lin Yuan laughed, now that's power. Just one punch and the fight is over. The system continued, killing the vulture lord has leveled you up to level 13. Your green goblin curse is now level 3, and your chaos explosion skill has reached level 2. Looking over his skills, Lin Yuan thought, this is incredible. I didn't expect so many rewards just for killing the vulture lord. I only came here to recruit some soldiers, but I got much more than that. Tomorrow's hunt is going to be easy. My skills have leveled up, and now I've got an army of over 100 soldiers. The system confirmed, host, you currently command 130 soldiers, all above level 10. Lin Yuan thought, all my troops are level 10 or higher, and they're being led by a level 19 vulture lord. For now, I'd say this is a perfect team. The system added, the vulture lord has acquired a new skill, Poison Hand. Lin Yuan realized, so after turning him undead, he gained an extra skill. Last time, the giant wolf I revived got Wrath of the Undead. which boosted his power by 20%. Regular monsters don't gain any new abilities when revived, but every Lord rank monster I've killed so far has unlocked an extra skill. If I kill and revive monsters even stronger than these lords, will I gain even more benefits? This is getting interesting. Just then, the system announced, "Host, the S-rank hunt will restart in 2 hours." Smiling, Linuan said, "In that case, let's get moving." Scene shifted to Blood Cave. Linuan asked, "What on earth are you wearing? Why are you dressed so flashy?" Han replied proudly, "God Yuan, this is my new armor. What do you think? I spent 50 gold coins to get this made. I even hired the best blacksmith in the capital to forge it. Don't worry, I'll be a big help in the fight today. I won't just stand around like last time." Suddenly, Han's belt snapped, and his pants fell down. Linuan smirked. "Han, is this some special feature of your super armor?" "Honestly, I've never seen armor that takes itself off. This is the most unique armor I've ever seen." Han laughed awkwardly. "The blacksmith said this is the latest model, so maybe it has a few glitches, but aside from that, it's amazing." Then Han's helmet slipped off. He panicked. "God Yuan, help me. Some monster has blocked my senses. I can't see a thing. Where are you? Please, help me." Stumbling around, Han bumped into someone. Looking up, he said, "God Yuan, when did you get so huge?" But then he realized it wasn't Lin Yuan at all. It was a member of the Black Tree Guild. The man smiled. "Kid, are you alright?" The system identified him. "This is Captain Zhao Gui of Team 3, level 15. Han thought nervously. He's smiling like nothing's wrong. But why does his smile feel dangerous? Like a venomous snake watching me. It's making my heart race. But he seems friendly enough. Maybe I'm just imagining things. At that moment, Lin Yuan arrived and pulled Han back. He said, "Your super armor is useless. If you wear that in front of a monster, I can guarantee you'll end up as monster food. Take it off and put on your regular clothes, fast." Han says, "God Yuan, you're absolutely right. I think this armor is way too heavy for me. I can't even handle it properly." Meanwhile, Zhao Gui appears and starts glaring at them. Zhao Gui thinks to himself, "Scaring these kids is so much fun." The first guy was so terrified, he literally peed his pants. Let's see how this one reacts. But then Lin Yuan starts glaring back at Zhao Gui. Zhao Gui thinks, his guy is looking straight into my eyes, and he doesn't seem scared at all. This is the first time I've met someone this strange. Can he feel my intense aura? At that moment, other members of the guild arrive. One of them yells, "Which one of you is Han Cheng?" Looking at the form, he laughs and says, "Hey shiny boy, is your name Han Cheng? Why are you wearing stage costume clothes to an S-rank hunt?" The others laugh. "Seriously, those clothes are ridiculous. You must have stolen them from a theater troupe. Doesn't he know we're here to kill monsters, not perform a drama? If any monster spots him in that shiny outfit, they'll all come chasing to eat him." Han Cheng replies, "Yeah, I'm Han Cheng, and please, don't compliment my clothes. I already know I've got a super armor that's unique. You won't find anything like it anywhere. But I'm not used to hearing people praise me. By the way, judging from your looks, you three must be from the Black Tree Guild." One of them pulls out a short blade and says coldly, "Remember this well. Who you are, what your name is, or what you're wearing, it doesn't matter to us. Sure, you paid double the entry fee for this hunt, but that's not why we brought you. We brought you because we pitied you. You've seen how rich people throw coins to beggars? In the same way, we powerful hunters are showing you mercy by letting you come along. Our captain is a kind man. If it weren't for him, we'd never have taken you. Got it? Or should I repeat myself?" Lin Yuan thinks to himself, "This jerk is really asking for it. If this weren't about the hunt, I'd beat him into the ground right now." Zhao Gui steps in. "Junior brother, what are you doing? These kids are our new companions. Who treats new teammates so rudely? And besides, these friends are special. They even paid double the fee to participate." The rude man laughs awkwardly. "Captain, I was just joking. Do you really think I'd treat new members like that? But jokes aside, remember what I said. Our captain is generous, but that doesn't mean he'll carry all of you. If any monster comes your way, you'll have to fight it yourselves. Bringing you here is already a huge favor. Once we're inside, don't expect any help." Han Cheng nods. "Yeah, I get it. Don't worry, I'll work really hard once we go inside." The man in the hat says, "Alright then, now that everyone's here, we officially begin today's S-rank hunt." Han Cheng mutters, "Honestly, I'm nervous. This is my first time meeting someone from a top guild." Others around them say, "This is an amazing opportunity. We have to give it everything we've got. If we can join a top guild, it'll change everything for us." Lin Yuan, however, thinks, there are a lot of participants in this S-rank hunt, and most of them seem to be newcomers who only just arrived in the capital. They know nothing about this city. All they care about is joining a top guild at any cost. But what they don't realize is, not every guild is good. You have to be very careful before you join any of them. Then Zhao Gui says, "Alright then, let's go. None of you need to worry about monsters. As long as we're here, nothing can touch you. Just then, Han Cheng suddenly pulls out a flag. Shocked, another guy wonders, what on earth is he doing here? Han Cheng shouts, God Yuan, hurry up. You know there are a lot of glowing slimes inside this cave, so we won't have any trouble seeing, but if we fall too far behind the team, it'll be really hard to catch up to them. As they move forward, the other guy mutters, seriously, this guy is an idiot. Why did he even come with us? Lin Yuan says calmly, Han Cheng, there's no need to rush. I can already see from here that something interesting is going to happen inside. As they head deeper into the cave, they find 3 branching paths. Everyone says in surprise, wait, there are 3 paths here? We've already gone pretty deep, but no monster has attacked us yet. Aren't hyena monsters supposed to live in this cave? Someone calls out, Captain Zhao, there are 3 paths ahead. Which one should we take? Xiao Gui answers, I think we should split up. Shocked, everyone exclaims, split up? Captain Zhao, there are powerful monsters inside. What if we run into one? What then? Mage steps in to calm them. There's nothing to worry about. This entire area is perfectly safe. Captain Zhao has already been here before with another team. They explored this cave thoroughly. That's why he's suggesting we split up. He knows there aren't any truly dangerous monsters here. If you go separately, you'll also gain more experience. Another person asks in disbelief, wait, Captain Zhao, you've really been here before? Xiao Gui nods, yes, I have. We're leading a large group, so ensuring everyone's safety is my responsibility. That's why I came here earlier to scout. I discovered that the middle path is extremely dangerous. All the powerful monsters are there, but the side paths are safe, with only a few weak creatures. Since our Black Tree Guild members are the strongest, we'll take the middle path and clear out all the powerful monsters. The rest of you can take the side paths, where you'll gain experience without much risk. So, what do you think? Everyone agrees. Captain Zhao is strong and reliable. If he says this is safe, then it must be true. We should take the right path. Just then, Lin Yuan speaks up. I don't care what you all do, but I'm going left. Xiao Gui replies, sure, you can go. Choose whichever of the 2 side paths you like. The others whisper, what's with that cloaked guy? Why is he in such a rush? Is he trying to show off? We were still discussing which path to take, and he's already decided. Honestly, I don't trust these 2. That handsome one doesn't even look powerful. Let them take the left path. We'll all go right. Captain Zhao adds mockingly, seems like no one wants to follow you too. I'm the captain here, but I can't force anyone to go with you. You chose the left path, but no one else did. Are you still going? Lin Yuan replies coldly, these weaklings don't concern me. Let them go wherever they want. Fewer people on my path just means less crowding. Saying this, Lin Yuan leaves. Watching them walk away, Xiao Gui smirks to himself. These fools, whether they go right or left, only one thing is waiting for them, death. As they entered the left path, Han Cheng said to God Lin Yuan, have you noticed? Ever since we chose this route, the temperature's been dropping steadily, and I can't shake this strange feeling, like something powerful is watching us. Lin Yuan smirked. So you finally realized it. You're right. A very strong monster has been stalking us since the moment we entered the cave. Han Cheng grew nervous. Wait, you mean a monster's watching us? But Captain Zhao said he already scouted the path and it was completely safe. How could there be monsters here? Lin Yuan chuckled. Han Cheng, are you seriously trusting that bald guy's words? Think for a second. This is AS rank hunt. Why would he bring newbies into something so dangerous? He's not your tour guide. He's just using us as bait. I can't believe none of you figured that out. Han Cheng hesitated. But, God Lin Yuan says, I know what you're thinking. You're probably wondering why I didn't expose Captain Zhao if I already knew all of this. Lin Yuan tossed a slime forward to clear the path and replied, because I wanted to come here myself and see what kind of interesting creatures were waiting inside. Just then, packs of elite-ranked hyena monsters appeared from deeper within the cave. The scene shifts to the Black Tree Guild. They were effortlessly slaughtering hyenas with their powers. One swordsman laughed. These things are fun to kill. Captain Zhao grinned. We sent those idiots ahead to die first. They're distracting the monsters and weakening them for us. Once they burn themselves out, it'll be much easier for us to finish the job and take all the rewards. He added, there's no way they can kill those high-level beasts, but they'll damage them enough that when we go in, we'll make huge profits with half the effort. So hurry up, clear your section, and then we'll move into their cave. Imagine them lying dead while we reap every bit of their hard work. That's the best part. Back on Lin Yuan's side, Han Cheng was shocked. He had expected these monsters to be a serious threat, but watching Lin Yuan's summoned beasts tearing through them effortlessly changed his mind. These hyenas are all over level 10, but your monsters are crushing them like nothing. Last time we met, your army wasn't this strong, or this big. You've become way more powerful. Honestly, God Lin Yuan, you're amazing. Lin Yuan smiled. Remember when I said we needed preparation before the fight? This is what I meant. Shocked, Han Cheng asked, God Linuan, did you really manage to control so many powerful monsters in just one day? At that moment, the system reported, you have eliminated 55 elite rank monsters. Linuan replied calmly, we've worked hard enough. Now it's time to reap the rewards of that effort. With tears in his eyes, Han Qing said, God Linuan, to be honest, I'm jealous of you. I know I'll never be able to reach your level of power. Just then, Han Qing felt the ground trembling. What's going on? Is the earth shaking because of God Linuan? But when he looked over, Linuan was completely absorbed in summoning materials and seemed unaware of the quake. He's too busy. I shouldn't disturb him. I'll go check it out myself. Besides, I haven't been of much help in fighting monsters so far. At least I can take a few down on my own. He followed the source of the tremors and arrived at a spot where the shaking was strongest. But suddenly, the ground went still. What's happening here? Then, without warning, the earth split open and an enormous tongue shot out, lashing toward him. Terrified, Han Qing thought, what is this thing? Before he could react, the tongue wrapped around him, pinning him tightly. I can't breathe. What should I do? Splitting off from God Linuan was a huge mistake. No one's coming to help me here. But at that very moment, Linuan appeared, slashing the monster's tongue into pieces and pulling Han Qing to safety. Gasping for air, Han Qing cried, God Linuan, that monster was huge. We should get out of here immediately. If it comes back, we're done for. As he spoke, the ground cracked apart again, and the massive creature emerged, an iron hyena of Lord rank. Han Qing shouted, what? A Lord rank monster? Before coming here, I read everything about the Bloodskill Cavern. It clearly said there were only elite rank monsters inside. How could a Lord rank beast appear here? Han Qing clenched his fists. God Yuan, this is all my fault. That monster came because of me. It's too powerful for us to handle. Listen, leave this place. I'll hold it off for at least 5 minutes. You go. Lin Yuan only laughed. What did you just say? You think this thing is dangerous? This isn't a threat, it's prey. A perfect taunt. Stunned, Han Qing said, God Lin Yuan, are you serious? That's a Lord rank monster. Lin Yuan grinned. Exactly. And that's what makes it fun to kill. Just stay here for 2 seconds. I'll finish it off. Summoning several vulture leaders at once, Lin Yuan ordered, everyone, throw your sword. Let's see how tough this hyena really is. But the beast used its iron hide to deflect every attack. Lin Yuan thought, it's distracted now. This is the perfect time to strike. He unleashed his green goblin curse, hitting the hyena directly. He thought, after this attack, it shouldn't even be able to stand. But to his surprise, the monster barely showed a scratch. What? My powerful attack barely harmed it. These small moves won't work. If I want to kill it, I need to use something far more powerful, something that ends it in one blow. Angered by Lin Yuan's assault, the iron hyena roared and exhaled a poisonous breath toward him. Han Qing cried out, God Yuan, dodge it. That breath is deadly. If it even grazes your body, you'll be paralyzed for 5 seconds, and your power will be cut in half. As Lin Yuan quickly retreats, he narrowly dodges the attack. He thinks to himself, this poison spray is seriously dangerous. There's so much venom in it that it even burned the ground. I definitely can't take this monster lightly. Just then, the hyena lunges at Lin Yuan with an iron tail strike. Stepping back, Lin Yuan says, the stronger you are, the happier I am, because I know the more powerful you are, the stronger the summon I'll gain. Come on, Vulture Lord, show him what you can do. Vulture Lord charges forward and attacks the hyena head-on. The collision of their blows releases massive bursts of energy. Han Qing watches in awe. Could this new monster also be one of God Yuan's summons? Just how many powerful creatures does he have? Seriously, God Yuan, you're incredible. I've never seen anyone stronger than you. Meanwhile, the Vulture Lord uses backstab to slip behind the hyena and lands a fierce strike with his claws. The system announces, this attack will slow the hyena's body for 10 seconds. Infuriated, the hyena lashes out with its tail. Lin Yuan warns, careful, that attack is deadly, but Vulture Lord can't dodge. He's slammed backward through the air. Alarmed, Han Qing shouts, this monster is insanely fast. Even though the Vulture Lord was moving at incredible speed, the hyena still managed to hit him. Does it have eyes on its back or something? How is it seeing everything behind it? I told God Lin Yuan to leave this monster to me for 5 minutes, but honestly, I couldn't even last one. Lin Yuan narrows his eyes. No, it doesn't have eyes on its back, but now I understand how it blocks every single attack. The Vulture Lord is a level 19 ultra-fast monster. Tracking its movements isn't easy, yet this hyena has countered every strike and launched lethal ones in return. There's only one reason for that. It's hidden inside its body. These hyena monsters are an evolved form of lizard monsters. Their eyes aren't normal, they have dynamic vision. If humans see this world like a 1080p screen, they see it in full 4K. On top of that, their hearing and sense of smell are extraordinary. Even with their eyes closed, they can easily track an enemy's movement. Some even have infinite sensing. They can detect opponents just from body heat and track every motion precisely. That's why a creature like this is incredibly sensitive compared to human opponents. Compared to humans, who aren't particularly fast, this would naturally be very quick. But now that I know exactly what abilities it uses, defeating it will be easier. I just need to set the perfect trap and lure it in. Linuan unleashes a barrage of attacks using Soul Flame. Let's see if your body is tougher or my fireballs are hot. The hyena roars and charges toward him. Linuan sprints away, grinning. Perfect. Just as I thought, it's completely losing its cool. My attacks have frustrated it so much that it's ignoring everything around it. All of its focus is on me, and it's chasing me like a mad beast. Han Qing frowns. Why is God Linuan running? Is he in danger? Well, that hyena is a Lord-level monster. Fireballs won't do much against it anyway. But, if he's really in trouble, why isn't there fear in his eyes? God Linuan is seriously insane. No one spends money like Mr. Beast, and no one shows courage like Linuan. Wait a second, where's he even going? That direction is full of hyena monsters. What is he planning? But Linuan kept sprinting and got dangerously close to the hyenas. Smirking to himself, he thought, this is exactly where that fool is going to lose. He doesn't even realize he's running straight to his death. In the next moment, Linuan used Flash Step to sidestep instantly. The hyena barreled ahead and collided with a group of its own kind. Linuan taunted, "You're big, you're powerful, but you're also incredibly stupid. Trapping you was as easy as giving candy to a child. Even with the monster right in front of you, you chased me straight into this spot. Now you'll find out what happens when things explode." As the hyena lunged at him, Linuan sneered, "You're too late to chase me now." He used his hyena corpses to grab Iron Hyena and unleashed a massive explosion. Linuan said coldly, "I heard something crack. Looks like that armor protecting you just shattered in the blast. Now who's going to save you, monster?" Furious, the hyena attacked again. Linuan laughed, "You're angry? You should be. But anger won't save you. Your death has already been written." Leaping high, Linuan summoned his vulture lord. He commanded, "Attack from the left." Linuan himself flanked to the right, thinking, lizards have an amazing sense for detecting their surroundings, but their minds aren't fast enough to track two simultaneous attacks. If both of us strike together, this hyena won't stand a chance. It'll see us coming, it'll track our movements, but it won't be able to do a thing. The vulture lord rained arrows, distracting the beast. Linuan praised, "Good work. All we needed was to distract this idiot, and that was too easy. Time to finish this with one final strike. This attack will tear through its health completely." Linuan unleashed a deadly blow. The system confirmed, critical hit on Hyena Lord. HP reduced to 0. You have leveled up and reached level 14. Grinning, Linuan muttered, "Even in death, this hyena gave me a huge profit. Coming here was definitely worth it." After a brief 5-minute break, Linuan's undead army fully recovered its HP. He thought, during the fight, their health dropped significantly, but just a few minutes of rest restored them completely. And now, my green goblin curse has reached level 3, granting me a new ability. If I deal 20% damage to an enemy, I recover 20% of my power, and I no longer need to wait 10 seconds between uses. I can trigger it every 6 seconds. Just as I suspected, killing a Lord-ranked monster gives massive rewards. Linuan continued reflecting, my green goblin curse has also leveled up. If I fight another powerful monster, it might soon reach level 4, then battling these creatures will be even more fun. He admitted there was a downside. I destroyed most of the hyenas I had captured because of the corpse explosion, but it's no big loss. I gained a Lord-ranked monster in return, and this one's level 20. With all its skills, it'll make an excellent shield. For offense, I've got the Vulture Lord. Its speed and precision let me strike anyone. And now, with this hyena, I can defend against any attack. Day by day, my undead army is becoming perfect. All I need now are some powerful healers and support soldiers, and then my army will be complete. Just then, from the side, Han Qing spoke up. God Linuan, look at this. After killing so many monsters, we've collected some incredible loot. You know, this is the first time in my life I've seen such amazing treasure. I'm telling you, we should pack it up and leave. If we sell this outside, we'll make a fortune. I've never earned this much profit from a single hunt. Linuan replied calmly, what's the rush to leave? Selling it won't give us nearly as much benefit as staying here. Besides, a few rats are still hiding in their holes. We're not leaving until we wipe them out. The scene then shifts to the central cave. There, members of the Black Tree Guild had already slaughtered a large number of hyenas. Xiaogi laughed, this is incredible. We've never killed this many monsters in one hunt before. Honestly, I feel a whole new level of confidence after today, and the best part is, this is only the beginning. Everything we've earned so far is just from our own efforts. The real profit from others' hard work is still waiting for us. Another guild member said proudly, Captain, you're amazing. With you leading us, we've killed so many monsters. Honestly, even if these creatures had been Lord ranked instead of elite, they still wouldn't have stood a chance. With a warrior like you on our side, even Lord ranked monsters would be forced to kneel. A mage added cautiously, I heard some terrifying noises coming from the cave nearby, loud explosions, people screaming. From the sound of it, I think everyone in the other cave has already been wiped out. Now's the perfect time to move in and finish off the remaining monsters. Those fools already did their job for us. Laughing cruelly, Xiaogi kicked the dead hyena aside. Exactly. They came here, worked hard, risked their lives, and now we'll be the ones to reap all the rewards. We can't let their effort go to waste. Let's see what they've left behind for us. As the group advanced toward the cave, the walls suddenly shattered with a deafening crack. Stones burst outward, flying straight at them. Blocking the debris, they shouted in confusion, "What's happening here? Why is this entire cave collapsing? Captain, has someone attacked us?" Irritated, Captain Zhao growled, "Who's there? Show yourself. I want to see who has the guts to launch a sneak attack on the Black Tree Guild. Whoever you are, you've just signed your own death warrant. Turn back while you can, because Captain Zhao is about to destroy you." At that moment, Linuan appeared before them. Linuan smirked and said, "What's wrong? Why do you look so angry seeing us alive? Oh, and let me give you a heads up, there's no point in going into the left cave. I've already killed every single hyena inside. To be honest, wiping them out was very profitable for me. If you go there now, all you'll find are corpses." Irritated, the mage demanded, "How did you even survive? The iron hyenas inside were extremely strong. It should have been impossible for you to make it out alive." Han Cheng snapped back in anger, "How disgusting you are. I always thought members of a big guild were supposed to be honorable, but you people are nothing but filthy deceivers. You staged a fake S-rank hunt, lured countless players here, and tried to use them as disposable tools. Didn't you feel even a shred of shame doing something so vile?" The swordsman stepped forward and laughed coldly. "Shame? Why should we feel shame? Let me make it clear, we are members of the Black Tree Guild. If a few rookies die while working for us, so what? For you, dying for us should be considered an honor, and yet here you are, wasting time arguing with us." Zhao Gi, shocked, thought to himself, "This is strange. How did these two manage to return alive? From what I know, all three caves are filled with large numbers of hyenas. Could it be that the left cave had fewer monsters, making it easier for them to escape? Maybe most of the hyenas were in the right cave, leaving those players unlucky. Otherwise, survival should have been impossible." Meanwhile, Han Qing shouted, "Your shamelessness makes me sick. Don't you feel even a little ashamed of yourselves?" But Zhao Gi thought differently. It doesn't matter how they survived, their words are beginning to irritate me. If we want to keep tricking people and carrying out our plans, then silencing them here is the only option. Instead of escaping, they foolishly came to confront us. That was their biggest mistake. Zhao Gi then stepped forward and sneered, "I don't know how you made it out of your cave alive, but you're indeed lucky. Unfortunately, you're also fools for coming here instead of running away, and now, because of that, I'll have no choice but to end you, forever." With that, he launched a deadly attack. Lin Yuan quickly pulled Han Cheng back, saving him just in time. The two then clashed, their powers colliding so violently that the cave trembled and began to crumble deeper inside. Zhao Gi laughed and taunted, "What's wrong? Weren't you bragging just a moment ago? But now that you've seen my power, are you scared? Honestly, I doubt you'll last even 5 minutes against me." At that moment, Lin Yuan unleashed his green goblin curse. We then saw Zhao Gi desperately dodging the incoming attacks. He thought to himself, how can a mere newbie possess such power? This is an S-rank hunt, only experienced hunters came here, and yet, this guy is still standing against me, truly unbelievable. When Zhao Gi glanced back, he saw no one there. Confused, he muttered, "Where did he disappear to?" Suddenly, Lin Yuan emerged from the smoke, launching a deadly strike. Zhao Gi blocked the blow and scoffed, "Do you think I'm some rookie who wouldn't notice such a pathetic sneak attack? I knew you hadn't run away. You were just waiting to use the smoke as cover to strike at me. You're lucky, boy. Many have stood before me, but very few lasted this long. Fortune must really be on your side." In the next instant, Zhao Gi vanished right before Lin Yuan's eyes. His voice echoed coldly, "Dreams are meant to be broken, and when you dream with your eyes open, all it earns you are broken bones. You came here to hunt prey, but now, you've become my prey." He suddenly appeared behind Lin Yuan and lunged at him. Lin Yuan turned, thinking, "I've wasted too much time." With a single strike, Zhao Gi sent Lin Yuan crashing backward. Startled, Han Cheng cried out, "God, Lin Yuan, are you okay?" The swordsman sneered, "Don't worry about your god, worry about yourself. You won't be escaping from us." The mage added, "Exactly, beating an insect like you doesn't even require all of us. Just the two of us are more than enough." Zhao Gi mocked, "Well, boy, what did fighting us get you?" In the end, death. If you had any sense, you would have left instead of standing your ground. As they say, a wise man understands hints, but you weren't wise at all, and that's why you're dying now. But Linuan glared at them and replied, even when the truth is right before your eyes, you fail to see it. Open your eyes and understand reality. From the very beginning, it hasn't been you winning here, it's been me. As he spoke, he caught Zhao Gi's full-powered punch with his bare hand. Shocked, Zhao Gi thought, what is happening? How did his strength suddenly rise like this? How is he stopping my full-force strike with just his hands? Linuan said coldly, I only wanted to test the strength of the Black Tree Guild's third team captain, but honestly, you've been nothing but a disappointment. If you're the standard, then your entire guild must be nothing but trash, and I could easily wipe out your whole guild in a single day. Enraged, Zhao Gi roared, you're spouting nonsense. Yet, even as he used all his strength, he couldn't break free from Linuan's grip. Linuan smirked, what's wrong? Use all your strength. A moment ago, when I wasn't even trying, you seemed powerful, but the instant I began using my real power, your strength completely vanished. Where did it go? With that, Linuan lifted Zhao Gi and slammed him to the ground with overwhelming force. Seeing this, even his teammates were left completely shocked. Zhao Gi growled, it seems I underestimated you. If I had known you were this powerful, I wouldn't have wasted time with such weak attacks. But no matter, it's not too late. These next strikes will be enough to finish you off. The three of them then rushed forward together to attack. Zhao Gi shouted, open your eyes wide, this is your end. But Linuan only laughed, my soldiers, awaken. It's time to show these dogs their place. In an instant, Linuan vanished, and his summoned creatures surged forward, restraining the enemies. The guild members, stunned, cried out, what's happening? Where did these vulture monsters come from inside this cave? At that moment, Linuan struck with his green goblin curse, blasting Zhao Gi back through the air. Panicked, Zhao Gi shouted, wait, listen, let me make this clear. The three of us are from the Black Tree Guild. If you kill us, our guild will definitely seek revenge. Don't underestimate them. Even the strongest have been crushed before. Compared to them, you are nothing. Think carefully 100 times before you do anything reckless here. Linuan paused as he felt something gripping his leg. Looking down, he saw Hanqing holding onto him tightly. Hanqing exclaimed, God Linuan, you're incredible. Just a while ago, I was so scared I almost wet myself, but watching your power, it's amazing. I've never seen such a warrior before. Linuan coldly replied, step aside. My work here isn't done yet. Then, turning back to the guild members, he said, you praise the Black Tree Guild so much, but to be honest, it's not as great as it seems. From the outside, it might look powerful, but inside it's full of nothing but scum. Everyone knows that we players, if killed, will eventually return. What really matters are the equipments your guild has given you. Once I kill you and loot everything, how will you explain that to your guild members? They'll be furious with you. So stop worrying about me, and start worrying about what's about to happen to you. Zhao Gi thought nervously, this man is too clever, I should never have provoked him. Desperate, he pleaded, fine. Just tell me what price I must pay for you to let me go. I'll give you anything you want. Linuan answered coldly, what I want is your guild's complete power list. I want to know how many members you have, what their professions are, and exactly what abilities they possess. I want every detail about each one of them. Linuan thought to himself, in my past life, Evil God's very first follower had a strange ability, something no one had ever seen or even heard of before. Because of that, no one knew how to fight him. If this guild has even one member whose powers are unexplainable, then there's a high chance that person is that same follower. Zhao Gi said, why do you even need the power list? What are you planning to do with it? But before he could say more, Linuan stabbed his hand. Linuan warned coldly, you're in no position to ask questions right now. Just write down everyone's names and their powers quietly. Otherwise, the attack I made on your hand could just as easily land on your throat. Panicked, Zhao Gi quickly replied, yes, I'm writing. Please don't attack me. Soon after, Zhao Gi handed over the list to Linuan. Looking through it, Linuan muttered, there are quite a few members in this guild with special abilities, but none of them stand out. Not even a single one here could be the follower of Evil God. Looks like this isn't the guild where I'll find him. Zhao Gi nervously asked, boss, I've done everything you asked. Can my team and I leave now? Linuan nodded casually. Yes, you may go. Relieved, Zhao Gi said, thank you so much. But the moment they turned away, Linuan struck them down with a sudden attack, killing all three instantly. His voice turned cold as he said, I was going to let you go, but then I suddenly remembered the screams of all those people who died needlessly because of you. That made me change my mind. I felt like killing you myself. As they perished, all of their items dropped on the ground. Looking over the weapons, Linuan remarked that one of them had been carrying a silver-type weapon, and that the others also possessed decent gear. He thought that if he sold them in the market, he could earn a good price. While he was still checking through the loot, Han Cheng noticed a number of untouched treasure chests nearby and pointed them out. He admitted that no one else had noticed them and asked if he could keep them. Lin Yuan told him he had already taken what he needed, and the rest could be his. But Han Cheng shook his head, insisting that since Lin Yuan had done all the fighting, he had no right to take anything for free. Instead, he offered to buy them. Lin Yuan agreed, telling him to take what he wanted. Han Cheng promised to transfer the money once he got home, and immediately gave Lin Yuan 54 gold coins. As Lin Yuan exited the cave, he reflected that he had finally reached level 15. However, despite so many battles, he still hadn't obtained a single piece of gold-ranked equipment. Most of his gear was only silver rank, and getting gold items was still extremely difficult. He resolved that his next goal would be acquiring gold equipment, knowing how crucial it would be in future battles. On the way back, Han Cheng hesitantly spoke up. He admitted that he had heard troubling rumors. The Black Tree Guild was dangerous because they took their grudges from the game into real life. If they lost in the game, they would resort to violence in reality. Han Cheng explained that he himself was safe, since the guild could not target him due to corporate restrictions, but Lin Yuan might be attacked. Out of concern, he asked if Lin Yuan would allow him to assign bodyguards around his home for protection. Lin Yuan thanked him sincerely for caring but told him not to worry. He declared that the Black Tree Guild could do nothing against him, whether in the game or in real life. A loser would always remain a loser. Back in reality, Lin Yuan's mother called him for dinner. He removed his headset and opened the door, only to be startled by the sight of a man standing in front of him wearing a gaming helmet. For a moment, Lin Yuan feared that the guild had come for him already, but to his relief, the man turned out to be his father. His father asked if this was the helmet Lin Yuan used to play games. He explained that he had found one during the room cleaning, but it didn't seem to work. Lin Yuan told him it needed to be switched on first. Curious, he asked why his father had even bought a gaming helmet when his parents always considered such things useless. His father clarified that he hadn't bought it. When your mom was cleaning your sister's room, she found this in her room. Lin Yuan then thought back to his past life. His sister, Ten, had always pretended she disliked gaming, but in truth, she had played as well and had awakened long before him. Perhaps this was the moment in time when she would awaken again. Their mother interrupted, asking why they were still standing around when dinner was ready and the food was getting cold. Everyone sat down to eat together. While eating, Lin Yuan reflected that his parents still lived far removed from the world of technology and gaming. He realized he needed to bring them into the immortal world and use his resources to make them stronger. The world was on the verge of great change, and those without the game's power would be the most vulnerable. He decided that while he could protect himself with his current strength, if he wanted to safeguard his whole family, he needed to make them powerful too. So he told them that the game wasn't as difficult as it seemed, and promised to bring them helmets the next day so they could experience the wonders of that world for themselves. But his mother immediately refused. She insisted that they would never use such devices and forbade him from wasting money on useless things. Lin Yuan reassured her, saying the helmets weren't expensive, and that he already had enough money to buy them. He told her not to worry. By the way, Mom, it's already quite late. Why hasn't Ten come home yet? Lin Yuan's mother mentioned that it was Friday, and on Fridays his sister never returned home early. She explained that she usually stayed out late with her friends and often ate outside, so everyone should eat first. She added that if necessary, she would call her later, though she was certain that his sister would not come home hungry. Lin Yuan, however, insisted that it was already 10 o'clock at night and too late to ignore. He said he would call her himself. When he tried, his sister cut the call immediately. Hurt, he thought that if she didn't want to answer, she could have at least sent a message. Hanging up on her older brother like that stung. Deep down, he admitted that because of his own past behavior, she had begun ignoring him, and repairing that relationship would take time. Seeing his expression, his mother reassured him. She told him not to worry, to finish dinner, and reminded him that his sister would return after eating outside anyway. She warned that waiting would only cause the food to grow cold. Lin Yuan suddenly stood up and told his parents to continue without him. He explained that he had forgotten to buy something important, and if he delayed any longer, the shop would close. He promised he would be back in just 5 minutes. His mother tried to stop him, pointing out that the food would go cold, but his father intervened, saying that if it was truly important, they should let him go. He then remarked with a sigh that he remembered a time when the siblings were inseparable, talking endlessly and enjoying each other's company. Now, despite living under the same roof, they behaved like strangers who no longer cared about each other. Lin Yuan's mother disagreed. She explained that her son was simply poor at expressing himself. She insisted she knew he still cared deeply for his younger sister and believed he was a very good older brother. As Lin Yuan headed downstairs, memories of the past resurfaced. He recalled a time when Ten had come home badly injured. Alarmed, he asked what happened, but she snapped back, saying it was none of his concern since he only cared about his game world. She told him to stay buried in it and demanded that he never mention her injuries to their parents. She had coldly instructed him to pretend he had seen nothing, just as he always did. With that, she had stormed into her room, leaving him feeling helpless. Back in the present, Linuan reflected on his past life. He remembered how, once 1010 started playing Immoral World, she had quickly received a profession, but that very profession had made her life extremely difficult. With her newfound powers, she had been approached by a powerful secret organization known as the Order. This organization had been founded by 9 individuals chosen by the gods themselves. Only the qualified could join, and among their members was a prophet with the ability to sense who the chosen ones were. Even in reality, the Order would identify them early and extend invitations to join. Within the game, the Order had become immensely powerful, and its influence in the real world was growing day by day. They operated mysteriously, their movements difficult to detect, but they never committed evil. In fact, they often acted for the good of society and had delayed many disasters, including attacks from the evil god, long before they could strike. Lin Yuan remembered that the Order had invited his sister too, and once she joined, her life became unbearably difficult. To maintain balance in society, she had taken on dangerous missions that destroyed her personal life. There were times when she disappeared for days, with no one knowing if she was alive or not. He now hoped the Order had not yet approached her in this timeline, but if they had, he vowed that unlike the last time, he would not allow her to face it blindly. He would warn her in advance about the dangers of this world, so that every move she made would be careful and calculated. Thinking this, he stepped outside and noticed his sister sitting in a cafe with several others. He immediately realized his suspicions were correct. She had already awakened, and the Order had found her. From his distance, he couldn't hear their conversation, but he knew they weren't enemies. Even so, he felt it was important to listen. He decided that the time had come to use his powers in the real world. Activating his invisibility, he slipped into the cafe. His ability was at level 3, which allowed him to remain unseen for 5 full minutes. Hidden from sight, he began listening intently to their conversation. Haochen was saying, "Little sister, I've already told you everything I had to say. Whether you choose to believe me or not is completely up to you. But if you decide to join us, it would be a very good thing, because 3 years from now, an apocalypse will strike this world. When that happens, no matter who you are, no one will be spared. That's why we want everyone to unite early and stop this catastrophe before it begins." Lin Yuan thought, so their prophet has already warned them about the coming apocalypse. Jiao Fan interrupted, "Brother, why are you being so serious? Look carefully, we're talking to a little girl. If you keep speaking like this, you'll scare her. Calm your energy and talk more gently." Haochen replied, "You already know this isn't a joke. I'm not talking for your sake or mine, but for everyone. When disaster strikes, no one will be left behind, everyone will die. If we clear things up beforehand, it will be much better for all. And you also know this world isn't as simple as it seems." At that moment, Haochen suddenly sensed something. Jiao Fan thought, what happened to him? Why did he stop speaking suddenly? Meanwhile, Haochen realized, someone is here. I can feel their presence. Using his ring, Haochen cast a dispel spell. The system announced, "Host, your invisibility has been dispelled. You will become visible within 3 seconds." Haochen thought, whoever is hiding here will soon be revealed, but even after 3 seconds passed, nothing appeared. He casually said, "Uncle, please bring me a cold coffee. By the way, has anyone else come here?" The shopkeeper replied, No one has come in. Just wait 5 seconds, I'll bring your coffee." Lin Yuan thought, he used his ring to cast the spell. Luckily, I had 3 seconds to hide myself again. If his ring had worked properly, I would have been exposed right in front of them. Haochen then turned back to Lin Ten and said, "Look, I know you're very young, but I also know you're kind and honest. Whether you want to join us or not is entirely your choice. None of us are forcing you, but please, think carefully before making any decision. If you feel that you want to stand for humanity and help others, you can always call this number. We'll be waiting for your call." Lin Ten replied, "Okay, I'll think about it and let you know." As they left, Jiao Fan said, "I'm sure you'll join us soon. I'll be waiting for you in the team." Meanwhile, Lin Yuan turned invisible again and followed them outside. On the road, Lin Yuan thought, I was right behind them, so how did they suddenly disappear? Just then, a cup of cold coffee fell right in front of him. Lin Yuan thought, cold coffee? That means, he's here. Haochen said, I knew something was off. The coffee I threw stopped mid-air. That means someone is following us. The system again announced, Host, another dispel has been used. Your invisibility will vanish in 3 seconds. Lin Yuan panicked. What's their problem? They're standing right in front of me and now my invisibility is about to vanish. I have to escape quickly. But even after 3 seconds, nothing appeared before Haochen. Frustrated, he said, What's going on here? I keep sensing someone following us, but every time I cast a spell, no one shows up. Maybe I'm just being overly sensitive. Jiao Fan laughed. See, I told you, you're always too serious. You should relax a little. Anyway, Brother Hao, do you think that girl will join us? Hao Chen replied, until today, our prophet's words have never been wrong, and the prophet said that girl will definitely side with us. Whether it's today or tomorrow doesn't matter. Jiao Fan agreed. Yes, that's true. None of the prophet's predictions have ever been wrong. Honestly though, that girl was really cute. I'm going to ask the prophet if she can be my girlfriend. Hao Chen scolded him. Your mind is always filled with useless thoughts. Right now, you should be worrying about how we're going to survive the coming disaster. If we can't even live, how will you enjoy life? Jiao Fan chuckled. You're right, but still, there are 3 whole years before the disaster. Until then, I can't be alone for 3 whole years. From a distance, Linuan was watching and thought, I really underestimated these people. They're much more dangerous than I imagined. The less contact I have with them, the better. If they come too close, they might discover my forbidden profession, and that would cause me serious trouble. In the immortal world, I at least have the darkness crown, but here in reality, I have nothing. I must increase my growth rate much faster. At this pace, I won't be able to do anything, especially since there are so many people far stronger than me in this world. The scene shifts. We see Lin Ten walking home, deep in thought. What should I do now? Should I join those people? Suddenly, shocked, she exclaims, what are you doing here? Lin Yuan replies, I just came down to buy something. By the way, have you eaten? Lin Ten answers, no, I haven't eaten anything yet. Lin Yuan smiles, that's fine. I bought plenty for both of us. We can eat together. It's already late, and if mom cooks now, she'll just trouble herself for no reason. Let's eat what I bought instead. Lin Ten wonders, is this really my brother? This was the same person who never cared about anyone, who wouldn't even offer water to a dying man. How has he suddenly become so caring? Lin Yuan calls out, why are you standing there? Come on, let's go. The 2 siblings return home. Lin Yuan's mother scolds gently, I don't mind you going out with your friends, but look at the time. You even forgot to eat. Come sit quickly, I'll warm up some food for you. Lin Ten says, no, Mom, I'm not hungry. I'm really tired. I just want to rest. Mother replies, you haven't eaten either. Sit quietly, I'll prepare food for you both. As Lin Ten enters her room, she thinks, what's happening? Why has everything changed so suddenly? Ever since I started playing that game, things have become so strange. It feels like the entire world itself has changed, and I don't understand anything about it. Then we see a flashback from a few days earlier. Lin Ten was playing the game when a mantis monster suddenly attacks her team. The maid shouts, Ten, run. You're the fastest in the group. We'll hold the monster back. Just escape. But the level 5 mantis attacks again, and the mage was severely injured. Ten refuses to leave. You're all badly hurt. You won't be able to stop this monster. The best option is for me to fight it while you use the chance to escape. As a swordsman, it's my responsibility to step forward. I'm sorry, but I can't abandon you. Despite her courage, her lower level makes the fight difficult. The mantis lands a terrible cut on her back. The system announces, Host, you have shown great courage. As a result, you are being granted a hidden class. You are now undergoing reawakening. Shocked, Ten says, what's happening? I feel a new power awakening inside me. She pushes forward and slays several mantis monsters. After defeating them all, she collapses from exhaustion. The system then declares, you have fully awakened. Your new profession is, Sword of the Dawn. Back in the present, Ten recalls, from that day onward, everything changed. I thought I was just playing a game, but I had no idea it would become reality. The powers I unlocked in the game, I can now use them in the real world. I've also met others like me, people who can use powers too. They told me a disaster is coming to this world, but how am I supposed to protect everyone? Do I even have the strength to become a savior? If even powerful people like them are worried, then what hope is left for ordinary people without powers? She sighs. Should I join them or not? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm strong enough to protect everyone. But one thing is clear, I must become stronger, as quickly as possible, because I have a family I need to protect. A family I love deeply, one I will never let anything happen to. At the same time, we see Lin Yuan looking at the same family photo. He thinks, this house isn't very secure. If we were attacked in reality, Mom and Dad could be in danger. I need to find a way to move us somewhere safer. But if I spend too much time in reality, I won't be able to grow stronger. I have to balance both, ensuring my family's safety while becoming powerful, because I know the dangers that are coming. Life ahead will be tough for everyone. Until then, as long as I can, I'll keep them happy. The next day, Lin Yuan visits a property company. A saleswoman greets him, Sir, are you here to look for an apartment? Lin Yuan replies firmly, No, I don't want an apartment. I need a villa, one that's highly secured. Security so tight that no one can enter except family. The saleswoman thinks to herself, a villa? Everyone knows villas are extremely expensive. Can someone this young really afford one? The salesgirl says, Sir, do you know how expensive the kind of villa you're asking about can be? Highly secured houses are always built in premium locations, and their prices are extremely high. Linuan replies, I don't know exactly how much such a villa costs, but I do have a no-limit card. I don't think I'd ever be short of money to buy even a villa. The salesgirl, shocked, checks his card. What? A limited VIP black card? Only people with a minimum deposit of at least 10 million are eligible for this. You actually own one, sir. You're practically a god of wealth. A villa is nothing for you. Please wait just 2 seconds. I'll show you the best villa in our entire office portfolio. Soon, Linuan purchases the most expensive villa in the area, leaving everyone around completely stunned. Later, we see him bringing his parents to their new home. His mother, astonished, says, Did I hear correctly? Is this villa really our new house? We even have our own private pool. Honestly, I've only seen such homes on TV. This is my first time seeing something like this in real life. It's incredible. His father adds, Look at these rooms. Each one is larger and more lavish than our entire old house. This villa is truly amazing. But his mother worries. Linuan, tell me honestly, how big of a loan did you take to buy this? Son, no matter what, don't take on a huge loan. You have a long life ahead of you. If you tie yourself down with debt, you'll only limit your future. His father agrees. Your mom is right. There's no need for you to put pressure on yourself. Linuan reassures them, Mom, Dad, you're misunderstanding. Honestly, I didn't put myself under any pressure. The truth is, I bought this house outright, without a single penny of loan. If you're wondering where the money came from, I earned it by winning many gaming tournaments. My gaming income is quite good as well. So please, don't worry about money. Your son earns more than enough. I've even built my gaming studio nearby. If you ever need me, just come there. Now you can live here comfortably, and I can continue my gaming without any problems. Hearing this, his father becomes emotional. I never imagined I'd live in a villa in my lifetime. Truly, our son is the best in the world. This dream wasn't even something we could dare to dream, yet our child has made it come true. His mother nods, You're absolutely right. The same boy who couldn't walk 2 steps without help has now bought a villa with his own efforts. I'm so proud of him. Linuan thinks to himself, This happiness, this is what I always wanted to see on their faces. Yet I was once such a useless son who could never bring them joy. God, thank you so much for giving me a second chance. That evening, Linuan was inspecting the villa's security. He says, I can confidently say that no matter how powerful a player may be, entering this villa will be extremely difficult. These company people did an excellent job, exactly as I requested. Now my next task is to somehow get Mom and Dad into the game and protect my family from the Order. The people of the Order aren't bad at heart, but I know their actions could bring danger to my family. Just as he was about to leave, a group of men suddenly appeared. They sneered, Finally, we found you. Do you know how long we've been waiting here? Tracking your location was a real pain. Linuan immediately recognized them. This must be that Black Tree Guild captain I defeated before. Hanqing did warn me they'd come for revenge. Looks like they showed up much sooner than I expected. Led by their leader Zhao, the group rushed forward to attack. One of them mocked, In the game, anyone can pretend to be a great fighter. But in real life, fighting is way harder. You don't have the same strength here as you do in the game. Last time, you acted high and mighty, and because of you, we suffered heavy losses. Let's see what you can do now, in the real world. Another shouted, Brothers, go teach this bastard a lesson. Because of him, we lost so much. Today we'll make sure he regrets ever messing with us. He won't even be able to play games again after this. One thug laughed, Look at him, brothers. He's frozen in fear. His legs won't even move. If you were this scared, why'd you provoke us in the first place? You'll regret that mistake, because unlike in the game, here in reality there are no revives after death. At that moment, Linuan calmly activated his invisibility skill. You guys sure love to run your mouths, but unfortunately, your bodies and your hands move far too slowly. With that kind of speed, how could you ever hope to hurt me? Before they realized it, Linuan vanished from sight. Shocked, one man stammered, Where did he go? In the next instant, Linuan appeared right in front of Zhao and with just one punch, crippled him. He began striking down his enemies one by one. You really enjoy harassing people in real life, don't you? He taunted while beating them. Let's see how it feels to be on the receiving end. Today I'll break you so badly, you'll never dare bully anyone again. The gang panicked. How is he this strong? He disappears like a ghost and suddenly reappears to attack us. Pinning Zhao down with his rod, Linuan glared. You came at me so carelessly, it seems you don't value your life at all. If that's the case, I can end it right now with one clean strike. He thought to himself, if I don't put them in their place today, they might attack again in the future, and next time, it might not be me they target. It could be my family. I can't allow that. Terrified, Zhao begged, Big brother, please forgive me. I was wrong, I swear. Don't kill me. I'm a good person. I promise I'll never bother anyone again. And if you spare me, I'll give you some valuable information about a hidden quest. Lin Yuan's eyes narrowed. A quest? Fine. Speak quickly. Your life depends on how useful this information is. Zhao stammered out, in the capital city, there's a blacksmith named Tong. He'll give you tasks that require bringing him mineral ores. If you complete these tasks repeatedly, or deliver a huge amount of mineral ores at once, you'll earn massive favor with him. In return, he'll craft golden equipment, powerful gear that no one in the desert currently possesses. I just found out about this myself. Hardly anyone knows. With your skills, you could finish the quest much faster than anyone else. Hearing this, Lin Yuan recalled, in my previous life, no one in the western desert had golden equipment, except there was one man who obtained it unusually early. I'd heard many rumors about him but never met him. I remember now, he got that gear because of an NPC everyone else ignored. This information matches perfectly with what I remember. Zhao might be trying to trick me, but if this is true, it could be extremely valuable. Pressing the rod harder against Zhao, Lin Yuan warned, listen carefully. If your words are true, it'll be good for you. But if you're lying, it won't end well. In the game, I can crush not just you, but your entire guild with ease. And in real life, you've already seen my strength. Remember, I don't just have power myself, I know others just as powerful. If you ever pull another stunt like this, I swear I'll drag you out of your home and destroy your guild, not only in the game, but in the real world too. Stay away from me and my family. If I even see you near them, that day will be your last. And if you doubt me, just look at what I did to your friend here. That's exactly what I'll do to you. Terrified, Zhao quickly said, I understand now. I don't need to learn anything else. Big brother, please don't worry. I'll never step foot in this area again. Neither I nor anyone from my group will ever come near here. The scene shifts to a lodge inside the capital. We see people sitting around, eating and drinking in peace. Suddenly, Tong the blacksmith, looking shocked, exclaimed, wait, what did I just hear? You're giving me 100 mineral ores all at once? Please, don't joke like that. No one has ever given me that many mineral ores before. But if you're truly serious, then Tong promises you this. I'll craft you an incredible weapon. And I'll do it completely for free. Lin Yuan thought to himself, so Zhao was telling the truth. The moment I mentioned mineral ores, Tong promised to make me a weapon. And everyone knows this isn't just any weapon, it'll be golden equipment. All I need to do now is mine mineral ores as quickly as possible and bring them to him. That way, I can get my golden equipment sooner. As Lin Yuan was about to leave the lodge, his eyes caught sight of a man harassing a young woman. The man leered, hey beauty, where are you going? Come, sit with me. Let's have a drink together. Why are you running away? Fate brought us together. You can't just leave. You're too beautiful to walk away without sharing a drink with me. The woman protested. I don't even know you. Why would I sit with you? Let me go. I want nothing to do with you. Please, don't touch me. Somebody help me. This man is horrible. The man smirked. No one here is going to help you. And don't act like I'm some kind of villain. I just asked you to have a drink with me. If you agree, I promise you'll enjoy it. Watching this unfold, Lin Yuan narrowed his eyes at the thug. The man noticed his glare and barked, what are you staring at, hero? Think you can scare me by glaring? Don't try to play smart here. Leave, or I'll smash you to pieces. If you annoy me, I'll pluck out your eyes and play marbles with them. My name's Master Bang, and I've got a powerful gang. If I get angry, you can't imagine what I'll do to you. Before he could continue, Lin Yuan suddenly attacked, throwing him back. Lin Yuan said coldly, you really tested my patience. I was going to walk away quietly, but your disgusting words ruined my mood. Normally, I'd ignore trash like you, but now, I can't. The woman, relieved, smiled brightly. Wow, you're so handsome. Thank you so much for saving me. Would you like to have a drink with me? It would make me so happy. But Lin Yuan waved her off. No, there's no need. Honestly, you shouldn't drink anymore. You already seem drunk enough. She tried to follow him. Brother, wait. Why are you walking so fast? I can't keep up with you. Suddenly, she tripped. Lin Yuan quickly caught her in his arms, hero style. She gazed at him dreamily. Big brother, thank you again. You're just like a real hero. And, you seem like such a good dancer too. Lin Yuan sighed. What is she even saying? The alcohol has clearly gone to her head. Moments later, she fell asleep in his arms. Lin Yuan muttered, great, now this is a headache, before carrying her to a room and leaving her there. As he walked away, he thought, this isn't important right now. What matters is getting to the mines quickly and collecting mineral ores. Soon, Lin Yuan arrived at the Viper mine. Looking around, he noted, "It's good I have my kobold monsters with me. With their help, mining becomes much easier. Without them, this would have been tough." Currently, he had 12 kobold monsters under his command. If I can find more mining monsters inside this cave, the work will go even faster. Just then, his kobolds were suddenly ambushed. A group of level 10 monster rats attacked. "So this cave hides mining monsters too?" Linuan grinned. "Perfect. Scorpion, step forward and show your strength. Finish them quickly." His summoned scorpion charged forward, annihilating the rat monsters. Linuan smirked. "Just 5 minutes ago, I was wishing for mining monsters, and now here they are. The more variety I have under my control, the easier future battles will become. With such forces, I can create countless strategies against my enemies." But suddenly, just as he finished, a massive explosion shook the mine. "What now?" Linuan frowned. "Something powerful is coming this way." From the shadows emerged a terrifying creature, the level 16 Rat Lord, the boss of this mining region. It wasn't alone, it had been chasing someone straight into the mine. Linuan muttered, "So this is the boss of the mine. Someone deliberately attacked it and lured it here." The stranger then launched an attack at Linuan. While dodging, Linuan thought angrily, "What a scumbag. First, he brought a monster here, and now he's attacking me too." But then Linuan realized, it wasn't actually an attack. Instead, it was a buff. The system message appeared, "Host, you have received the Holy Armor buff. For the next 60 seconds, your defense has increased by 20 points and your agility has also improved. You are now 30% faster than before." Shocked, Linuan exclaimed, "What? That guy buffed me? So, he's a priest? But if he's really a priest, then why did he lure this monster here?" Meanwhile, a bystander whispered excitedly, "Wait, it looks like the boss monster is chasing that priest. Watching a priest fight a boss monster will be entertaining. There's no way a priest can handle a monster that strong. I should start a live stream, tons of people will tune in, and I'll make some money from the traffic." The priest, panicked, shouted at Linuan, "Brother, forgive me. I didn't bring this monster here on purpose. I was just running for my life, and it chased me all the way here. I gave you a buff, you should be much faster now. Please, escape while you can. I'll take full responsibility for this mess." Soon, 15 viewers had already joined the live stream. People commented excitedly, "Unbelievable. A priest fighting a boss monster alone? This is going to be fun. Watching him get crushed will be hilarious." Linuan, however, thought differently. Even though this priest is in serious trouble, he's still taking responsibility for his mistake. That shows loyalty. He then smirked. "Recently, I bought a villa and spent a lot of money. I need more funds. If I can kill this boss monster, I'll earn plenty. And since it came right to me, how could I ignore it?" The live stream viewership skyrocketed, climbing to over 130 viewers. People recognized Linuan immediately. "Wait, isn't that the guy who defeated the desert's first world boss? The one who wiped out an entire guild of 30 members by himself? If he's fighting now, this is going to be epic." Meanwhile, the boss monster closed in on the priest. The priest ran, cursing, "Damn it, just leave me alone. How far are you going to chase me?" Right as the monster was about to strike, Linuan intervened, blocking the attack. The priest gasped in shock. "Who is this man? Why is he helping me?" The scene then shifted. Elsewhere, Xiaogi was watching Linuan's live stream. He muttered, "He's facing a boss monster head-on. Honestly, there's no shame in losing to someone like him. That bastard is practically a monster himself." Nearby, members of the Fury Guild gossiped bitterly. "The whole internet is obsessed with him. I don't get it. What's so special about Linuan? Honestly, he annoys me. He pretends to take on these dangerous fights just to get famous, but there's nothing extraordinary about them." Another guild member chimed in, flattering their leader, "Boss, you're absolutely right. Compared to you, he's nothing. If you faced him, you'd crush him with one hand. Our Fury Guild is the best, and you're the strongest captain." Xiaogi recognized the man they were praising, Madman, the Fury Guild's captain. Clearly, even Madman had watched Linuan's stream, and it burned them inside. Xiaogi sneered, "Talking big is easy, but when someone can fight a boss monster alone, that proves their true strength. I'll admit, as a guild, Fury is impressive when you fight together. But your captain Madman? He's nowhere near Linuan's level. Killing a boss monster with a team is one thing, but doing it alone? That's a whole different league. No matter how much you brag, Linuan is far stronger than Madman." Madman's face twisted with rage. "What did you just say, dog? Say that again if you dare." Xiaogi calmly replied, "You're Madman of Fury Guild, right? I know my words sting, but this isn't just my opinion, the entire internet agrees. Everyone says Linuan is way more powerful than you. Right now, all the hype is about him. People have forgotten about you. There was a time when everyone admired your skills, when people said Madman was a terrifying player, but ever since Linuan appeared, You've faded into the background. To be honest, people barely even remember you now. Madman suddenly hurled a knife at Zhao Gi's throat. Furious, he shouted, "Why are you spouting so much nonsense?" Zhao Gi stayed calm. "I understand, you're angry, but if you want to vent that rage, take it out on Linuan, not me. Attacking me won't change anything. You may have immense power, but if the world doesn't see it, people will call you weak. You were once a hero, even my favorite. That's why it pains me to see Linuan surpass you. That's all I meant." Madman smirked. "So, you're one of my fans, huh? Interesting, and that Linuan, he's still live streaming, isn't he?" A guild member quickly replied, "Yes, he is. He's streaming from Viper Mine." Madman clenched his fist. "Tell everyone in the guild to log in. It's time we show the world just how powerful we are. No one can steal our spotlight." Meanwhile, back at the mine, Linuan was locked in combat with the boss monster. He called out to the priest, "You can leave now. The monster's full attention is on me. If you run, it won't bother chasing you." The massive rat-like boss lunged at Linuan, but he swiftly dodged and countered, unleashing his soul flames to cut down the monster's HP even further. The live stream's viewership exploded, surpassing 1,000 viewers. The chat flooded with comments, "God Yuan is incredible. Just watching his movements teaches us so much. I'm taking notes. Next time I fight, I'll copy his style." The boss monster tried to pursue Linuan, but he summoned his wolves, slamming the beast hard into the ground. Linuan mocked his foe. "You may be strong, but you're fighting without any strategy. Keep attacking blindly like this, and even a child could defeat you. Not that it matters, because this is your end." With that, he delivered a crushing strike. Enraged, the boss threw all the summoned wolves aside, only to take a heavy blow to the face from a kobold. Slipping on his gloves, Linuan declared, "It's time to try out a new move." He leapt forward and unleashed a devastating Superman punch, smashing the monster down. The live stream erupted. "What? He killed the boss monster. That fight was insane, absolutely legendary." The system notification appeared. "Host, you have leveled up. Current level, 15. Loot notifications followed. Pure steel blade, a silver tier weapon. Shadow boots, increases agility by 30% and overall body movement by 10%. Overjoyed, the priest praised him. "That was an incredible fight. Watching you, I finally understand. There's only one person in this entire game who can slay a boss monster so easily, and that's none other than God Yuan. You are God Yuan, right? Please add me as a friend. Together, we'll be unstoppable. You're already insanely powerful. If I buff you, our team will become invincible." Linuan shook his head. "No, I'm not God Yuan. You must be mistaken." The priest refused to believe it. "Impossible. I've watched your streams countless times. Even if you were disguised, I'd still recognize you." Before Linuan could respond, a sudden attack struck him. Blocking it, he growled, "Who dares attack me?" From the shadows, members of the Fury Guild stepped forward. Madman sneered, "I'm here to expose you. I want to see if this priest can truly recognize who you are. And today, we'll be the ones to crush you." Guild members rallied behind him. "We've gathered here just to kill this trash. Honestly, our boss could finish him alone. By coming here, we're giving him more attention than he deserves." Others disagreed. "No, don't underestimate him. He's God Yuan. I've seen his fights. He's far too powerful to take lightly. That's exactly why our boss came here today. To prove to everyone that in the entire Western region, no one compares to him. He was, and always will be, the strongest player." Linuan smirked to himself. "So these are the Fury Guild members. I've heard plenty about them. They love showing off. Looks like they came here to kill me just so they could steal the fame. Funny thing is, ever since I bought that villa, I've been low on cash. First, the boss monster shows up, making me richer. Now, an entire guild arrives, gift wrapped by the heavens themselves. Thank you, God, for sending me these fools." The system announced, "Attention, sin cancellation has been activated. For the next 15 minutes, no matter how many enemies you kill, you will not gain any sin value." Just as Linuan was about to step forward and start the fight, the priest suddenly appeared behind him. The priest declared, "God Yuan is my close friend. If you dare to attack him, you'll have to get through me first. Today, my friend and I will fight together and show you what a truly powerful team looks like. God Yuan, don't worry. As long as I'm by your side, even all of them combined can't harm you." Linuan frowned, annoyed. Why is he interfering? "Friend, listen to me, step aside. You don't need to involve yourself in this battle. I can handle them alone." Madman laughed mockingly. "You heard him, loser. Step aside. Even this so-called God Yuan is barely worth our time, so what are you supposed to be?" Linuan had heard enough. He dashed forward and punched Madman straight in the face. "I don't have the patience to listen to trash talk. Shut your mouth and fight." The blow sent Madman flying backward. The live stream viewership skyrocketed once again. Excited viewers spam the chat. This is getting insane. It's Fury Guild versus God Yuan. This is going to be epic. Did you see that punch? Absolute perfection. God Yuan shut Madman's mouth in a single strike. This might be the most entertaining fight of all the broadcasts. Raging, Madman roared, "You bastard. You dared to punch me? Do you even know who I am? I am Madman. When I get serious, even the strongest tremble. You've picked the wrong fight. Fury Guild, what are you waiting for? Attack him. End this fool." He barked orders. "Warriors, attack from the front. Mages and priests, stay back and provide buffs. Archers, take position. Don't hold back, crush him." One guild member added, "We admit you're strong, but there's no way you can defeat all of us alone. Our entire guild together can kill you easily." But Linuan suddenly vanished. The warriors shouted, "What? Where did he go? Does he have invisibility skills?" The mages panicked. "Quick, cast the spell." They began chanting, but before the spell could finish, Linuan appeared right behind them. He whispered coldly, "Too late, I'm already here." With swift strikes, he eliminated 2 mages on the spot. Madman screamed, "Everyone, focus your attacks behind you. That bastard Linuan is right there. Remember, he just fought a boss monster. His HP must be low. That's why he's avoiding a direct fight. This is the perfect chance to kill him. We have the numbers. Move now, we cannot lose." Spectators whispered among themselves, "This is pathetic. Nearly 50 guild members ganging up on a single man. They should be ashamed. God Yuan, we're rooting for you. Show them what you're truly capable of. These Fury Guild guys are way too arrogant. They need to be put in their place." Madman sneered, "You've made a huge mistake showing off like this. If you think you can rise above us in our own territory, you're dead wrong. Today, we'll kill you, and after this, no one will ever dare stand against Fury Guild again." But then, Linuan charged forward and wiped them all out. He thought to himself, "This mine is way too small. My soldiers won't be able to fight properly here. They need open space to use their war skills effectively. In such a cramped place, they'll face too many problems. That's why I'll fight alone here. Anyway, defeating these guys together isn't that hard." Suddenly, a barrage of fireballs was launched toward Linuan. Viewers watching the stream started saying, "The Fury Guild people are such cowards. The entire guild is fighting against just one guy, yet they still won't stop. They're completely obsessed with hunting down our god Linuan." Linuan escaped through the flames and moved into another cave. Fury Guild members shouted, "Look, that bastard is trying to run away. No matter how far this rat goes, we'll drag him out of his hole and kill him. We have worked very hard to catch this bastard. He shouldn't escape from our hands." Madman ordered, "Find him and bring him here. Just moments ago he was acting so arrogant, behaving as if he were a god. But now, that coward is running away in fear. After today, the whole world will know there's only one boss in this desert, Madman." But Linuan was actually hiding on the wall above. He suddenly dropped down and delivered a powerful kick to Madman, sending him flying far away. Madman cursed, "You bastard. Where did you come from? Now I understand how you've been surviving in this game. I'll admit one thing, you're very skilled at hiding." Linuan pressed a blade against Madman's neck and said, "A few moments ago, you were talking so much. What happened now? Why are you silent?" Panicking, Madman screamed, "Where are you all? Come here quickly. He's right here." Linuan coldly replied, "They're not coming back. Death has already reached them." He continued, "By the way, I want to know something. If your guild is destroyed because of you, won't your leader, Mad God, get angry at you? He might even blame you and throw you out." Madman refused to believe it. "That's impossible. I admit you're powerful, but it's absolutely impossible for you to kill everyone at once." Just then, Linuan summoned all his wolves and sent them toward Fury Guild members. Using his explosion skill, he blew them all up in one strike. Madman screamed, "You bastard. What have you done?" Linuan answered calmly, "I did exactly what you came here to do. You were my enemies, so I destroyed you all." The stream's viewership shot past 100,000. Viewers flooded the chat, saying, "God Linuan, you're amazing. This is what we expected from you. You single-handedly destroyed the entire guild." After killing Madman, Linuan obtained an artifact. He said, "I never thought killing such a useless guy would give such an incredible reward. Anyway, I'll quickly claim it and get out of here." So many people were watching the stream, surely, more players will be rushing here soon. I better leave before anyone arrives. The system announced, Bloodthirsty Double Blade, effect. Whenever you deal damage to an enemy, you will recover the same amount of health. Later, Linuan met Tong. Tong admitted, "To be honest, I underestimated you before. I thought you wouldn't be able to deliver so much mineral ore. But boy, you're truly capable. I hope in the future we can work together on many more things." The system announced, Tong's favorability has reached 100. He now considers you his friend. Linuan thought to himself, Tong only needs 100 mineral ores per day. but if I want him to forge a gold item for me, I'll need to wait a long time. Giving it to him once won't be enough. I'll have to increase his favorability even more. Anyway, thanks to Fury Guild, I now have so many items that I don't even know what to do with them. If I sell them all to Hancheng at once, it'll cause him big trouble, but selling them one by one will also be a huge hassle. Still, I guess that's what I'll have to do, but I can't just focus on this. I need to find that follower of the evil god. If I don't, then my coming here will be meaningless. There's one good thing though. I remember that the evil god's follower had an ability to control snakes. If he could control snakes, then he must be going to places where powerful snakes live, and I happen to know one such place. If I investigate there, maybe I'll finally find some clues about him. Next, Linuan entered the city sewers. He thought to himself, before coming here, I accepted a task from an NPC. The task is to kill 30 rats hiding inside the sewers. I took this task so that I could investigate the area. I know that snakes live inside the sewer tunnels, but honestly, I don't know their exact location yet. As far as I remember, there used to be a dungeon in this sewer, and inside that dungeon lived a very powerful serpent. Killing it would give an incredible reward. If I find it, my stats will increase significantly. So far, nobody knows about this dungeon. Those who discover it can get amazing rewards, and once word spreads, the crowd here will grow massively. Since I'm the first one here this time, I'll be the one to clear the dungeon, Linuan thought, moving forward while killing snakes along the way. He realized, the snakes must be living in one of these rooms. It seems I finally know where they are. Suddenly, a massive explosion occurred. Shocked, Linuan thought, something's wrong here. The snakes I've encountered so far were weak, but this one is extremely powerful, so powerful that the system only shows its level, nothing else. Level 60? Why is such a powerful monster in the sewers? This is just the early stage of the game. How can monsters be this strong? There must be something strange going on here. He realized that this level 60 serpent was far beyond his current strength. The difference between my strength and this monster's is enormous. If I want to survive, there's only one option, run. Linuan activated invisibility and ran, thinking, I cannot afford to die now. If I die here, my level will drop, and all the equipment I've worked so hard to acquire will be lost. No matter what, I have to survive. But even with invisibility, how is it tracking me? Wherever I go, it follows. Does this mean invisibility has no effect on snakes? I'll try hiding, maybe then I can escape. He slipped to the side of a sewer pipe to hide, but the serpent smashed through the wall and continued to pursue him. Linuan thought, why won't it give up? I can't fight it alone. I'll have to call for help. He summoned his scorpion, thinking, no matter what this scorpion does, it can't harm the snake, but at least it will buy me some time to escape. Surviving here is absolutely critical. However, the scorpion couldn't stop the serpent for even a second. Linuan panicked. I thought they could at least slow it down, but they can't do anything, and the snake is getting even closer. As a great man once said, we shouldn't put our hands into every hole. Not every hole has a mouse, sometimes, it has a powerful snake. Then he saw a hole leading to the surface. Linuan thought, this looks like a way out. He jumped and quickly escaped through it. The serpent stayed behind, glaring at him from the hole. Linuan realized, now I understand why it didn't come after me, even though it chased me here. No monster has the courage to enter this place where I'm standing. This is the Imperial Palace of the Han Dynasty, a place where all the powerful knights reside. Any monster entering here would be killed instantly, no matter its level. Powerful knights would emerge to eliminate it. That's why even this serpent doesn't dare to follow me. The serpent retreated, and Linuan said, thanks to the Han Dynasty, I survived. The snakes and the Han Dynasty have been enemies for a very long time. The good thing is that the Han Dynasty is incredibly strong, which is why snakes are forced to hide in the sewers. They can't establish their dynasty openly. He thought further, if I hadn't entered their palace today, no matter how fast I ran, I would have been killed. One thing is clear, until I become powerful, I will never return to these sewers. And the day I'm strong enough to face it, that bastard snake will be just another one of my slaves. Linuan reflected, honestly, I learned a valuable lesson today. Rushing blindly into places like that isn't a good idea. I need to make sure this doesn't happen again. He decided, first, I'll go to the market and buy potions that only attract low-level snake monsters, because if another high-level monster comes after me, I won't be this lucky again. Later, Linuan arrived at the market. The shopkeeper greeted him, welcome, sir. Thank you for visiting our shop. Linuan thought, these potions should be enough. Their scent spreads up to 100 meters and attracts only small monsters. Strong monsters, like snakes, actually get irritated by it. Just then, someone called out from behind him, I've searched for you all over the desert, and finally, I found you. My best friend, how are you? Linuan turned and thought, this guy, isn't he the same one who was being chased by the boss monster in the Viper Mine? What's he doing here? The man said, God Linuan, please add me as a friend. It was really hard to find you in such a huge map. If you add me, I'll be able to locate you anytime. And besides, our meeting here isn't a coincidence. I think it's fate that we work together. Linuan replied, you're wasting your time following me. Becoming my friend won't benefit you. Just then, the system notified him, player Old Sun has sent you a friend request. Do you want to accept? Old Sun continued, if we become friends, we can both benefit. You must have heard of a place called Green Valley, right? Many powerful guilds have tried to conquer it, but none have succeeded. I'm sure that if we go together, we can clear it. With your power and my healing skills, we can become an unstoppable force. Linuan shook his head. No, I have too many things to do right now. I can't go to Green Valley with you. Old Sun insisted. Wait, my best friend. Let me tell you, our guild, the Iron Triangle, is really cool. Besides me, the team has Lung Zui and Jin Hang. If you join us, we'll be known as the Divine Gods. I'm sure that together, no one in the entire game could stand against us. We could become the saviors of this dying world. That's why I'm asking you, please, join my team. Linuan thought, what did he just say? Did he mention Lung Zui? I clearly remember, in my previous life, Lung Zui was one of the strongest players ever. She was even the president of the second most powerful guild in this region. No one dared to go against her. And yes, she was also a core member of the Order organization. I even heard that she was one of the 9 founders of the Order. Looks like a great opportunity has come to me. If I accept his friend request, I'll be able to learn more about them, especially about the Order. I need to know more about it if I want to protect my sister. And being connected to them means I might uncover more information about the evil god. There's no downside to befriending this guy. Through him, I might even get close to Lung Zui. With that thought, Linuan accepted the request. He said, as for Green Valley, we'll go there another time. Right now, I have something important to take care of. When it's time to head there, I'll definitely call you. Old Sun smiled and replied, all right, I'll wait for you. And when my best friend remembers me, I'll come running to you right away. Next, our Linuan enters the dungeon. Linuan thinks to himself, as far as I remember, there are quite a lot of snake monsters in this dungeon. If I use this potion, I can easily lure them out. Judging by the tracks here, it seems there are some very powerful monsters nearby too. Just then, Linuan notices a few small snakes slithering nearby. He says to himself, looks like the potion is working. It's attracting small snakes. Still, I have to stay alert. I never know when something unexpected might happen. Linuan destroys the gate and enters deeper inside. The system announces, you have entered a hidden dungeon, the Snake Demon's Fruit. Consuming the Snake Demon Fruit will significantly increase your power. Linuan says, before I can reach the fruit, I'll have to defeat all these snakes, and for that, my scorpions are more than enough. He summons his Thunder Scorpion, commanding, Scorpions, eliminate them all. Don't let a single one escape. The scorpions unleash a thunderstorm attack, and within just 5 minutes, they exterminate all the snakes. Holding the fruit in his hand, Linuan asks, System, what exactly is this? The system responds, this fruit is called the Blood Seed. After consuming it, your endurance will permanently increase. If you eat 100 blood seeds, your endurance will level up permanently. Linuan says, this blood seed is incredible. It can permanently enhance one of my attributes. He eats one fruit, his endurance increases by 1 point. He thinks, if I eat 100 of these, my endurance will skyrocket. There must be thousands of fruits here, and I only need 100 to level up. The rest, I can sell in the market. He smiles and continues, considering how powerful this fruit is, I'm sure each one could sell for at least 5 gold coins. Selling all of them will earn me a fortune. I was short on gold lately, but with these fruits, that problem's solved for good. He continues thinking, the best part is, these fruits regrow once every week. So, if I come here weekly to harvest them, I can make a steady income. I won't need to join any guild just to earn money. This place alone can cover all my expenses. Linuan then starts eating the fruits, and within a short while, consumes all 100 blood seeds. He says, after eating these fruits, my strength has increased tremendously. This new power will definitely help me in upcoming battles. He looks around and notes, even after eating 100 fruits, there are still about 900 left. I'll sell them later. For now, I'll leave 3 of my soldiers here to guard this area. If regular players come and see them, they'll be too scared to enter. This way, no one will find out about this place for a long time. After securing the dungeon, Linuan reflects, one thing's certain, I don't think the evil god's follower has ever been here. The snakes here are completely different from the ones that followed him. Maybe that guy has an ability to transform monsters, because seeing a level 60 monster appear at this early stage of the game is just too strange. Maybe he was the one who transformed it. Just then, the system notifies him, Host, your sister is calling. Linuan thinks, 1010 is calling me? That's odd. She never calls me for small things. It must be something important. He answers, "Hey, 1010, what's wrong?" 1010 replies, "Brother, I just called to ask, have you eaten?" Surprised, Linuan replies, "Yeah, I have." From the background, 1010's friend speaks up, "Hey, Monitor's brother, I wanted to ask you something. Will you come with us to the dungeon? If you come along, it'll be a lot more fun." Linuan replies, "Sure, I'll come." Then he thinks, this is strange. Knowing 1010, she'd never involve me in her stuff. For her to personally ask me to join a dungeon, that's unusual. Just then, a guy nearby interrupts, saying, 1010 is such a liar, and honestly, her brother's a fake too. Both of them are total show-offs. Her brother immediately said yes to going to the dungeon without even asking where it is. I've heard that our Monitor's brother plays games all day, and now I can say it for sure, his brain's gone rotten from gaming. Those two siblings are just trying to fool everyone here. Trust me, they're terrible players who only pretend to be good. A girl standing beside him says, "Brother Yen, you're absolutely right. They've just created unnecessary hype about being the best players in our school. But the truth is, the real best player isn't them. It's you, Brother Yen. Let me tell everyone, Brother Yen is heading to Green Valley, one of the most dangerous places in the entire game. Even the biggest guilds don't dare to go there, but Brother Yen will." Lin Ten says, "Brother, we're going to Green Valley too." Hearing this, Wang Yen scoffs, "What? You people are going to Green Valley? Stop lying again. There's no way weak players like you could ever enter that place. You're just saying that to look cool in front of everyone. Honestly, your mom and dad must be such useless people. No wonder both their children turned out to be such liars. Clearly, your parents didn't teach you any manners." Annoyed, Lin Ten snaps, "I won't let you get away with that." But Lin Yuan steps in, "Sis, don't waste your time arguing with that jerk. I'm heading to Green Valley myself, you come there too. That bastard's going as well. Then we'll see, once and for all, who actually has the skill to enter Green Valley and who doesn't." Later, we see Lin Ten log into the game. She thinks to herself, "I know my brother earns a lot of money from this game, and he's really skilled. But even then, entering Green Valley is extremely dangerous. It's a place where the chances of dying are very high. I just hope my stubbornness doesn't cause trouble for him. How stupid of me." Just then, her teammate approaches. Lin Ten asks, "Did you say something?" Her teammate replies, "I just wanted to apologize for everything that happened earlier. It's all my fault. I was the one who told my desk mate about your new villa, and he went and bragged about it to everyone in class. He was telling everyone how amazing your new villa is. And that's when that jerk Wang Yan overheard it. You know how jealous he is. The moment he found out you bought a villa, he completely lost it. He started spreading lies, saying you didn't actually buy it, and began talking nonsense about your family. If I hadn't mentioned anything, none of this would have happened. But don't worry, now that your brother is coming, we'll teach Wang Yan a lesson he won't forget. He'll realize who he messed with." Smiling confidently, Lin Ten says, "You're right. I have complete faith in my brother's abilities. Compared to that jerk Wang Yan, he's way more powerful." Wang Yan interrupts with a mocking laugh, "You girls are so gullible. Lin Ten told you her family bought a villa, and you actually believed her? Working as servants in a villa doesn't mean it's yours. I'm sure her parents work there, and she's just pretending it belongs to her. I know their family well. They couldn't afford a villa even if they sold everything they owned." Furious, Lin Ten shouts, "Just wait until my brother gets here. Then you'll see exactly who's out of your league. I'll admit, Wang Yan, your family is rich, but that doesn't give you the right to insult others. You're not qualified to judge anyone." Jijin, her teammate, adds, "Lin Ten, don't waste your time arguing with trash like him. Talking to such people is just a waste of time." Enraged, Wang Yan says, "Maybe in real life I'd let your nonsense slide, but in the game, you can't do anything to me here. Move forward and teach them a lesson. I'll pay you double for the job." His teammates grin and step up to attack. They mock, "These girls look weak. What can they possibly do to us? They act all high and mighty at school. Let's finally put them in their place today." But before they can strike, Lin Yuan appears, and in an instant, he cuts through Wang Yan's entire team like paper. Furious, Lin Yuan says, "How dare you dogs even think about touching my sister? Looks like you've got no love left for your own lives." He turns around and asks gently, "Lin Ten, are you okay?" She nods, "Yes, brother, I'm fine." Jijin stares in awe, "Wow, Lin Ten, your brother is amazing. He's not just powerful, he's incredibly handsome too. I've never seen such a cool guy before." Enraged and humiliated, Wang Yan shouts, "How dare you kill my teammates? Do you have any idea how much I paid to hire them? You couldn't even imagine earning that much money in your life. I'll never forgive you for this. You're dead, kid." Before he can say another word, Lin Yuan rushes forward at lightning speed, stopping right in front of him. Lin Yuan says coldly, "So you're the bastard who was badmouthing my family and harassing my sister at school?" Wang Yan arrogantly replies, "Yeah, that was me. What are you gonna do about it? Do you even know who I am? Do you know who my father is? Nobody dares talk to me like that." Before he can finish, Lin Yuan slaps him hard across the face, sending him flying backward. Lin Yuan glares down at him and says, "I don't care whose dog you are, but if you bark at people like us again, you'll be punished. That slap was your first warning. If you ever try something like this again, I swear, I'll make sure you regret ever logging into this game for the rest of your life." Yaoshi then pleaded, "Please forgive us. Look, to enter this dungeon, at least 6 people are required. If you kill us like the others, you won't be able to enter it either. So please, spare us. I promise we won't say anything bad about you again." Lin Yuan replied calmly, "I don't feel like dirtying my hands. I'm not going to kill you, but if I wanted to, I could have done it any time. And don't worry about the numbers. I know plenty of people. Gathering a team isn't a problem for me." He continued, "Right now we have 5 people. We just need 1 more, and I already know who to call. If you want to stay alive, keep your filthy mouth shut." Then Lin Yuan thought to himself, "To be honest, I've been planning to come here for a while. Defeating the dungeon boss will give me combat skills, and I really need those. I clearly remember how useful they were before. That's why getting them is very important for me. As for the last member, I'll call Old Sunday. He did say he wanted to come to Grim Valley with me, so if I invite him, he'll definitely come." Thinking that, Lin Yuan sent him a message. Jin then said to Lin Ten, "I have to say, your brother is really powerful. He easily defeated Wang Yan's men, and honestly, he's quite handsome too." Lin Ten blushed and said, "Yeah, he's okay, not that special. Why are you complimenting him so much?" Meanwhile, Wang Yan, still angry, said, "You're such poor people. I bet everyone you know is poor too. I can't believe you killed all the people I hired. They were supposed to help us clear the dungeon. How are we supposed to do that now?" Yaoshi whispered, "Young master, please be quiet. If you say anything else, he might kill us." Just then, Old Sun appeared. Everyone was shocked. "What? That's Old Sun, the main priest of the second most powerful guild. What is he doing here?" Old Sun smiled and said, "My friend called me, so I came running. How could I ignore my best friend's request? I'd cross 7 seas for him. Coming here is nothing." The system then announced, "Old Sun has joined the team." Wang Yan, stunned, said, "I can't believe it. That's the Old Sun, the main priest of the second guild. There's probably no one stronger than him in the entire desert with the priest class." Yaoshi said politely, "Old Sun, thank you so much for leading our team. We're really grateful." Jin whispered, "But why would someone like Old Sun join a beginner's team like ours? Everyone knows he's part of a top guild. Why would such a big shot work with us?" Lin Ten replied, "To be honest, I have no idea. I didn't call him, and I don't even know him personally." Looking at Wang Yan and Yaoshi, it doesn't seem like they did either. "So who in our team knows him?" Then Old Sun stepped forward and said with a smile, "My best friend. Finally, you remembered me. Ever since I met you, I've been waiting for you to invite me to a dungeon. The moment I got your message, I rushed over. How could I say no to my best friend?" Lin Yuan chuckled and said, all right, that's enough, you're being dramatic." Old Sun replied, "Together, we're an invincible team. Your strength and my healing make an unbeatable combo. No matter how strong the dungeon boss is, we'll handle it." Wang Yan, still in disbelief, muttered, "What on earth is going on here?" Old Sun, one of the biggest names in the game, connected to so many top players, came here just because Lin Yuan called him, and he's calling him his best friend? Last I heard, Lin Ten's brother was just a useless gamer who did nothing all day. How could Old Sun be friends with him? Old Sun glared at him and said, "Kid, I don't know who you are, but watch your mouth. I won't let anyone badmouth my best friend. He called me here, and that's all that matters. And by the way, the guy you just called a useless gamer, he's actually the best of the best. You've heard of God Yuan, right? Well, that's him." Lin Yuan said, "All right, enough talking. Let's go inside now. There's no need to waste any more time here." Wang Yan said, "I understood everything. I now know what's really going on here. Lin Ten, your brother has hired a very powerful player, just like me. That's why this strong person is speaking on his behalf. But even if your team has one powerful player, it won't be enough. This place is the Grim Valley. You can't clear it depending on just one person. The entire Fury Guild once entered here, but even they couldn't do anything against these monsters. Many were killed, and others had to run for their lives. If the entire second guild were here, that would be a different story. But what can a single priest really do?" Lin Yuan said, "Time will tell who can do what. For now, shut your mouth and follow me inside. Open your eyes and see how this game is really played." Saying that, everyone entered the Grim Valley. Inside, they saw a bunch of level 18 lizard monsters. Jin said, "So, these are the monsters that live inside this valley. Fighting them will actually be a lot of fun." Meanwhile, Lin Ten was thinking, "My level is too low to help my brother properly. If only I were stronger, I could be more useful. Wang Yan spoke. Lin Ten's brother has hired a priest. Everyone knows that priests can give powerful buffs, but they can't act fast like a warrior. Their plan must be to kill the monsters slowly, one by one. But we're here to ruin that plan. He turned to Yaoshe. Do something to attract all the monsters toward them. Yaoshe replied, yes, young master. I'll make all the monsters attack them within 2 minutes. Saying this, she caused explosions near the monsters. Yaoshe smirked. Now all the monsters will go after them, and they won't be able to do anything about it. Soon, all the monsters surrounded Linuan and his team. Shocked, Jijin said, what happened? Why are all the monsters coming after us? Lin Ten said, before coming here, we watched the Fury Guild's live stream. In that stream, the monsters were peaceful and didn't attack unless provoked. So why are they attacking us now? Wang Yan said, does it really matter how or why they came? If we don't have the strength to defeat them, we're doomed anyway. So stop talking and start fighting. Old Sun added, fighting monsters feels amazing. My friend, today we'll defeat them all together. The more we kill, the stronger we become. I'm sure you're as excited as I am. Then, Lin Yuan summoned his Thunder Scorpion, attack with Thunderstrom. With just one strike, all the monsters were instantly killed. Old Sun was stunned. What just happened? Where did all the monsters go? Lin Yuan replied, take care of yourselves. I'll go clear the rest of the area. He then started slaying the remaining monsters. You filthy creatures, how dare you attack my people? Looks like you're in a hurry to die. Suddenly, one monster attacked Lin Ten. Lin Ten said, I can handle this one myself. Jijin, give me a buff and stay behind me. Jijin nodded. Alright, but be careful, this monster is huge. Before she could react, Lin Yuan came in and instantly killed the monster. Lin Ten thought, I never knew my brother was this good at the game. Honestly, I've never seen a player this strong before. Lin Yuan placed his hand on her head and said, don't worry, as long as I'm here, no danger will ever reach you. Do whatever you want, I'll protect you. Lin Ten thought, I don't like how overprotective he is, but being under his protection feels nice. Lin Yuan, on the other hand, was thinking, it feels great to protect my sister like this. But Lin To gently pushed his hand away and said, it's okay, brother. I can take care of myself. You don't need to treat me like a child. Meanwhile, Jijin thought, I wish I had an older brother like Lin Yuan, someone who would protect me like that. Having a brother like him must be amazing. Wang Yan interrupted, saying, I've seen enough of you all. None of you are skilled enough to clear the Grim Valley. Looks like I'll have to show you how a true warrior fights. With my silver rank equipment, I'll teach these monsters a lesson. Watch and learn. Yaoshe cheered, young master, you're truly incredible. No one else can even afford silver rank gear. Let's show them what it can do. Wang Yan said proudly, you're right. Everyone here will now witness the true power of Wang Yan. He charged at a monster with full speed. You worm, you're done for. The monster struck him down with a single blow. Wang Yan groaned, this monster, it's too strong. Just one attack and I'm already in pain. Watching him struggle, Lin Yuan muttered, what an idiot. I don't know what kind of thrill he gets from getting beaten up by monsters. Then Lin Yuan thought to himself, my sister barely has any decent artifacts. I wanted to give her gold-ranked equipment, but since I don't have any high-tier gear left, I'll at least give her silver-ranked ones. These should help her fight more easily. Saying this, he pulled several weapons from his inventory. Lin Yuan said, 10-10. These will be very useful to you. They'll help you a lot in battle, so take them quickly. Among the weapons, there was the Spirit Gauntlet, a silver-ranked item that increases punch power by 50%. There was also Fearless Armor, another silver-ranked item that reduces incoming attack damage almost completely. Yaoshe said excitedly, wow, the Monitor's brother is amazing. He's not only handsome but also has such a kind heart. He's giving his sister silver-ranked artifacts. These aren't ordinary items. If sold in the market, they'd be worth millions. And he's giving them away so casually. I wish I had a brother like that. Wang Yan scoffed, what's the big deal? I used to give my sister things even more expensive than that when we were kids. He's just showing off in front of everyone. If he really wanted to help her, he would have given her the equipment privately instead of making it a public display. Lin Ten said, brother, please keep these. I'll earn my own equipment through hard work. I can't accept yours. Lin Yuan thought, I knew it. She's just as stubborn as me. She's definitely my sister, loves to show off just like I do. Then everyone began fighting the monsters together. They all fought well, while Yaoshe and Wang Yan kept running around trying to stay safe. Suddenly, a monster launched a powerful attack on Lin Ten. She thought to herself, this monster is really strong, but I can't lose here. If I can't even defeat this one, how will I ever prove that I've become stronger than before? The monster attacked again, but Lin Yuan quickly used his soul power and finished it off instantly. Lin Ten thought, my brother is fighting his own monsters, and even then he still finds time to help me. He's still the same as before. No matter how much I grow, he'll always see me as a child. I really hate how he keeps treating me like a kid. If he wasn't here, I could have killed all these monsters myself. Why does he have to keep interfering? Linuan thought to himself, she's already strong, but if she had accepted my equipment, I could have focused entirely on my fight. These monsters are powerful, and her gear is weak. I have to keep an eye on her. A level 18 lizard monster isn't something she can defeat alone. Watching them, Jijin thought with a grin, this is so entertaining. On one side, Lin Ten's brother is fighting monsters, and still helping her whenever she's in danger. He even tried giving her new gear. And on the other side, Lin Ten refuses to accept help, and is actually angry at him for it. Watching these two siblings interact is hilarious. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got Wang Yan and Yaoshi, who are still running for their lives. Who knows where the monster chasing them will drag them next? If these two situations weren't happening at the same time, I'd love to just sit back and enjoy both of them. After defeating all the smaller monsters, the group decided to head toward the boss monster's territory. Old Sun said, my friends, the boss monster lives in the area ahead. But honestly, I think we shouldn't enter right now. If we leave without fighting the boss, we won't be penalized. But if we go in and get killed like the Fury Guild did, we'll lose all our equipment, and even our levels will drop. The losses will far outweigh the rewards. So, what do you think we should do? Lin Yuan said, yes, you're absolutely right. Just then, Wang Yan sneered from behind. What happened? Huh? Lost your courage already? A moment ago, when you were fighting those small monsters, you acted like it was child's play. But now that we're talking about a big monster, why are you suddenly scared? You're supposed to be powerful, right? If you can handle small monsters, then show us. Take down a big one. Jijin added, I have to say, Lin Ten, your brother is truly amazing. If he weren't with us, no matter how hard we tried, we never would have made it this far. Lin Ten thought to herself, she's right, bringing my brother here has caused him nothing but trouble. From the start until now, we haven't been able to help him at all. We're just burdens he's been carrying the whole way. If only I were stronger, I could actually help him. But I'm so weak, I haven't been able to do anything for him. Lin Yuan said, Old Sun is right. If we go inside and get killed, we'll face serious consequences. That's why none of you are going in. I'll take care of the boss monster alone. I want to see if that thing can do anything against me and my army. Everyone was shocked. Wang Yan gasped, what the hell? Lin Ten's brother just summoned all his beasts. I've never seen a summoner call this many before. Most can only summon 4 or 5 at once, but he's summoned an entire army. There's definitely something strange about this guy. He's far more powerful than any normal player. Old Sun grinned proudly. What did you expect? Now you've seen my best friend's true power. Foolish boy, weakness doesn't even exist in his dictionary. You're about to witness the real strength of God Yuan. Do you know why? Whenever people talk about the strongest players within 50 miles, the first name they mention is always God Yuan. Whether it's slaying world bosses in the desert, or taking down an entire 30-member guild alone, whenever great feats happen in the desert zone, there's only one man behind them, our God Yuan. There are many strong players in this game, some even call themselves the best, but our God Yuan isn't just the best, he's the greatest. Scene shifted. We see the boss monster, sleeping peacefully deep inside its territory. Suddenly, Lin Yuan attacked it using his soul flame. The enraged boss monster roared and lunged forward. The system announced, warning, level 21, Lizard King detected. Classified as a monster king. Jijin exclaimed, this boss monster's attack power is 1,200. If it hits any of us even once, we're done for, we wouldn't stand a chance. One hit, and we're dead. Lin Ten thought, all of this happened because of me. If I hadn't called my brother here, he never would have come. And if he hadn't come, he wouldn't be in danger now. I can't let this happen. I won't let him suffer because of me. If this is my problem, then I'll be the one to fix it. She shouted, brother, I'll draw the monster's attention. While I keep it busy, attack it from behind. But just then, Old Sun quickly cast a spell, trapping Lin Ten inside a barrier. Old Sun said firmly, listen, I know your intentions are good, but you have no idea what kind of power a God Yuan possesses. If you go there to help him, you'll only distract him. And because of that distraction, he could actually get hurt. Don't worry, he's incredibly strong and knows exactly how to handle himself. Lin Ten protested. But how can he fight such a powerful boss monster alone? Shouldn't we go help him? Meanwhile, the Lizard King launched a fierce flame attack toward Lin Yuan, but he dodged effortlessly with a quick leap. He thought to himself, once I kill this thing, I'll make it serve under me. Its skills will be extremely useful. Then he commanded his undead army, undead, move forward, surround the boss monster and trap it completely. Keep it so busy it won't even realize what's happening. Lin Ten watched in awe, thinking, my brother, he's truly incredible at fighting. Old Sun said with admiration, "I've never seen anyone fight like this. Our god Yuan isn't just battling, he's performing. Look at how perfectly he commands his monsters. It doesn't even feel like a fight, it's like watching a brilliant artist at work, an art no one else could ever master." Yaoshi added, "Seriously, Lin Ten's brother is amazing. I don't think there's anything in this entire game that he can't do. Once he finishes this battle and kills that boss monster, we'll finally be able to leave this place." Meanwhile, Wang Yan, clearly irritated, said, "Yaoshi, shut your mouth. Do you even realize what you're saying? The way that bastard's fighting, he's definitely going to kill the boss monster soon. And if that happens, I'll be completely humiliated in front of the entire class." He clenched his fists in frustration. "I told everyone that those siblings were nothing but frauds. But once people find out that her brother actually killed such a powerful monster, I'll lose all my respect. No one will take me seriously ever again. No, I can't let that happen." He smirked wickedly. "I'll use my sneak attack. If I strike him now, he'll lose his balance, and the boss monster will kill him in a single hit. After that, no one will believe Lin Ten, even if she cries that her brother almost defeated the boss. Perfect." Meanwhile, Lin Yuan's relentless attacks had already brought the boss monster's health down significantly. He thought to himself, "It takes this creature 8 seconds between attacks. That gives me a perfect opening window. If I time it right, I can finish it off with one powerful strike." Just as he was about to move in for the final blow, Wang Yan stepped forward arrogantly and shouted, "What, you think you can kill this boss monster alone? Don't make me laugh. The one who will take down this beast isn't you, it's the great Wang Yan." Lin Yuan glared at him, thinking, he really thinks he's smart, huh? Does he take me for some kind of fool, who can't see through his pathetic little tricks? Fine, kid, today I'll show you why a noob should never mess with a pro. Then, stepping aside casually, Lin Yuan said aloud, "Alright then. Go ahead, kill the boss monster yourself. I'm not really interested in fighting it anyway." Wang Yan smirked, thinking, "Ha." He backed off. "I was just attacking," and suddenly he moved out of the way, but Lin Yuan's eyes glimmered mischievously. "Why aren't you moving, Wang Yan? Need some help reaching the boss?" Lin Yuan unleashed a powerful kick, launching Wang Yan straight toward the boss monster. The massive creature opened its jaws wide, waiting, ready to devour him whole. What happens next will be revealed in the next episode. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.